who secures the spawn and who's going to be able to secure the hill. 0-4 and Hook, though, might have decided that for them.
Yeah, impressive little turn and burn from 0-4. Couldn't quite get the second, but like you mentioned, the spawn starting to move over for Seattle, but Vegas fully aware of this. Absolutely perfect as Attach comes away with a couple. Abuza, last one left, flat out denied from finding more than just a first kill. So spawn still good for Vegas. Now the next fight, quickly on the way into the front side of the hard point. Asim trying to cut it off, but can't quite find too much. So now Seattle fully stacked, looking for their break, trying to make their way in, but it's Attach from the back, able to get one. Geo off the pitch, shut down, and Seattle's break looking good.
Oh, they're doing this with perfection. Everybody through the front, conga lining. Just punching him right in the mouth at the beginning of that hill. And now even with Vegas Legion spawning in towards the back, you are forced to hit that early rotation over towards P5. Seattle just said, screw the fundamentals. We're filling ourselves. The gunnies are high. We're just running straight at you. And hopefully we're coming out on top. And so far, that has led to this 50-point lead.
It really is a Seattle saying objective, objective, objective. You know, some idea towards maybe pushing through spawn afterwards, but this is all about getting onto the hard point and seeing if you can overwhelm the sole defenders that Vegas have put there to this point. Another hit from the front. Keep your eye on Attach around the back. Should have an opportunity to blow up this play on the flank, and boy, does he ever. Lots of damage tallied. Brezzy completely stuck on top of the bridge. Contest is through. Attach no worry to finish off the elimination, and Vegas keep burning more time.
And now those spawns flip, so this can get scary if you are Seattle. You have to try to fight your way back for at least somewhat bridge control, or even fight for that P1, because if you allow Vegas Legion to soak up all this time and then set up properly for the next, that's where that P5 to P1 chain can start to get out of hand. But this is going to be a contest fest here at the Bridge Hill. Only 18 seconds remaining on this HP. Neither squad wants to drop. You don't want to give up time to either one of those boys. But 0-4 with a double, Narrow with two of his own. It should allow Seattle Surge to have more bodies off the rotation the next.
And this is that rotation that Bucket wanted to watch. See if you can get yourself set up in towards P1.
Okay.
4 clean shots. Deals with early Vegas entrance. So now you've got Seattle set up absolutely perfectly. Lead about double the points with a 4 spree for 0-4. Maybe a chance for more here as Vegas are trying to stretch this hard point out. And 0-4 in the corner almost finds the last two. But Asim shuts down the streak. Tallies up a second. And the contest is decent. But Seattle so quick to reinforce.
And Abuza just doing a great job of just staying alive. A couple pumps, you know. Didn't want to get the red card pulled out. But he at least stays alive for his teammates to get back to him so they can assist in those gunfights through the front. It hasn't been a single second earned from Vegas Legion on this P1, and Abuza has yet to fall. Now it's Hook's turn to potentially take down. They're blowing this game wide open.
And Vegas needs something desperately here just to start rebuilding a little bit of momentum. In fact, just to cauterize the current wounds that Seattle are inflicting. Over towards 2, we start to look at the action. Seattle clean exit kills on the old time. There's really only one player here. It's Nero, who does surprise Abuza up top towards the staircase. Wounds that Seattle are inflicting. Over towards 2, we start to look at the action. Seattle clean exit kills on the old time. There's really only one player here. It's Nero, who does surprise Abuza up top towards the staircase. So a chance to create a little bit of a buffer zone around this hard point, but still a bit of mystery here in terms of where Seattle's actually hitting from. 0-4 up top. Good look towards the seam. Gets the first, pops up and looking for the second. Oh, you can tell he wants it, but Nero finishes him off, and with that, Vegas will establish control.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there from Vegas Legion to reinforce their numbers through the middle of the map. You take P1 control, you take mid-map, and you find all the kills in the feed. But Vegas Legion have a tall ladder to climb. On the opposite side, Seattle Surge, they are filling themselves. Let's step aside and go to listening with the Surge.
I used to like Surge when Pred was on it, but Pred isn't on it anymore.
He's one guy already. Yeah, he's flat, nice. I'm again. I'm I need that pass.
The way that Hook sounds, it's like someone squeezing his balls, so his voice goes so high.
No, tell me on Nero's on hold.
Nero's playing really well. Kill leader right now.
Nothing deep. Deep right.
I'm winning from time, to my time.
You have low?
I got him in the Geo, left corner low. I'm winning on time, I'm done, guys. Enemy again. Dead.
Nice, have you low.
Got P1.
Low, he's weak.
I'm trying low. Yeah, I tried you guys.
I think he's on the right.
They enemy on time.
I'll get time.
One more low.
Nothing P1.
I'm gonna my back. I'm my back.
One shot low.
Too much.
On my back. Yo, aim back.
D1,
It's too hectic. Chill.
I'll play it back.
In the back, got me in the back, got me in the back.
Just about as clean as you'd like. Holy cow.
I don't even think my voice can go that high.
This stretch of hard points has been near flawless. LB in a little bit of trouble, and Legion just trying to find some way just to get Seattle.
Yeah, Gio's just not. I mean,
cruising right now.
he's 19 and 20,
they are cruising in the
but
comms, cruising in the gameplay, and I think the one thing that I took away the most out of that
Abu's
listening
17 and 22.
was the communication
Hi,
from Hoop.
KOB.
When you usually think about Hoop's gameplay, he's always going to be the guy first up, right into your face with that Rival 9, ready to be the, like the guy in the first engagements. But in that listening, he's like, all right, they're going to be hitting me out towards the back. I'm going to play it really slow on that.
What'd you eat for lunch? I'm trying to figure out what I should eat. I'm hungry.
He's the veteran on the squad, and
I'm like getting a headache.
And it's looking like it's going to be a
Getting
runaway
a
map
headache.
number 1 after a very tight first rotation
I'm
of
live,
hills.
okay.
This second set has
Oh,
been
baby.
anything
Oh, okay.
but. And Seattle will do what
Kinda
they have
figured.
been unable to do to this point, and that is
I think
take a
this
respawn
matchup
from the
will
Las
go
Vegas Legion. They were
3-2,
0-4
and
hardpoint,
probably
0-2 in
Seattle
control,
will win.
And this thing was anything but close once we got past that 5th hard point.
Man, they just play that flawlessly off the rip of the game. You're
It
definitely
should
getting
be a
caught off
close
guard if you are
matchup.
Vegas Legion, because you're expecting.
Is this
okay,
too
we just
loud
lit
or
those
anything?
spawns. We did the dirty
Let me
work by
know.
working all the way around the back. Somehow, some way, Seattle Surge had to
think it
push
sounds
this
fine.
way if they want to
Okay, 'cause
successfully
it's
find the
really
break.
loud
But
in my
every single
headset.
time, they were like, screw going around the back. We're not really playing for the spawns.
How's
We're
it
just gonna play
going?
for the
It's
for the
going. I
trades
just got
through
back
the
from
front side
a
of the
little
hill,
walk, so
and they
that's
found the
why
break
I
after
was a little
break
late
after
to
break
starting.
every single time. And then when you got to the second half of that game, it just came down to that
I
P1,
don't know
that
what to
P5,
eat.
the P1
I'm
rotation.
hungry.
Bucky called it perfectly. That guy knows his stuff. Because
What
you
sounds
walk away with a
good?
60 point there. You keep at least P2
Nothing.
scrappy, but then you close it out at a P3 to P4 chain by just flipping those spawns at the end of
Why
that
haven't you
P2
eaten,
HP.
Cody?
Seattle Surge looking like a completely different team, man. Look at it again. Basically, everyone's sitting at almost 4,000 damage. It's a collective unit from start to finish.
Well, take a look on the right side of the scoreboard as well. 0-4, only 30 seconds of hill time, 1 objective kill. He's running around making a mess.
Oh, yeah.
Been going around for Vegas's setup to where the average hill time for everyone on Vegas is underneath essentially 5 seconds. That's not good. Flat out, it's just not good. And Seattle, I think it's just, again, that mentality around focused on the objective through and
Been
through.
busy?
We've
Ow.
seen this not just on this map when they played up against New York last
Ow.
week, but it's been across
Oh,
everything
Peter.
this season so far in this stage 3 qualifiers. The only losses they've had in Hardpoint have been really close losses, talking about 215 to 250 to Optic and a 230 to 250 to Carolina. So, I mean, it just feels like Seattle is renewed, rejuvenated, and looking real clean towards how they want to play around the objective itself in Hardpoint.
Yeah, the new roster's filling themselves, and I think one thing that's definitely helped them tremendously is the new maps that came in, because maps like Skid Row and Invasion simply did not treat Seattle Surge well overall as an organization. But when you add a couple new maps into the picture, the 6 stars, the Vistas, and so far, at least for Vista, Seattle Surge have
Okay, what did you
taken
eat?
down New York and now completely
I haven't had
demolished
any
Vegas
lunch
Legion on
yet.
this map. So going forward, when you're playing against this team, you might have to
I
get
don't
rid of
know
this,
what I
because they are
want.
playing that one picture perfect from start to finish, and it's not even like someone's going off. It's a
I
collective unit
guess
again.
we're just gonna make some
To me,
eggs or
it's one of the
something. I
weird
don't know.
things of like just kind of looking at the first set of hills, you could really see the identity of what both of these two teams wanted to pull in their gameplay. Where Vegas really stretching, really nervous and kind of cautious about, are there any rogue long routes that are being taken to flip our spawns around? Seattle's like, we're not really all that interested. We'll hit a pinch on the hard point, but our focus is getting on the hill, getting on the hill.
I guess I can make that,
And I think it's just the full flood of numbers kept Vegas completely
I
off
can make
guard.
new rice.
So, yeah, really convincing game flow, really convincing map number
and
1.
do,
And now
like,
the news
steak
doesn't get much better here for Vegas
wraps.
fans, because you're going into a high-rise search and destroy.
Yeah.
Seattle's been a top
Might
4
do
search
that.
and destroy team at least all year long, and for Vegas,
High-rise
this map hasn't really been a
search.
staple of your map pool to this point.
yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of
Wow.
trying to hopefully figure things out, because if Vegas find themselves down 0-2 in this series, you don't feel good about their chance of putting together a reverse sweep against the Seattle team that is flowing in hardpoint and has always been good in search and destroy.
Yeah, this needs to be the answer if you are the Vegas Legion. They're currently, as an organization, on a 3-loss streak in search and destroy, 2 to LAT, 1 to Optic
Hey,
Texas.
have you ever been
but
on
a
a
lot
jet
of those search
ski?
and destroys were very, very close. It's just now you're going
No.
against this roster.
Oh my
Seattle, who, like you
gosh.
said, so far in the season, are one of the best.
The reason I asked is because Robert just messaged me saying that he just went on a jet ski for his first time.
And I would think, like with players like 0-4 added to the lineup, he would only definitely increase that. But when you make a
You
roster
know, I
change,
never have.
you have to go through the lumps and bumps and all
Those
that
aren't
good
really,
stuff
like,
in
too
practice
common out here.
to perfect this S&D gameplay, because you're usually
Yeah, I
scrimming
guess
the
that makes
respawn and
sense.
the controls. S&D is probably in the back of your mind, but with this roster having more and more reps underneath their belt,
Like, there's some
obviously you
people
wanna
that
run
have them
things
here,
and
but
put them on full display here to show that
not a
you're
lot
good.
because it's like
Yeah, I
they
love
have to
that call,
store
and we'll,
them
I think, see some of the numbers
for the
of what we're
winter.
talking
It's
about
not
to
like there's
really
a lot of
kind of isolate that point and really
times
hit it
to
home.
use it.
But the fact of the matter is, for Vegas, the search and destroy has not really been a staple of their gameplay.
Yeah, it's fun.
been their
I need to
worst
get one
mode,
of those
technically
things
speaking.
that
Now, I
attach
think
to
thing
the
about it
back
is,
of my
outside of
glasses
a
that
couple of
like
maps here and
I
there,
can
they
secure
don't
them to my
often get
head,
really
you know?
blown out in search.
Yeah.
It just feels like they're missing out on
Because,
opportunities
well,
where they
because
really
when you do
shouldn't
shit
be.
like that,
And
like
I
the
think in
jet ski,
particular,
like
as we
you,
look at
a
the
lot of
S&D
people lose
attacks,
their
This
glasses.
has been, I think, the
Oh,
most
yeah.
appealing statistic to look at overall, because Vegas is
I'll
playing
give you some
more
prescription
than
goggles and you're just
anyone else
like-
in the league. However, they cannot win a post plant to save their
Lock 'em
lives.
to your head.
Only about a quarter of their post plants find success. So with the team that plants the bomb in nearly 2/3 of the round, you gotta start finding post plant setups that get you round wins.
You have to, man, because that's completely unacceptable. We're talking about the time is starting to tick down. The team on defense has to make the play. You don't basically have to do anything. You
I just
have
wanna
to
eat
make sure they're
something
not
now,
sinking that
though.
deep for you. So Vegas Legion are definitely looking at that statistic to definitely improve here.
Do you have anything
And on
that's,
the
like,
opposite side for Seattle, you
super
saw for them,
fast
they
to,
don't really
like,
to
cook
play
in the
the bomb.
microwave?
So I think if you are Vegas Legion, you know
no,
that they're
I
not
don't
going
like
to
so.
success at least putting that bomb down.
rolls or bagel
Contest them as much as you possibly can, but more focus for
I
them
don't
has
think
to
so.
be on your attacks. You get that bomb down, you find that openly first blood. Post plant setups need to be a lot better.
Correct, and there is a lot to be told about what that opening duel win percentage looks like. For Vegas, it's been pretty solid this
Dang.
year, but Seattle's new roster,
Breezy
kind of going
almost
back to your
got
point, Jay, they have
fucked
actually
up.
not found a lot of success getting first bloods and converting. So
Yeah.
there could be a pathway here for Vegas in terms of how do you start yourself off right. It's by finding first bloods. Not going to happen here in round number 1, though. Hook is able to tally the first, and wouldn't you know it, that's also the bomb carrier.
Yeah, that's going to make this a lot more difficult for Vegas League, because Attach obviously knows where Hook went off the exit, but it's all about this timing, thinking about that, about retrieving that bomb, and also trying to play for this kill. They're setting him up for the trap, and
Nice.
unfortunately, Hook is not able to take down one. Vegas Legion making it 3v3 again.
Yeah, and that really kind of
Attach
isolates
is
this opening
almost
duel to be a moot point.
They had
Down to
there.
a 3v3, Seattle's defense playing very far back. Lots of focus. Oh, over towards this B site. Oh no, I don't think he necessarily meant to slip off. He misses the timing on Nero climbing the ladder by a fraction of a second, and that's going to lead to a bomb plant. So now the post plant setup. This is what we're looking at. Can Vegas find ways to hold? Geo up top at Heli, able to find at least first contact, but can't
Dang, these
find
look
a kill yet.
good.
And here comes Seattle, Jay.
Oh, and 04 at least got
At your
info onto
Tropical
2 players.
Smoothie
Should be able to
Cafe,
get the freebie onto Geo,
they
makes
have
it
these,
3v2. Also was able to
chicken
spot
bacon
Nero,
ranch,
and now
like-
the information is already gained.
like,
Attached in the back of his palm.
not a
someone
wrap,
stick
but
the
it looks like a
defuse.
chalupa
Yeah,
kind of.
attaches is too far away.
It's
And
like on
wow,
pita bread or something.
That is a ton
Yeah.
of info gathering from 04. A little solo mission again. We
Yeah.
talked about him not playing around the objective on the hard point, just kind of floating, finding kills, making life easier for his squad mates. No further definition of that than that example right there.
And even though Seattle Surge walked away with the round win, that just comes back to the opening duel win percentage, turning them into conversion rate. When you get that first blood, especially with Hook all the way on their side of the map, you probably want to take
What's your
more
closest
ground and not
Jersey
leave him
Mike's
out to
there?
dry by himself, because you could push
Yeah.
up, take more
I mean,
places,
it's
and potentially
over
find yourself in a
by
trade
where
scenario to make that
Tropical
round a lot
Smoothie is.
easier. But still, Seattle Surge on
I'm
the
like
back of
just
04,
looking at all the
gets
times on
Cookout.
every
these
single
different
ounce of
places, and
information
it
to
says
close out that
58
round, secure the
minutes.
first.
Another 0 for 1
Could be an
post-plant
accident or
situation for
something.
Vegas.
That's why I was
Not
like,
to say we're
geez,
going to
wonder
count
why
it
that
and
one's
keep tally of
full.
it, but we very well may if the stats keep unfolding the way that they do. Hook the bomb carry here for Seattle on their first offensive attack. Vegas stacking the box over towards B. Lots of nades over the top. That does land for Abuza's first blood. But Hook not deterred from still climbing up the ladder. Does he expect the player in the corner? Barrel was showing for a second, but neither player
I mean,
aware
like,
that
why is
Nero's stuck
Nero
now,
looking
but
there?
has enough help from Attach. Stun comes through. A little bit of extra separation. Attach backs off for a second, but it's all
What
four.
is Nero
Responding
doing?
with a double of his own, leaving it with a 1v1.
Oh, man!
Boy!
No
Propane
way!
tank antics happening. All you can do is laugh about it.
I feel like, Alan, this happens to us every time we're on
Nero
our
was
rush.
just
The
playing like his
demonic
fucking-
propane tanks. Basically sets up 04 to clutch up in the 1v2. That's all out teamwork for Seattle. I'm pretty sure Hook was trying to stick that bomb plant, but he was able to at least spot the gun peeking out in that corner. But the fact that it turns into a one-on-one and Gio doesn't even have to shoot his gun to lose the gunfight, that is an insane round. Great plays right there out of the propane to secure for Seattle.
That guy's clutch, man, that propane tank.
He's
good-
like 100 and
he's
0.
good for He's good for a 1-for-1 trade every time.
Untradeable, dude.
Well, Seattle looking to get a little bit more aggressive here on this defense. Brezzy up top almost finds his fate by way of the propane tanks. Tags are through, but he still will survive to tell the tale. Vegas still looking a little bit weary about any further push-ups towards the underground. Everyone going to make sure that they stay safe in the opening 30 seconds, and now their offensive hit can start to develop.
And so far, that's been 30 seconds wiped off the game clock. They spot not a single player from Seattle Surge trying to get aggressive, so now it's time for you to make the move. They're slowly working their way up through B. Brezzy not able to win that gunfight onto attach. So the first blood in favor of Vegas, but 0-4 instantly with the response.
3v3 Hook. Oh, in and around. To see, ooh, just kind of holds his ground. That works out for one, but Abuza over the top, oh, just completely whiffs.
Yeah, but Abuza at least has info.
Maybe even eliminate a
just
second.
0-4 didn't do shit about it.
Pushing forward, Abuza, a little red dot chase, not going to happen, and that will be it.
What's
as
up,
a little
Cole?
bit of an extra set of pressure comes from the back.
What are you doing, Cole?
Vegas cleaning their final 3 kills, get him on the board.
Yeah, Vegas found the first blood onto Brezzy.
When's your birthday? Isn't it soon?
Trade effectively drew down low. I thought Hook was going to end up with the snap bottom pit, but
Isn't
once
it
he
in
falls
like a couple
and
days?
at least finds the timing to spot 2 players. Just some premature shots there. Probably wants to have that round back because he definitely could have been a deciding factor if Seattle could have won up 3-0 there.
Yeah, just a couple of missed chances right there off of what should have been, I think, in a lot of people's minds.
2 days? Okay, so the 30th?
Gunfights to come through, but Vegas will take advantage.
Wow, how old are you turning? 23?
Their first round. And now what's the adjustment for their defense after, again, the propane tank foiled their last round? Nero getting aggressive right through the underground. 0-4, does he get the check on this over the top of the shoulder? Brezzy has moved over.
Nice.
But I don't know if they've
homework or work.
That silence gets popped. There's the awareness that there are players immediately above, and Nero very cautiously closes the door and gets to work on this flank. The problem is Seattle has already made just as far of advanced moves over towards this A side. Gio's in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, Gio's in a little bit of trouble, but you can already see
Gio is so
Brezzy
lost.
in your mini-map, he had the heads up that something
like more lost than Nero.
Sun connected early on onto Nero, so he instantly found himself now in a 3v2.
15? I swear you've been 15 for like 3 years.
2v2. Great plays out of Dill.
Dude, this map is turning into a PvE fest. Let's see. Trades out Brezzy. Now it's just down to 0-4. He's on the hunt. Has a seam in the corner, and that'll be enough for the isolated clean 1v1. Now it's just down to him versus Attach. The new guy versus the long-standing veteran, and 0-4. Careful, tippy-toe your way through. Gets the reset. 22 seconds on the clock. Looking to play for the high ground first. Attach is still holding over towards his right windows. Is there an angle here for 0-4 to get this successfully planted? Attach is so worried about the underground, Jay, but it does look like this is going to turn into a 40-second 1v1.
Yeah, 0-4, he gained that info early on. That Attach put down a couple shots. He's working his way through underground. Now that bomb's going to get planted for free. 0-4 spots him, so he should be able to line this one up for free. Another clutch out of this young man. Every single time we watch
Vegas is just getting absolutely sloshed.
But no more than here so far. 2 back-to-back
just freaking smacked around.
I mean, the rapid rise of 0-4 was going to have to be studied in years to come.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, legitimately out of
nowhere. Have you been playing COD?
First year in Challengers, played an event and a half.
What have you been up to besides
this new Seattle roster
school?
Is really vibing right now. You can definitely feel the energy's elevated a lot.
Yeah.
So, Vegas now in a little bit of trouble here. Down 0-1 in the map count. Down pretty big here in the surge. I know it's just 3-1. I don't mean to get ahead of myself, but you've got Gio at 0-4. Really the only one participating for round-winning plays has been attached to this point. And it just feels like Seattle has a better handle on the map at the moment.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of controlling that right street on every single time of their defenses. The only defense that they lost was Brezzy ended up getting picked off first.
Nice.
But already into this round, it's a trade back and forth. Instantly into a 3v3.
You been grinding cameras? Oh, shoot. Well, let me know if you ever want to play some Warzone. I'll get on. I'll probably...
Quick awareness to 0-4, pushes through blue,
I would like to play today after I stream this.
Towards green side.
But usually, at that point, then it's like 7, and I'm like, I don't even feel like playing anymore.
Hold a post plant. This one a bit more limited in numbers. Opening shots from 0-4, connects on the Gio, and he predicts it.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness, this kid is everything. 10-2, 5 in a row. No, sir, old man. Now about a 4-1 tally.
He's letting them know, not today. You're not going to catch me lacking off these post plans. We're going to keep that statistic going downward for you guys as 0-4 gets it done with the 2 on the round. Man, oh, man, every single time. Seattle Surge, they're just so great on the mid-round adjustments. Like, it turned into a 2v2. The trade is instantly going to be there. Once he finds that kill on Tenero, he allows the bomb plant to go down, but you're not expecting this route out of 04 to push all the way through your base, literally in the back of your spawn building, find the first kill through the propane, and then find the easy read onto attach. One kill off of earning himself a cruise missile. Yeah, let's continue to play this one slow.
This is heat check.
Do you want to play today, Cole? Or what are your plans for the rest of the day?
Oh, man! Oh, my goodness! Send him to control at this point. Cruise missile earned 11 and 2, and yeah, why not call that down? Confirm yourself a B plant.
I mean, yeah. It's kind of crazy that the rest of his team is just 1 and 3, 3 and 4, 2 and 5, and then there's 04 that's 12 and 2.
04 finds over the Cruise. Now it's a 3v2. Geo and Nero left to clutch on up.
And good luck. I mean, with 04 still alive, this kid's raid boss. Nero looking to push forward, confirming the damage from his teammate Geo up top, but 04 just still throws
well, you can
the
just,
tiniest of shoulders,
like, message
that,
me.
Yep, there's a push through. He'll
and,
reset. Brezzy, the next one to check for the defuse, does get
we
caught.
Can see,
Nero on the follow. If 04 pulls this off,
if you're still on.
contract. No, not gonna happen. Nero does get the shutdown, and that's actually a massive round for Vegas.
Yeah, you can't let that one go if you are the Surge. Like, you get the opening first blood with the gunny out of 04, then you get the second kill with the Cruise, and then you allow a 2v4 to simply just get away from you. That can't happen if you are the Surge. The post plan needs to be better, but as we take a look at the replay, just wall bangs, not missing a single bullet. The guy was definitely in rank play, getting in a warm-up this morning. But Seattle Surge, even with all that just happened, they choked that round. You're definitely going to want that one back, man.
Yeah, that I'm telling you, that is a massive reset in this map for Vegas to pull away that round. No more cruise missile. You secure yourself a 2v4 essentially. And now an opportunity to bring this thing back to within 1. Can heads cool a little bit here though? Get yourself into level footing. Trophy system denying some opening utility from Seattle. I'm really actually this is trophies on both sides denying, but it's a lot of utility being thrown. A lot of players are weak.
Just killed his own teammate.
That's a bounce back off the nade. Hugel dropped to a team nade, so an early 4v3 here for Vegas.
Now Vegas Legion just need to put themselves in a situation to where they can play trades or play for the info that's already going to be gained. You at least spot Brezzy through the underground. Gonna rally the true subs and try to execute a blue push out towards A, but no, you just gotta go back towards B because you have the numbers. And now it turns into a 3v3.
Like I'm hot, but I'm cold.
Yeah, you got Geo kind of helping on support for this
Lag.
Trojan. Does well to get one, but
Geo, what are you looking
at? Forward, trying to play deep
and if you're gonna look there, why are you so fucking exposed?
Brezzy down low, shut down by Asim, and it all rests with Abuza for the 1v2 situation. And he is a bit trapped at the moment, trying to pull a similar route.
Who's trapped? No one is trapped.
Maybe he can catch timing here onto Asim. Yeah, sure does. That's a freebie. It predicts the second, but no.
Yellow.
Shots are good. How about it? Vegas down just 1.
Yeah, that was a perfect read right there out of Abuza in the 1v2, but just better shots from Nero to close out the round. I don't know what it looked like off the rip of that round for Seattle Surge.
I put up sound panels for my room.
Once you give the first play in favor of Vegas, they're going to take full advantage of it. Bomb goes planted, and that was the first successful post plant. Great job.
Yeah. Some of them are like smaller than others.
Okay. Now everything has to start to again. Get back into control here if you're Seattle. A couple of good rounds here from Vegas in a row. Nero on 4 in a row in particular. And this is all in the midst of a very explosive 13 and 4 from 04 through 7 freaking rounds. Stuns landing over towards backside blue. That's from the defensive side for Vegas. Hook aware that he could be challenged at any moment, so he turns his attention for just a brief second. And now Abuza also catches just a bit of info that Geo's playing on the A site, and that may be enough to actually deter for Seattle from playing over towards A completely.
Yeah, any info is good info. It's already been 30 seconds left off the game clock, so eventually Seattle Surge got to work out of their base, and as they try to do that, Geo lines up 04 with the Semtex. Not the guy you want to fall, who's top slinging the entire lobby. And then Nero also takes care of Hook. That is going to be your bomb carrier, so it turns into a 4v2, making it 3v1.
Yeah, Brezzy will be pretty much in the Bermuda Triangle here.
I did a
Stuck
horrible
between
job
different
of
Vegas
making them
members. The
straight.
team will confirm that he is playing from bottom blue. No worries for the follow-up from behind. So after the saved round after the cruise missile lands, for a 2v3 for Vegas, they pull a convincing offense, and that has been the most stable defense we've seen from them to this point. Things starting to really trend back to Vegas's direction. You need a response from Seattle in this next round.
Yeah, it wasn't shooting bodies from 04 when he clutched up in that 2v1, but it was a little bit of looking at Attach's body saying no, and that might still be the fact. The job is not finished. We got to stay locked into the map, and
that's
Vegas
why you
Legion
don't
now have
shoot
off the back of a
bodies or
4v2 a chain, 3
teabag
rounds
or
in a row
shake your
to
head,
tie this
because
game
then
up.
you just... It
This
was
could be a
4-1,
0-0.
now it's 4-4.
Vegas Legion on the attacking side. 2 players trying to get aggressive up through the green fence, but just making sure no one's going to jump in towards B, so they know where the pressure's going to be.
Topside elevator propane will explode. Geo
Oh
still
no, that looks pretty cool.
looking to maybe make a play on that. He's holding that angle. I think they know someone's up there. Doesn't make a difference though. Prezi down low is helping support 04.
Yeah, I got it,
Seem no good.
from
now
one of
Geo
my
has to come
friends
help this
for
if
like a
you're gonna try to
birthday
look for a
present or
plan.
something like
He's
that.
still watching from like deep towards spawn. Yeah, he
Yeah,
had
I
a
like
look.
that.
I think
That's
at
nice.
04 up the ladder, just could not quite find it. So
Speaking of
now he's
birthday
playing a really
presents,
passive angle.
I
and it
found
seems
out
kind of on an island right here. I mean, he's going to need a
parents
little
were
bit of help,
giving
but they
me
want to get him
from
on
the
plan.
start.
Oh yeah,
I
what
only
is it?
asked for one thing,
At least
first
based
of
off
all.
Seattle Surge,
A
it says
PC?
that
I asked for,
everyone watching over that site. 04's gonna put down a couple
well,
of
you
shots,
know,
eventually sets up Geo for
I
the
know
kill.
the answer to that,
Now
so I
Vegas
was like,
Legion
there's
in
no
the man
way
advantage. You just have
they're
to try to
getting
work
it
this
from me, so
objective,
why
but
would I
Hook has
ask?
worked himself
Yeah.
into a great
asked for
position.
a
This is an
microphone,
absolutely beautiful defensive
like
spot.
with like
Only
those
question
those
is if he
stands.
gets hit through
Yeah.
mid-map,
Like
has
with the
to kind of
microphone-
trust
yeah.
that he's
And
putting in a
then-
good angle here.
When my dad asked,
Hit from Vegas also needs to come through sooner
yeah.
rather than later. There's the slide across the seam, just could not
Can't
quite
hear
lock
me.
down the shots through the red tower. Booza
it
also
said
helps up by
from
finding
Amazon
one. They know
Shopping,
where
and then it
Attach is.
said the
Hook
name.
separates himself.
And I
Plays
heard-
around the
I heard
backside of elevator,
N,
not gonna give Attach a chance
and
to
then
win
it
this by
was
way of
like,
an early
ah,
gunfight.
stop,
He
stop,
has
stop,
to
stop,
plant, and Hook
And
may
the
have
thing
played
is
this
called
absolutely
Mayano,
perfectly.
so I was
Oh,
like-
he doesn't see Attach on the
Yeah,
bomb.
we got it.
So we're gonna get the 1v1.
So what is that?
Attach goes down low. Hook is seeing
Mayano.
it. Just down to confirming the kill. Up
so
and
like
over.
a
Works out for the
microphone company.
1v1, and
Oh, okay.
Seattle will get their 5th.
And that is all on the back of Hook, just putting himself in that position to shut down the
Hey,
bomb carrier
okay.
on Vegas Legion. And once it turns into a one-on-one, to not panic in that moment. I thought Attach was going to get great timing. If he finds a different exit from that side instead of jumping on their side pit, Hook has no info on where the hell he has went. But once he spots him, uses that rival 9 to the best of his ability, up close in person to secure the one-on-one. Seattle Surge stopped the bleeding.
Let's
and are now at
see.
game point.
I think
Yeah,
it's
huge turnaround right there, especially with
it's either
the
Optic
sudden
in their
cool-off from
match
04.
that's
Hard
next,
to expect him to
or
keep that up for the entirety of the map. He's done his job.
Hey, he shouldn't have
So
shot
good to see the
bodies,
rest
or
they
basically
do
looked
well.
at bodies and said no, you know?
or
That's fair.
Phase.
Nero's also stepped up in a big way for Vegas,
Optic
trying to get
versus
to a very
Heretics
even
is
tally
next.
with the opening surge.
And
from
Phase
04, no
versus
pun intended.
Subliners.
Hook, bomb carrier over towards B, stunned, but not affected enough to get up the ladder. And he's gonna go for the quick plant. He's got support from 04 on this backside of elevator, so a quick plant now has a different test here for Vegas on the retake.
I love this. I love this play so far. The Seattle Surge, they set the tone on this round. Go to smoke grenade to make sure you still have the ability to contest the site, but the gunfight goes in favor of Nero. Vegas with the first blood.
Oh, and the second 04 gets shut down over towards the elevator. Now all of a sudden Seattle has to start going forward. They need to check the bomb. Prezi gets distracted by Attach. Oh, but the kills are good. Booz is able to find one off the bomb. It's just down to a seam for the 1v2. Moves over, MCW in hand, but tries to pick up the bomb
I
for
mean,
sneaky defuse. And it
I
will not
really
be
thought at
allowed.
least it would
Seattle
be,
will take the search, avoid what was nearly a catastrophic letdown considering the start from 04, and now they're 2-0 up in the series.
Whew. It started to get scary for Seattle Surge.
I thought it would at least be close
but they were able to stop
between
the bleeding,
these.
clutch up in a 1v1. And then even in the final round, Boozer doing a great job of cover firing over his teammates on that left side of the street. When Hook lost that gunfight and then they dropped initially for the second kill as well, it was instantly responded with a trade from a Boozer. So it was a 4v2, turns into a 3v2, and then a Boozer also finds his second on the round. The fact that Prezi was able to work his way up the middle of the map, win that one-on-one versus Tats as well, was chef's kiss, because a Boozer finds 2 on the left. You find the player on the over towards the middle of the map, so that forces the bomb carrier to now relieve himself from his duty. And then at that point, it was just not enough time to locate where Boozer was or even think about that objective. He's able to clutch up in another round for Seattle Surge to close out the Surge to destroy 6-4, and now up 2-0 in the series.
Trying to
time.
look at this.
Unbelievable stuff. 13-7 for 04 is where it stops. He was 12-2 at one point, but that's a minor footnote considering the single-handed ability of him to win rounds in the early stages of this search and destroy. So after the blowout, map number 1, it was a hot start for Seattle, closed out with a win, and now we go to the follow-up question of, is this Seattle team really for real? They're going to go back to an invasion control, which they won last week for New York. It was their first win really, it felt like forever.
Yep.
When it came to a control. In fact, it was one of their first wins on Invasion since the opening weekend at Major 1 qualifier. So if Seattle could find a 3-0 here, I think they pretty much win
Logan
over the
Paul is
committee and
having
say,
a
this is
girl.
not just a top 6 team. They may be battling for 5th overall in the power ranking. I don't know. We'll see. But it is Invasion Control. When we come back, don't go far. We got a break coming up.
Oh,
and then
cool.
we're into it right after this.
Yes.
Have you tried the prime of strawberry banana?
No.
It is so good. It tastes like a smoothie.
Oh.
It's so good. I think that might have to be my favorite.
Upgrade your game
I must
with the
try.
Scuf, the official controller
Yeah.
of the Call of Duty League.
And I
The Call of
think,
Duty League is
like,
brought to
I
you
don't
by
like-
Monster Energy,
I like
the
getting
official
them
energy drink of the
individually.
CDL.
Even though they might come from the same pack, but like, I've noticed that when I get the actual like pack of Prime, that it tastes like it's been like it tastes like it got too hot and I'm tasting the plastic a little bit in some of the flavors. So I like can't stand drinking it from the pack anymore. And I don't really taste that when I get them individually. So I'm just getting them individually.
Yeah.
What is that?
Some eggs and avocado.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this might be a DoorDash day. Like 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. I feel like Optic might do some dumb shit. It might be like 3-1. FaZe, I more than likely will be a 3-0. And the very off chance, I think it'll be probably a 3-1. I thought that Vegas would at least get a map, but it doesn't even look like that was gonna happen. Oh yeah, baby, when you can and want to do it, when we make a thumbnail for like the CDL stuff, well, we can also talk about that later. We kind of just do what like Scump and like Octane do, except not my face in the middle.
Okay.
Where it's like the actual like individual players, like maybe
Okay.
like the most popular player.
That's fine, we can do that.
Control, I hope that Vegas will take this map so that we can actually see some COD, but I don't know. Yeah, that looks good, babe.
It's yummy. I put there's like that everything bagel seasoning you can get like a
Yeah.
thing of it. As I put on there.
I don't know what I'm in the mood for.
Welcome back, everybody. We're in a very opening dominant express here when it comes to Seattle running away with the series at the moment, 2-0 up. But for Vegas, good news on the horizon. You got an invasion control here for map number 3. But I have to say, Jay, I think a lot of people right now are looking at this Vegas team, and the scrutiny is probably getting heavier and heavier based on the roster change not leading to as much as success as maybe people were hoping for.
Yeah, that's the thing that's really questioning me. Like, my eyebrows are raising because at least with Purge on the roster, whenever you went up
What
against
should I
someone
eat?
not in the top 4, you always went down to the wire, or you always walked away with the W. So far this series, they just simply haven't had an answer.
I don't even think I have the DoorDash. Oh yeah,
So far
I
this
know.
series is at a point 8 alongside Geo, so it's just a new team thing. They just haven't figured it out yet, and you don't want to be that roster to lose 0-3 here. You have to try to fight back.
Well, you kind of saw it on the statistics. Obviously, we know Seattle's marks not great across the board. Really, though, the recency bias
McAllister's
gives
is on
you
here.
maybe a little bit of hope here that Seattle can kind of turn this into not just one control win, but maybe a second, as they won this map versus New York last week. But for Vegas, they have been a defensive juggernaut, rarely letting up ticks of progress. The big issue has been finding offensive success, which, to be fair, no antics towards A to start here. It's just get our ticks at B, make our moves towards the middle of the map, and see what we can create on rotation.
And the good thing is for Vegas Legion, they found all the kills right off the rip. So they have a majority of the map control, and Seattle Surge now put on their back foot. They have to try to clutch up in a bunch of these gunfights, and none of them are going in their favor. They have yet to find one on the round. Nero, all you have to do is find this kill onto 04, and the stack is going to be in at A. B is almost done, but the first segment is here.
And you got a trophy system denying a lot of this opening utility. Abuza trying to work their way back in.
I mean, they
won't
got a
clear
tick
off
on
the
it, so
zone,
that's
only
good.
allowing one tick of progress to be captured. At the same rate, the exit from A back to the middle of the map has also been really good for Seattle, and they're finding exit kills over towards B. So maybe a bit of a slow start for
Now
the
I
defense,
just feel
but
like
a
it's
quick
gonna be
bounce
the
back, as now they've completely
same
dominated
thing
the map
over
and
and
ripped it
over
away from
again.
Vegas.
Yeah, now they have a lot of mid-map control, and Vegas Legion forced to try to overextend their way out. Pushing through this B point hoop over towards DVDs, finds that one-on-one versus Nero. And at least the positioning right now out of Brezzy is going to know exactly where all of Vegas Legion are planning their
I was
attack
like,
from. It's
okay,
all through
let
the
me. I
overextension,
was like, I
so
see
let's just keep on building
Five Guys
layers
on
and
here
keep
because I
on
forgot
solving up
Five
this
Guys
game
is also over where everything else is.
Just gives up the
I was like,
angle
let
right as
me
Hoop was crossing
let
into
me
his line of
actually
sight.
look at their prices,
But-
because if I go, I don't
And
really
they'll
look at
be
the price. I
Vegas
just
still
get
looking to
something.
largely play
You
this
know?
on the overextension around
And
the
it's
back,
like
and this
just
may
the
be the one area of
cheeseburger
approach
is
that Seattle is not
$13.31.
fully ready for. Seems
Oh my
still trying
God.
to find the isolation, but Hoop with the rival 9 in hand is just
It's
too
like,
good in
why?
close quarters. Finds himself a double, and now Nero's left at an island over towards the backside of Garage, and he is being hunted. Surely only a matter of time before he's found, and that is indeed the case. Down to
Geo is
60 seconds on the
one.
clock, and Seattle
Okay.
have brought the life
At least
count
he's
back to
even
more
right now.
manageable terms.
Yeah, that's already been a minute wiped off the game clock. So now Vegas Legion
Oh yeah,
only have one
Panda
or two more good
Express.
pushes, but
Did I
Seattle
just
Surge is doing a
forget
great
everything
job
that's
of
here?
keeping the kills scattered. That's another 3 dead. The only player on the point is going to be attached. But there's more players from Seattle Surge just ready to pounce, because everyone from Vegas Legion all the way across
And
the
then you
map
go to like
is gonna
Burger
have to win
King, and
3
it's like a
gunfights to at least secure the
cheeseburger.
second
It's
segment, but cannot
$2
find one. Seattle Surge still
Yeah.
locked that push, and now only 45 seconds left. Vegas Legion only have one more shot.
Yeah, Tatcher's kind of left out to dry right there. I mean,
Yeah.
3 players off spawn for Vegas. None of them even bothered even playing towards the middle of the map, let alone the A
Oh, no,
street.
gee.
And now all of a sudden, Brezzy's created some issues for Vegas off spawn. Fortunately for Vegas fans, he's dealt with quickly. But we've got 28 seconds on the clock. This is, for all intents and purposes, kind of the last opportunity for Vegas, and it's coming together very slowly, and maybe more importantly, and maybe more aptly, it's falling apart in pieces. Just individual kills here and there, now allowing Seattle to push up. Brezzy gets a read, says, I'm not interested in really losing my life. Just hold off, kill the clock, and this elimination through laundry may just determine the rest of the round. 04 is able to find his second kill, and with that, it'll be the round going to Seattle's defense, giving up 4 total ticks.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good stuff
I don't
right
know,
there from
Gio
Seattle
is
Surge
on
to
one
just
today,
stabilize
dude.
the map when they needed to.
Or
And then
is
even
it
when
on
Vegas
one
Legion
today?
found
'Cause
themselves
it's
around
2 and 4.
DVD area, around Cafe, and even pushed up towards Blue with a couple players trying to contest them towards Mannequin, Seattle Surge did not panic in those moments. They knew where the pressure was coming in. They knew if we clutch up on these one set of fights, then we could potentially put them into the trap. They found all the kills at the right time, but you do give up one segment at that 8 points. So Seattle Surge in the back of their mind, we need to try to at least get one done at A.
See what the break-off is going to look like here. Again, the marks for Seattle are 11th or 12th, pretty much across the season in control, and no
Yeah.
matter what category you put it at. But the big moniker here is that, yes, thank you, production. It's like you knew where I was going with this. These guys don't lose defense. If you're Vegas, absolutely dominant affairs. And I want to say the one time they did lose a defense is one of the one times they've ever lost this map. So those are things to keep in the back of your mind here. Abuza quickly already able to find first blood as Seattle once more just kind of taking a lot of their focus in the middle of the map. Nice little route hit by Hook will again just create more opportunity for free capture.
Yeah,
over
Hook is
towards
kind
B.
of
a little bounce off the
playing
zone
a
for
little
now as
chaotic.
Abuza will actually find a little bit of success moving over towards A, but he's being tested. Is he? Oh, that's not a good one for the Esteem haters out there. You're going to be clipping that one and chipping it. Oh no, and it's not getting any better. Hook now on 5 in a row, looking for number 6, but turned aside through mid-street. But in the meantime, Seattle really committed to this A rotation, Jay, and they've lost a lot of time off the clock to not really get much entry.
Yeah, that's
Nice
tough,
nade
especially
from
with that
Nero.
double nade coming over the top. So now Vegas Legion know we have a lot of mid-map control. We're trying to put them in the trap, and this is why Vegas Legion are so damn good on defense, because they outslay teams
Why would
by
Attach
6
not
or more
look there?
kills every single time they're on that side. But Seattle Surge, they were trying to just capitalize on an opportunity with all the kills going down on the map to get something done at A. But Vegas Legion, they were able to stabilize that. Now Seattle Surge have did the rotation over towards B, where the second segment is about to get complete.
The Semtex catches the outside of the wall from Nero, so not going to deter any of this capture. And that will look pretty likely like it's going to be a third tick, although Vegas is still trying to get this to go. If you're going to hit this, you got to hit it quickly. Gio's got to get here in a contest. Just slides in the nick of time. Hook bounces out, finds the kill. Brezzy right there to support, and that is an expensive challenge from Vegas. The extra 60 gets tallied. Live still looking good for Vegas for the time being,
Dang.
but Seattle's wow, exit away, and wow, you said it. I mean, Hook the nuke definition of right now is he absolutely blows away a handful.
If this
and
was
now
on
an opportunity
land,
for him to
the
get
crowd
behind
would
his
have been
player
like,
Laundry. Doesn't quite expect it, still tries
That's
to
what they
turn
do.
to fight back, but does get
Anytime he
taken away,
pops
and
off.
Vegas can reestablish the defensive line.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell Hook was able to get that kill. My rival 9 does not kill like that in rank, but obviously he's shooting nukes. At least if you are Vegas Legion, you need to try to clutch up on these fights, because at least Seattle Surge have a lot of mid-map control. Players already pushed out towards A Street. You have somewhat cafe control as well. Vegas Legion at least doing a great job. One player in towards the point. Winning is one-on-ones. You have the crossfire to the map, so no need to panic yet if you are
We're
Vegas.
stuck.
Still a lot of focus right through the front, though.
You
from
were
Seattle,
stuck,
trying to get their
bro?
way back over towards the previously
No,
captured
Grayson
B-zone.
asked me why I pulled his chicken
Vegas
nuggets apart.
reading it pretty nicely.
I said
all
they were
things
stuck.
Oh, especially if Nero finds himself a couple.
Oh.
The pistol out almost gets the triple, but
Look what I
still,
got.
job done here for Vegas. Holding a
Oh, no.
one-life lead, 30 seconds on the clock, and you've got pivotal positions here at mid.
Yes, Seattle Surge.
Oh, yeah,
So
Cole,
Booz
have you
simply
had the
back
new
down from his
Feastables?
positioning after finding that trade. He's just waiting for the troops so he
Yeah.
can establish at least one more good push.
Not yet, no.
I think
over towards the
they
same
taste a
point,
lot
which is
better,
how
in
spread
my
Vegas
opinion.
Legion are. It's gonna be difficult to break into their setup, and especially to get past
It
the
is
gunny
very
of Attach,
good.
who finds himself on 4 in a row. No more respawns left for Seattle Surge.
Do they? Are there
Vegas
like
Legion
different flavors
doing
too?
what they do best, dominating on the defensive end.
Yep, and that's going to give them the one-tick advantage through the
There's
first
different
set of
flavors than
offensive
just
rounds.
like milk chocolate,
Really
yeah.
good work from Vegas. Couple of moments that things got a little
Like
hairy. I
there's
think
like
that late contest over
dark
towards B.
chocolate, then there's
not
dark
perfect, obviously,
chocolate,
but
sea salt,
it does
there's
kill off a little bit of
peanut
extra
butter,
time, and
there's
the trades through
crunch,
mid-map have been
and the
really,
milk
really
chocolate
efficient
are
through
my
Vegas.
favorite.
Really on both
They're
sides,
really good.
offense and defense alike. So something that Seattle may have to
I
kind
haven't
of.
tried
Nice,
anything
that's
else.
Having a great performance from Hook as well. So, you know, it's one of those moments you just kind of look at him and say, hey, go do what you want to do. Wherever you're feeling it, go ahead and hit it, because he is shooting laser beams right now.
Laser
He did not start,
beam.
especially running a rival 9 on the station. You never usually find a lot of success, but when he's
I
hitting
mean, they
shots the way he
sent
does, it makes
3
anything
over
look
to
good.
A already. Fuck.
But now Vegas Legion back on the attacking side, just gonna do the easy work right off the rip. Not showing presence over towards A, just trying to maintain a little bit of that map control. Trying to catch a good plays from Seattle Surge off guard, and with
I
those two
mean,
initial
you
gunfights
gotta
going in their
take
favor,
advantage
this is
of
where they
this,
can apply
bro.
pressure over towards A.
We only
I
have
really love
one
this
left.
approach
Oh,
from
yeah,
Vegas.
yeah.
It's
Well, now let's
noise
do
and
it.
attention over towards A Street and Mid Cafe with no commitment, and then as soon as Seattle kind of hear all of this deafness that hits over towards A, they start to rotate back to the B zone, and Vegas haven't left. They're just sitting there waiting to pull that rotation over towards the opposite side of the map.
I think that was
Gives
a
them
dumb
look
play.
over towards the A zone. Doesn't fully work out for them, but the kills have been very convincing. So Vegas are going to walk away with an extra 60 seconds here at B. Seattle trying to contest the exit. This could get a little bit costly. An opportunity for them to try to actually challenge right back in, but it's just a little bit too slow. Extra 60s in, and now Seattle, they win the B Street back, but it comes at a bit of a cost as now Las Vegas could just come out of spawn and try to work their way over towards the A side.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Seattle just be a little bit more aggressive up towards the B point, because you know you have 7 minutes to make up, but you can make it a lot more difficult for Vegas Legion out of their base. That's where you can potentially pick a shutout. But with now a minute 45 left on the game clock, Vegas Legion know they cannot apply pressure up the B Street. We're gonna try to overextend and push
Just
over
win
towards
your
the A side, but
one-on-ones with
Boo's in a perfect
fucking
position
B
to continue to
Street.
cut them down.
Then you're out of
Boo's
there.
just not giving them anything. Gio on the corner, Nates will not
Oh my
land.
god, they're just
Yeah, I
dying
mean,
over
this
there.
is about as sturdy of a
What are we
position as you
doing?
could possibly get. Hook also assisting over towards the A bomb site. And yeah, this has been pretty flawless here from Seattle on that exit through B.
But to be
Vegas are actually
fair,
gonna try to re-clear
Vegas
this.
is still
This is
winning
gonna
with
feel
ticks,
very
so.
laborious to try to make this happen. Brezzy on 4 in a row. Has plenty of assistance around him, and yeah, there's just not an
And
angle for
in
Vegas
kills.
to hit anywhere. They're so scared of going through Abusa that they have to go through the triple stack down B Street.
Yeah, this is tough, man. Gotta just get past Brezzy. Good job to shut him down.
Actually, probably not on kills anymore.
4 in a row. If you are Seattle Surge, you can have a cruise missile going into your next attacking round.
Yeah, not
That can
on
work
kills
wonders,
anymore.
but Vegas Legion now have an opportunity as they got past that B tank. Already find himself over towards DPDs and Treehouse. But Abuza gets impatient in that situation, and now Vegas Legion have an opportunity to attack from multiple different angles.
Rezito up top at Broken. Oh, runs out of ammunition. May have had a chance for a second, but catching Nero. Finding a little bit of success here over towards the backside at Laundry. 04 trying to slide through. Denied by Attach. Does he get a prediction on the side? Oh! That is good. One more to follow up. Abuza on the hunt. Pistol out. Attach almost turns on him. But the damage has been dealt.
Yikes.
And now Brezzy and Abuza can get to work trying to lock down more of this A Street. They've done well to this point. Last attempt for Vegas would have to be by something created by Nero. Not really going to happen, and now it's desperation time for Vegas trying to get back to A.
Yeah, with only 8 seconds left, if you are attached, you just got to sprint right into the point, but the crossfires are going to be set up for Seattle Surge. They're going to be able to walk away with the defensive round. Up 2-1 on the control, but you know, in the back of their minds going into this attack, we have to get something done at A. We're currently down by 4 segments. We don't want to be the team.
They have to fully cap B and cap 2 on A to win in ticks.
So
if they cap 1 tick on A, then it goes to lives, and they are, I think, winning on lives. So they should do that.
That could be an opportunity here, right? I mean,
I would play off the cross. Like, I would sit in the back of the half wall in the middle of the courtyard, watch the cross, and just see how Vegas Legion are setting up off their defense, because you might just want to go stabilize right to B, just get that one out the way, but send a couple players to roam around that middle of the map, because if a lot of kills go in your favor, then you can pounce over towards A.
well, it will be a bit of
I
a
mean,
split
shoot,
hit.
if Surge wins this, they just 3-0'd Vegas. That's insane.
Something over towards the A zone, and hold on a second. It was a seconds. They can get 2 players on. Vegas are not anywhere near this. The long crossing angle from Nero is only a mild deterrent. So now you got nades, a trophy system, and everything you could possibly want. First ticket progress at A, gonna get locked in. Vegas on the recovery. Help from Seattle, trying to rotate over.
You better protect the fuck out of
B. They
B.
get that first tick, and now all attention goes back to B.
That's all you needed, because now if you are Seattle Surge, you've been able to outslay them a majority of this map. You
Yeah.
get these 3 captures done at B, you would guarantee yourself defense as long as you come out on top in the
What
engagement
are
battle
they doing?
in this round. That first segment is going to be complete. You do have Mook in a very crucial position towards top blue, just being a nuisance, causing mayhem for Vegas Legion. Now that's going to be 3 dead. This is where you can start to take that out of control, be a lot quicker.
Vegas loses because they are so
Pretty much a
shit.
guarantee. Gio's the only real defender that has slipped
Gio
through the Seattle hit, and he's getting taken down,
ass
found
today.
by Brezzy. So now you've got numbers for Seattle starting to amass in the middle of the map. A seat, come back through Laundry, turned on by 04. Shots from behind get him tagged up, and Nero will finish off the damage. Abuza trying to get into A, but we'll have to hold off for just a moment to stun locks him in place. He's got a trophy system at the ready, has the gunfight initially versus Gio, and
why
then
are
gets
you
caught
not
by a seam. Trying to
prepared for the second one? I don't get how people are still not playing. Oh, turned on.
No!
Jesus Christ.
Not like that! Asim should have had the freest kill of his life! Just got snapped on! And now the second ticket progress is in! Attached forces a team kill, but the rest of Vegas are here!
And now there's 2 segments complete if you are Seattle. You are currently up by 4 lives. You're going to guarantee yourself defense to go to round number 5. And now if you are Vegas Legion, you have to try to figure this out. Potentially earn yourself a couple cruise missiles and try to work on that attacking side in round number 5. But it's already job well done if you are Seattle Surge. You can walk away with this third segment as well. A clean 3-0 isn't too bad, as they already have a lot of cafe control. They're already applying pressure up through A Street. Vegas Legion need to iron up.
Couple of shots coming through. Abuza, hold on a second. Seattle could find success here from the front. Gio trying to get here to assist, but the clock has stopped. Abuza on the corner, dealt with by Gio. And a clean feed here for Vegas. Gets them back up the map. Who quickly off the respawn, though. Goodness gracious, Seattle are not losing these tough gunfights. And there's going to be still plenty of opportunity here for Seattle to hit this. You've got yourself a 4v3 right now. An opportunity to break through, attach over towards Laundry. Gets caught, look in the wrong direction. Nero trying to fill the gap.
Nero needed
only
that
gets
kill.
one. Stack. Gio,
Oh
shut
my
down.
God.
Here comes the stack. Seattle will find the third tick. And a 3-0 in the series, putting everyone in the league on notice.
This new Seattle roster,
wow.
they are just doing everything right. We're talking about opening HPs absolutely dominating. Search and Destroy, they almost let that one get away from them, but they were clutching up a majority of those rounds. And then even on the of control. This used to be literally the worst control team that we have in the game, but the roster change has done wonders for this team, man. They close it out in a clean 3-0. They walk away with 1 attacking round.
Why
Vegas
did
Legion
that
was
just come
literally
up on
the
my
best team on the
Twitter
defensive
page,
side. They
bro?
do not give up any segments on that
I
side of the map.
sent it.
But you could just tell how different it was for them, because for Seattle Surge, everyone's sitting at 4K, close to 5K damage. On the opposing side, Geo just did not have a good series today. We're talking about a map like Invasion where your ARs need to be felt, only 2,800 damage, 9 non-traded kills, 12 and 19 overall score. That's not the way you want to get it done. But Seattle Surge basically did exactly what they did in the hard point in that control. Just never give Vegas Legion any breathing room. We're talking about being great on defense, but they can never find a clean 2 to 3 to allow them to push up on the map. Every time they came off spawn, they were forced to iron up through
4
mannequin.
new players, or not players, but 4 new content creators. Because they just announced one, and Banks quoted that tweet and said 1/4, so like 1 out of 4.
Looking like a completely different unit ever since the addition of 04.
That's
man.
insane.
Congratulations to them.
You clutch up versus Carolina. You
Black
beat
boy
down on
Max.
New York in both the hard points, and now a 3-0 versus
I have
Vegas.
no idea
Let's
who
be
he
honest,
is. He
even though it was
isn't
an 0-3
even like a
versus
big.
Optic, those
Like
boys
I've
were
never
fighting.
heard of him.
So, as we get ready to throw things back to the desk, I guess the question to consider here is Seattle potentially threatening maybe a top 4 position in the league?
I think
Top
so.
4? No.
That's got to be thinking so too.
They're pushing it. I mean, they're top 6 for sure. There's no questions asked.
Nope. There's the big 4, and then there's Surge and Vegas and everyone else underneath them. Seattle Surge get the win over Vegas, though, and I don't know. Do you give the credit purely to Seattle, or are there issues in the Vegas camp?
I'm giving it to Seattle. I mean, there's clearly issues
there.
in the Vegas camp, and we'll get to that. But we got to show Seattle their love. I mean, they've had 3 signature wins against teams that you would place in the top 6 for sure. I mean, you're talking about Carolina, New York, doing it by way of Search and Destroy, doing it by way of Hardpoint, and this one, you're getting a little bit of it all in a 3-0 steamroll. Seattle is the real deal.
Did you not pick anything?
04 has turned this team around. Brezzy looking way more comfortable with the AR as well. Alley,
I don't think I'll be able to pick.
3-0 over Legion, though.
Well,
Okay, so I'll pick for you.
Vista, like Vegas just, whenever they did have that early rotation, they were getting instantly broke. And that's
you need to
almost
eat.
expectation, right? Seattle right now
Fine,
sitting in the
I'll
league.
find
They're the number 2
something,
holding 2 and the number 2 breaking team. So they just need to clean up their fundamentals a little bit. What do we see in the second half?
should
It's
save your
the
money.
early rotation over to that P1 to chain it, then into the P2 spawns, and hold
Where you
that
get
P3 to
hangry.
close it out. So for Seattle Surge, they're not only beating these teams, but they're making strides
Go
towards
eat.
getting
well,
better.
I just
Yeah, I
don't.
mean, you
like
know,
I'm not.
halfway through that
I'm
control, I'm
hungry,
sitting
but I
there,
have
look over
no
at
like
Chris and
hankering for
Elliot.
anything.
These
So
guys
it
are
makes me
legit.
not want to eat.
I mean, the way they're playing their trades, playing their lives, they're
K.O.B.
together.
said
I mean,
K
on their
pick
defenses, you got Abuza pushing up the street. He's comfortable playing the slow AR role. Everybody else is getting
I don't
mixy.
want her
And then
to
Ali
spend
mentions
money.
the Vista Hardpoint. It's like, okay, they only outslayed them by 1, yet the score was 250 to 110. How does that happen? And it's prioritization of the right thing. Second rotation, P1, Chris. As we mentioned, they steamrolled and
attach,
control the
man.
spawns for P2 and P3. We know how you can get those back-to-back. It's exactly what they do. Seattle are looking phenomenal. Great job by the management getting these guys locked and loaded, ready to go.
180 seconds of hill control is what
I
turned
know
around
that.
that hard point, and you can see Seattle locking down A was the final
Gio,
blow.
you should be
3-0 Legion
worried.
going packing, and it has been a rough 2 weeks for a squad that is now done leading into week 4. Let's take a look at our scuff play of the game, though. It's got to be 04 in S&D, right, Allie?
Yeah, it's probably him getting another cruise missile. I think this guy is literally averaging a cruise missile, a series, maybe even a map at this point, because he's guaranteed for at least 1. So this is going to be his opening 3, and he was doing it in every single round. And even when Las Vegas was trying to bring it back, he was pulling out moves like this and saying, nah, don't worry, guys, I got it.
He killed Attach, I think, 4 rounds in a row.
We're calling it out.
Yeah.
You're like, look at him and Dylan squaring up, and 04 has his number.
Yeah, I mean, he wins that 1v2. Next round kills Attach up into the base, and then he maps Attach. He's just like, listen, your best player is in my blender, and then they go ahead and they close that map out. So 04's got to be, confidence on the moon.
Can we give a shout out to our replay team, by the way? Everything we wanted to talk about, you just had it visually. Well done, production. Right now, though, we need to talk with a member of the Seattle Surge. Welcome to the stream. It's Brezzy joining us. Brezzy, great to have you. And,
it's
can we
Brezzy,
just
not
start
Breezy.
off, how would you like
That
us
makes
to
sense.
pronounce your name moving forward?
Just Brezzy. Like SZ. I know it's hard to pronounce because it's half of my name. It's just say Brezzy and not Brezzy, but Like, I mean, you can say whatever.
We'll let Chance know. We got you, bud. Brezzy it is. So, Brezzy, talk to me about the move, bringing 04 onto the lineup. How did that change your team as a whole?
I mean, you can see, guys, with Offer, like it brings us like a lot of pace, especially on the map. In our points, like we look completely different, and I think we are completely like new teams. I mean, we won our point by 100 points, and like kills were like pretty close.
Yeah.
Or like we are just like have like 1 or 2 kills.
Yeah, 1 kill.
So, I mean, at the moment in our point, we play pretty good, and like I don't know, we are just different. So, just shout out to Offer.
Yeah, I actually want to talk to you about that. This is now 3 hard points that you guys have won, and that's been kind of your bane when it comes to these series, that you haven't been able to take the respawns. Where was kind of the change? Like, what was the focus for Seattle and hardpoint that made you guys get so much better?
I mean, when we brought Offer like in, we tried to think in a different way, because like we are like kind of slow with Alec. Like nothing wrong with him, just like our game style was like slow, all of us, and we tried to change like our way to see the games. Like we did a lot of work like outside.
I like how French people speak when they're trying to speak English.
And I guess like you guys can see it.
That's awesome. It's paying off.
Brezzy, you know, we just saw lower third. It's at 44 kills, 11,000 damage almost in the series.
I don't know what you said. You cut
were
out.
fine in the series before that. You switched to an AR, and you've been running it pretty much full time. How's that been for you, making the role change throughout this stage? Because you've been putting on a show, my friend.
Thanks.
They pronounce stuff really like.
Maybe not a lot of people like know that.
He's not very good at eye contact.
In the past game, I could like even run an AR. Obviously, I didn't this game, but when we brought Offer in, we thought it could be a great idea to play with me as second AR with Jordan. And
I want him to read me a
I
book.
felt comfortable like in couple streams, and pretty much that's it. I don't know, like it's
because you know
it's well.
You guys all pretty much changed your roles, right? Like Abuza, he's a slow AR now. He's in different positions than we saw previously. Does it just feel like everybody's comfortable now?
Yeah, I mean, we had to change something, and I'm just glad like now it works. So like everyone's happy.
It all is working. Congratulations on a hot
Please read me a book.
Thanks. I mean, like it's just amazing. Like I said, like we did a lot of works, and the CDL is not a sprint, it's a marathon, and every matches are big, and it's a great win today.
Fantastic reminder. Right now, you're going to see this team in your top 5 for the Major 3 standings. We're going to let Brezzy go as we take a look here at what is next. We have a number of teams that are battling with Seattle for these spots, but just to name the squads directly above them coming in today, it was Optic and LA Thieves. You look at the overall standings, how far back is this squad as they now reach the 100
it's
points?
like
I think they're in a great spot. I mean, they're obviously going up the ranks. They're probably going to be in the winner's bracket, and we're seeing Vegas fall. So for Seattle, I feel comfortable.
All right, I see a surging LAG,
but
a
map
surging
count,
Seattle Surge, and of course LA Thieves.
Map count, it didn't matter because we lost more. We lost 3 more. So now we're 9 and 12.
Optic taking on Miami. They're sitting at 1 and 2. Can Miami start to climb the leaderboard? They got to cause the upset.
That was very annoying. Even though we're winning, we're fucking. Alright, I'm gonna go look for food.
Okay.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Start the season strong with the Call of Duty League pack. Grab yourself the CDL operator, weapon blueprint, and so much more. Check out the Call of Duty store in-game now.
Shotzi might have the timing on the flank. No one's gonna turn.
Bonus as well. Oh, come on. Shotzi's playing real good tonight.
Nice tags. I don't have a clue as to how he has managed to survive. Shotzi versus the world.
He can't get the third, but here comes Shotzi, 10 in a row. Looking for the 11th. That's the round. You may never see one like it.
Whichever bomb site they choose to go to, 30 seconds on the clock, and well, if Easy's been seen, he will drop off the map.
They've planted at Bravo.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Ultra, they're trying to make it happen.
Oh, they're making it happen. Scrap, what a two-piece that was. 20 seconds now. Scrap holding it together. 41 kills, 42 kills. As he's absolutely mauling. Optic on the approach. Shotzi, Pin, Dashi taken care of as well. A 5 spree as the final moments tick down.
This man is breaking records in control.
That's the problem. You gave them all the time in the world, and now Ultra have set themselves up perfectly for the barbershop hardpoint. The apartments, the alleyways, all the nooks and crannies are now full of Canadians.
And you have Abizi at 9 and 22, and this is only a 20-point game. You're looking at big plays in the final moments, but Envoy takes down 2.
Envoy the front line. Might, oh, the whole team might. I think they are. They're going to get a quick bit of a workout in. Come on, Vico, get up there, son. They're going to get a workout in here in round 1. There we go, team. Up we go. Oh, Vico, for God's sake, he's choking on main.
My God, dude.
So with the help from his teammates, actually.
What is this? What is this?
That's the cue. Look, I come from a city, you hear sirens when we sleep. Heaven sent, hands down, vibes so unique.
Optic is currently 3rd overall on the season, and they're facing off against the Miami Heretics, who recently got dropped down to 11th seed when they lost to LA Thieves. Tonight, the Heretics are playing as the underdogs, but Optic looking to prove that they still belong in the trophy talk.
I mean, they do still belong in the trivia talk. The only team that they struggle against is Atlanta FaZe. They've been on the losing side of this matchup the entirety of this year. But beyond that, like, they're 3-0 in map number 1s. They are unbeaten basically against the rest of the league in this split. And when you look at their S&D, it has slowly but surely gotten better. And that's been the game mode that all the other top 4 teams have been struggling with. And not only that, the 2 players that needed to step it up, and Dashi and Pred, are now rocking 1.16s overall across the board. The highest on their team, 1.16.
Brutal. Nameless, why do people say Optic pads their stats against the lower teams?
I mean, because they just run through everybody. What you mean, man? It's not padding the stats if you're just getting the job done. That's been giving them struggles recently, but, you know, I've been talking about Optic and their approach towards this stage, and it has not changed. It is expand our maps and refine and fix the small tunes that we need to beat Atlanta. And you can see the Monster Energy pregame, the X Factor is Pred. 38-8 in respawns when Pred has a positive KD. 9-18 when he has a negative KD. So yes, a lot hinges on Pred, but guess what? He's gonna go positive more often than not.
38-8 when Pred goes positive, and that is almost a gimme.
And if there's anything to work on, it's got to be in that search and destroy. They're 7-8 on defense. They're 2nd in the opening duel win rate, but they're last in the league in converting it. And this is something Optic Texas has been taking strides towards in some of these matchups.
All right, that is a look at Optic Texas, the favorites coming into this one. On the other side, you've got hope in Miami, and that is something we couldn't say at all during stage 2.
Hi,
they brought in
Josh.
Real,
I'm live,
an
by the
SMG
way.
player that seems to be bringing some new flavor to his team that is still looking for wins here in stage 3. They got the Game 5 victory over Boston, but that was more of a Boston throw than a dominant Miami victory.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely sort of a Boston throw, but I will say, like, when you look at Miami, they just look much more competent, especially in the respawns. Like, in the tail end of last stage, they improved in hardpoint. They're actually a decent hardpoint team by the end of it, and now you bring in Real, who seemingly is doing the right things on every single rotation. You are in these matches. If you think back to the Toronto series, if you're a big Miami fan, they could have pushed that game 5. Toronto's not a great search team. They could have won that. We'd be singing a different tune about this roster. So I really do enjoy this team, and I think they have the makings to be a top team in the league. And the X factor is Metals. 16-8 when Metals has a positive KD, and they're 8-21 with a negative one. So you're relying on Metals, but he does put down a lot of damage regardless.
He does, but on the flip side of things, they're lost on attacking. They're 0-5 record across all 3 maps with a 6 life margin. That's last in the league, and that's talking about control. They're 0-3 in control in the last 30 days, going against a very strong respawn team. And not only that, they typically get slammed in this matchup. Everybody on Texas averages a 1.28 up against this squad. And you're looking at Metals and Vickle, they've gotten worse throughout the stage. They're sitting at 0.8.
High Rise is your control map 3. Can you get behind Optic on this map and cause some chaos, or is this one of those most dangerous maps to go up against it?
No, I mean, this is the best chance Miami's ever going to have against Optic. They're combined 10 and 15 maps 2-5 in this series. Optic. That's Optic. They're not good at. They're trying to fix all their maps right now. They are testing everything against Miami.
All right, it's time for our Scuff Pick'ems. Nameless, you called the upset. You are up to 93. You could finish the week with 95 correct picks. Can you make it 94?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Optic Texas. I don't think this is a hard one to pick.
Allie?
I know you said that Miami's best chances in this map set, but I see both those high rises, and I'm thinking there's no objective play. This is all going to be in the slang. And like I said, Texas have a 1.28 and up against Miami. I'm going to go with the green wall.
You wonder why Optic stats are so high? You can't kill them. Shotzi is going to be my player to watch today. I'm taking Optic once again over Miami, as will the fans. It's time to get the party started, though, officially. So we send it over to Miles and Chance.
Thank you very much, Desk. Oh, all green all day, Chance. Well, the pundits have had their say. The chat has as well. Is there any hope for Miami here in this very, very heavy
I think Miami might get a map.
Yes, of course.
But I don't think it'll be 3-2. I think Optic will win either 3-0 or 3-1.
Just the pick and bans that we have throughout this series. So I just like Nameless's quote of, this is the best possible chance Miami are likely going to have against Optic, potentially for the rest of the year, because, you know, if things pan out well, Optic aren't going to square up in this type of series
just got
again.
Here.
So it'll be the right from the jump. Got to set the tone, and even for the players to watch. I think Metals and Shotzi will be the 2 respective players to watch from either side as well. I know at the start of the year when Miami got the dub, Metals absolutely popped off, but since then it has absolutely been the Shotzi show, who gets a 2-piece off the rip and a nice little opening break there from Optic, already setting the tone.
Yeah, it starts things off very well. The Heretics have had some lovely form recently. See if they can put it to testing. It's an exceptionally strong roster here in Optic Texas. But the map, Kenny. Big
Kenny
wins.
is like literally
Chelsea
like
on
one
point there as he
shot.
continues to be
I was able to get that.
Perfect hold here on the first hard point. 25 on the clock. Vickle and Co. can't seem
Oh,
to
you
get too much
found
going
it?
as
Oh my God.
Kenny is having his way. Both he and Shotzi are 4-0 chance.
Yeah, no, they can't kill
A
either
bagel.
of them. Finally, Shotzi's going to fall, but Kenny has just
Yeah,
been
put
a
honey
pencil
butter
for
on
Miami
it.
to shoot at so far
Ooh,
on this
that was good.
opening P1, and maybe credit to Heretics, eventually do break through, but on the rotation, maybe Pret will be the cutoff man. He is by himself, so he's going to be happy to take it slow, trying to play for a guarantee. So Heretics might get the early few seconds, but Pret waiting in the wings to strike, and well, he has struck. There's the extra kill as Shotzi continues just to dominate the kill feed.
It's all Shotzi, 7-1. This is a new spree. It's a 3 for now. Looking to make it 4. Looking to make it 5 in a moment, is my word. Shotzi already on a lovely tear here. He is having a good time. Having a good time.
Yeah, and like, again, the first series that Miami won, Shotzi did not have the best of times, and then the next series on land, he snapped. They got the 3-0, and he was literally dropping bombs on Miami constantly, and I mean, he did that 2 series back-to-back. I think the worst KD he had overall against Miami was about a 1.5, and well, Shotzi apparently is going to light that up even higher, currently sitting at a 2.0. Maybe the nade kill going to drop him down just a touch, but I think right now, not feeling pressure, not feeling the heat. Maybe the first rotation where Heretics have an opportunity to make a dent and it doesn't last long at all. The only player able to push through the back gets cut down immediately. The only player from Miami anywhere near the time falls in short order. Heretics, they are not just on the back foot, they are so far away.
I was blown on the back foot. They're on their back at the moment. Optic Texas, we'll see how their ground game goes. So far, a wonderful hold on Ps 1 and 2 over to the third hill now in our Rio runaround. Dashy there with the rival, not quite enough to get any more in that life, but big work in the kill feed from everyone in Optic. Once again, holding it down. Miami Heretics with an opportunity to get in here. This is a bit of an aggressive push. Metals, looking at the Metals of old, flying forward, finding time. 20 to go here. Optic have set up the crossfire though. They're going to have eyes on the hard point and eyes on new. All good looks for the Green Boys, John.
Yeah, there is absolutely no room to breathe. Miami actually had a really big opportunity. They got the break, they had the back spawns as well, and then Shotzi wins the two key gunfights to get Optic the spawns back. So maybe a very small window of opportunity for Heretics to make a dent. Shotzi slams that door in your face, and well, now you get the spawns, you get Dashy, just gets to sit and collect this time. Not a perfect hold though. Heretics putting a lot of pressure towards the back, but now the key gunfight's got to get Bruce off the time, and well, you at least got to trade him out. It takes 3 players to jump on top of him, but hey, at least Heretics able to get it done.
Yeah, he brought the right weapon for the fight. Lucky winning that one by a single hit point. Keeps his 3 spree going, so the Heretics are back in this. Not over just yet, folks. Now we can see Optic go for a break. We get to check out the holes of the Heretics. Eyes on that new hard point in a moment. It's been a good look here on 4. As the Heretics have pulled this right back chance. It used to be a massive lead. Now we're about halfway there.
Water.
We're still living on that prayer.
Wow, you see Optic setting up for the kill though.
I mean, yeah, that's a
took their time.
clean
That is
sweep.
a perfectly coordinated, everybody taking the right route and waiting for the timing to make sure everybody is in position. So, don't get me wrong, Heretics able to get maybe 20-25 seconds off of that break, but Optic still snuff away the time. And now on rotation, it is just discomfort now from Heretics. It feels like getting picked apart towards the middle of the map. Nice coverage for Lucky though. Metal's able to stay alive, and maybe a stable moment from Heretics as Optic now just trying to flood through the front.
Contest still on the bridge hard point here. There's always a troll or two under the bridge causing problems. Kenny deals with him. Gets the pair. Wow, good shots there from the Optic boys. They're going to get that hard point and cross over the 100-point mark with 30 to go in this hard point. So far, strong showings and a very uneven set of KDs for the Miami Heretics players. They have seemed somewhat off foot here as Optic Texas are running the show. The first set about to come to a close. Very much all Texas.
Yeah, I think Texas right now, they just have
I'm gonna be honest, I will be right back to get more water because
how they want to work together as a team, because they're not out slaying.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's gonna take me 2 seconds, but it's like I'm really not gonna miss much.
Even their breaks, even if they're just
besides
through the front, everybody knows when to
fucking
shout
Optic
at
just
what time.
slapping their cock
Now the
across
kill
their
feed just
face.
getting
So
lit up. Vikul able to pick up 2, but it is not good enough. You go back towards P1 where Optic dominated you the last time around, and Kenny setting up to do so once again. Nice little hop, but even the trophies right now from Optic are putting in serious work.
Kenny does get his 6th kill though, so that's cruises to be rolled with here on Rio, and they are very handy dandy indeed. A lot of open hard points, a lot of open rooftops. You know, it's a Vista. You got to let in the sweet sunlight. I keep saying Rio. It's the wrong map. Oh my God, boys and girls. Miles needs a break. Let's go for a listen in with Optic Texas.
Help me, whoever's there. Ivory cat, right, Ivory cat. What is lower? You, right. Late mid.
The rap bridge, One's going low out to you.
I'm There's one in our door. Nice.
oh, we're listening.
Lower at me. Check out. Terrible. Holy fuck. There's no time. Go mid, bro. One shot P1. P1 one shot, bro. One shot middle. Nice, P1 big late. Let's go. I send it for you. Leave him.
P1 one this side.
Yeah, I need this side. P1. P1.
He's 100% P1. Play pitch one.
He came back. All good. In couch. There's that out. There's that out. Couch.
Shit on!
Nice.
One more time. Top burger.
Let's go.
On top.
On time.
Shit on. Predator is funny.
On time. Big over.
Can we kill fly time?
Need to get time for you. Time. And once we tower shit first. Sling down. One shot their back burger. Literally bullet. Time Vickle. I'm one shot, bro. I'm trying to live. Their back burger. Literally bullet. I'm one shot. On time Vickle, bro. And one shot. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm running a test. One in Burger.
I'll play the right. Play the right. Give me new.
I'm flying with you, Ant. Where's he?
Back right side.
We flipped him. I think.
I'm running. I'll see him. He's there.
Shit on.
Okay,
listen. He's going vines.
I'm low left. All right, bro. Low left. All right, vine. What's the
Help him top.
We're gonna start step. Guys. Be low left there. Back left.
Have you pilled?
I fell off the map, bro. Two more. Watch out, Laurie.
I'll go two.
I shot bait. Take a shot. I gotta go.
I'm shooting mid.
Could be low arm, bro. Could be low arm.
I fell off the map, bro.
Kenny has always been one of my favorite players of all time, but after that listening, I think Kenny might be the absolute favorite for me personally, Chance. Whether he's making plays, falling off the map, or just enjoying himself, it's a wonderful thing to be a part of.
I mean, Kenny's also like an accidental flow state right now. Like even his mistakes just grant him kills. His trophies.
I mean, Kenny is 31
so yeah,
and
no,
15
Kenny right now absolutely frying in this series.
Yeah.
But right now, people just getting to take turns. Well, the crews that he earned earlier. This is Heretics on a money hill trying to hold on, and that is not the start you want to have. Kenny gets the kill. The comms deliver Pred another one, and now Kenny pinching to block the spawns as well. And you can see our vehicle had this set up, but just getting shot in the back. Real feeling too much pressure. And maybe Real looking at his teammates saying, why, oh why did you guys piss him off at the start of the year? This isn't fun.
It feels personal. 210 to 94. Heretics have been held down here on Vista. Kenny still finding kills everywhere, man. 35 and 15. Outrageous performance. Now on the point alone. Pred there on his flank, keeping things safe there, soaking this up. You won't be able to win it, but you're looking towards the new hard point as well. Optic Texas has what a runaway this has been.
This is just, no, unreal. Nothing really you could do. Every gunfight going Optic's way. Earlier I mentioned Optic wasn't outslaying by a massive amount. Yeah, I take that back. Now they're outslaying by a massive amount, so they don't even need the teamwork.
Anytime I watch this and I'm eating popcorn, I just stress eat it.
One good break, they're going to win this game. Good news for Miami.
Watching you stress eat it.
Did not get a 100-point club. Bad news. Shotzi in the hill, trying to get the timing. Only able to pick up one, but Kenny, next man in line. Just looking to break the 40 bomb. This is actually one of those games that if Optic let it go long enough, Kenny could break the kill record.
I think he's very much, I mean, I'd get off the point for a Mo, boys. Let him have a crack at it. President Shotzi. All right, Dashy's just sending it. Give Kenny the kills. Here we go. This is for the history books, boys and girls. It's 25 on the clock. He didn't get any out of that life, but he'll be back in a minute. Observers, can we just go watch Kenny and see how he does in the kill race?
Yeah, the Kenny cam, I suppose. I mean, Heretics what? I mean, a decent hold, I suppose, on the bridge hill. They've been able to fight back. This is actually a hill where Pred has been picking up sort of consistent two pieces, but maybe the strive for 40. I think Optic actually do get the tick on this hill, and well, if you can't get past Kenny and Pred, that could have been game. Vickle, that's a nice little Semtex to force it over towards P1, and maybe Miami trying to make things mixy. I mean, they're going to have to claw their way back into this game, but at least they're showing some fight.
We're showing fight, and we're getting somewhat distracted. Dashy's in. That's the final second. Done. And it is smiles with good reason. Maybe for Kenny, a tough one. Almost able to break the kill record for the Heretics. A little bit more work there needed on Vista. Sensational start for Optic Texas. They've got a very good record, and they are very much still in the title contention. And some of the plays we saw there, some of the
that's insane.
Chance, not a whole lot you could really do whatsoever. Optic got one.
Dropping like 37 or 38 in a professional fucking match.
Like Kenny and Shotzi just getting to gleefully giggle after that destructive performance, where quite literally from the opening break, those two players both started 4-0 and seemingly untradeable. Kenny, 29 non-traded. Only one player from Miami had more total kills after that. I mean, credit to Real. He brought the game back. I know he was struggling early on, but again, I think he might just be a little bit disappointed for his teammates. Maybe, I don't know what you would call it, awakening the beast, angering them, giving Optic the extra reason, because it's not a team that has needed the motivation, but they have taken it and ran with it. That is a dominant map one.
Oh yeah, their Hornet's Nest has been firmly shook, and them boys are stinging. Good stuff there from Optic Texas. They read everything that the Heretics threw them across these highlights, as Real has been the route man for the Heretics. Has been very, very solid in bringing them success and hard points, but Optic seemed to read him every step of the way. They were there ready for the fights. Kenny and Shotzi on those big rotation kills, the pinches as you called them, brother, they were absolutely on point.
I still would assume that
fighter alongside Dashy, those boys just
that might have been Optic's host.
The lines of the Heretics when they needed to. The breaks were good.
Or
holes are even better. Optic Texas there on Vista, open and shut case. Very, very strong start.
Yeah, and there was maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 moments the entire game
why aren't you eating
were able
popcorn?
to sort of take control of
Because
the
I'm
map,
full.
win a rotation, get a decent setup, and I mean those moments just simply did not last long. Like Optic just completely run them over.
But don't you worry, I have it right here within reach.
This is how the kills were looking, just easy read, snap on the 2-piece. These are the moments for Kenny where it was that accidental flow state of like every hip fire bullet connecting. If he falls on the map, it works out perfectly for the timing. And even the teamwork and the shots rolling through, he was certainly collecting a ton of kills on players that were one shot. So much so that his trophy was a contributor. So really not too much to say. Again, Dashy just disappointed. Didn't get to have too much fun.
Indeed. Smooth sailing. Start the series off for Optic Texas. Now you're going to turn things around. Heretics, we want to see some success in the search and destroy and push this series a little further. This is a team that the Dex brought it up. Very, very strong ceiling. Good caliber of players. Unable to find a hole to go on there. Man, what a nearly perfect trajectory chance there as the Optic boys. They ran that one apart from a couple of minor setbacks. Very, very solid work. As that P5 to P1, they really did try to let Kenny break the kill record.
Did you just put me off?
Yeah. That was like 30 seconds ago.
We say hi,
Yeah, I have to refresh this
high rise.
every
Karachi
30
invasion
seconds
close
to be on time.
But the way things are going right now, Heretics, unless we see some success in the search, this series could be done in 3. Let's find out what they've got in this high rise.
I wasn't even looking at you at that point, and then I happened to look over and you put me off.
Wow, so you're not even looking at me?
I'm watching the
if we get there, it is a
action of it, and you're on the left.
Count right now for Optic Texas, so they're trying to flex the map pool, trying to work on things as much as possible. So for the Vista, no questions, comments, or concerns. They look fantastic. The high
I am
rise, they
watching
still have a few
your
more
stream.
questions to answer. Thinking of those moments where 0-4 clutches a 1v3
My goodness.
against them, where they overscam just a little bit, or
Don't.
prep some strats
Don't
specifically
what?
for when they play against Atlanta FaZe. Optic again,
Don't do
just
this.
working on their depth.
I'm
and
not doing
right now, I
nothing.
think Miami is a team that is going to need to dig deep to get these wins. Real, first experience against Optic Texas again. Very slow start that he had. I mean, I think I saw him at maybe like 12 and 26 at one point, but he really started to heat things up and turn it around. No slow starts will be an option on the map number 2. You got to come out of the gates hot, and specifically on the attacking rounds, Miami have been pretty strong, able to get the bomb down. Fantastic on the first blood front as well, 68%. Make no mistakes.
Yeah, I'm thinking that if we are to lose a map, it would be this.
Keep that rolling.
It would be
Again, from
search.
Real, no slow starts. His KD is fantastic. His output in the kills per round that he is getting, 0.8, is a very strong performance. And the fact that the new man on the squad has a couple of clutches already are some great signs for the Heretics.
Yeah, again, just to recap there, statistically, the Heretics very strong on the attack. They'll start things off defensively, though. We'll see if this matters for them. 3 members of Optic there towards the A side of the map. It's going to be Top Heli. Down low is going to be Shotzi. We'll see if the Heretics make any reads of this, or that's the first red ping on the mini-map. Smokes out for Shotzi. Can he find the jokes?
Yeah, that's just his exit strategy. Pred gets picked for the first blood, but there's the trade,
Like
and
what,
there goes
bro?
Shotzi. And that's also information on 2 more players, so nice little movement. Now Dashy gets in position. Shotzi going for the trades, Dashy for the coverage, and, well, how good are the trades? Not quite there. Vehicle able to get out of dodge, and in the meantime, Shotzi gets
unfortunate.
caught. There's a beautiful round right now for Miami. Their teamwork is flowing.
Yeah, that's a tough look. A lot of effort there from Optic, doesn't amount to a whole lot, but Kenny's now in a 1v2. He may be spotted on the cross. He doesn't look the right way, and not enough to get it done. Vical holds his nerve and holds the iron.
Vical.
Yes, Heretics on
I
the
thought it
board.
was Vical.
Yeah, and I think Vehicle probably the real focal point of the round there for Miami, not just for the fact that he gets the 2 kills.
I don't know how to
but
pronounce
wins
any
the
of these made
gunfight,
up
or at least
fucking
catches
names.
Shotzi as he's running back towards blue and make sure he doesn't get traded, because Dashy and Shotzi certainly setting
Meadows,
up to make sure they
Lucky,
can watch each other's
Vical,
back.
and
but
Real.
Heretics a little bit too clean with it, and again, as far as their
See,
teamwork
it's like,
goes, when they
why-
want it to be, it can be on point. As soon as they got in the 2v1, just
Simple.
instantly
Kenny,
watch each other's
Shotzi,
backs,
Pred,
make sure you
Dashy,
hold your
all
irons
simple.
in the setup and play for the trade. So
Why you
Heretics,
sad?
no mistakes in round 1.
So in the attack, see now On the defense, rather, is the
Cassie,
attacking round
like
for
my
the
sister
Heretics.
Cassie, I thought
Statistically, this is their strong suit. Let's see
she
what
was
they've
coming
got.
on
I've opted them their
Thursday.
homework.
She's actually coming on
Real do
Friday
what we can
now.
to just check eyes on. Again,
But
a very
I had
different style
texted her
of
and I
attack
was
here.
like, hey, like,
Optic
when you
Texas
guys
play
get here
heavy
on
for the
Friday, do
trains.
you guys want to go to like the
And Lucky
CW
finds his
Wings
back-to-back first
spot?
bloods here on High Rise.
Yeah, both of which on Fred
like
as
if not,
well, so
then
Lucky right now
that's
has his
fine.
number.
Like I'll just
I'd say
go
for
by
Heretics,
myself.
Though, you're not comfortable until you
I
see
went to
Shotzi
Wings.
on the mini map, and well, he gets the kills, so at least you have that information.
And then she said,
obviously worried about the
well, I'm
bottom
not
plate,
sure what
but
time we'll
nice
get there on
shots.
Friday.
Shotzi
And I
had
was
the
like,
MCW
aw.
in that situation.
But
Real able to
she
drop him
said,
for the 2v2.
on
Nice work.
Saturday we could go.
Real still making it happen.
That's where you're
Getting
at.
Dashi have now moved into pitch.
Yeah,
One of
because I
them's
have to
gonna
wait
go low,
another
and
day.
they're both going to be low, essentially. As Dashi's
Just
got
to
eyes
go.
on. Massive bit of work there. Huge information passed over.
You know how I feel
Real
about
now
those wings.
able to get the bomb down.
Oh, I know.
It's like a
He's in position
family
to cause some
member.
problems. Dashi still has Overwatch over
It's
all
like a
3 exits.
family
Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't say that because I
coming for
like
the download.
moan when I eat that, and that's let me not say that.
Could get out, but now position
Unless
is
technically
no, Dashi
you would be my
reposition,
family
and
member,
This is just feeding
and
the
I moan
information
when I'm
for
with
Kenny to
you,
get in
so
position. Real
it's
better
all
done for the
fine.
job. There's the one. Not the best moves though. Couldn't quite get the slide. I think it might have died on him in that moment, but Dashi there for the trades as well. Nice little clutch moment there from Optic. The ARs getting it done.
There's a
Yeah, Dashi
loophole.
gets another clutch. I like the Dashi played so close there to Kenny. Maybe thinking that Real
The way
close
that you
running that
like
Rival 9, he's going to want to take that close gunfight.
rotated
Kenny
around that whole
conversation. Bottom blue, but lovely work here from Bruce. Yes, his boys trade instantly on that defuse. A good look on the attack though, chance from Heretics. I like what they
Sweet
did.
home
But the 2v2 didn't exactly go
Alabama.
their way.
No, I will say the first
I
bloods
love
though
that song.
certainly are, so they're at least able to get these advantages. Again, a 68% compared to I believe Optic had a 43% rate so far in stage 3.
Huh?
Heretics, at least
Just the
attempted
way
to
you
make
said
use of
that,
it,
bro. It's so
but it's
funny.
gotten caught twice, so
I
obviously the
love that
adjustment there on
song.
the Optic end is you see spreading the map, looking for that information.
Sweet home
Just staring down the middle of the map,
I never
follow
even heard you
players
sing it
across,
till
the middle
now.
player that did cross was Vikul,
I
so
love that song.
everybody else in Miami stacked up on the B side of the map. Nice smooth
Okay.
moves there. Wallbang's
I'm
not going
feeling a
for
little
Vikul, but here comes
judged.
Shotzi.
Yeah.
From you.
Oh, he's been
Yeah.
spotted out though, so this is going to
It's not judgment, it's just
a minor setback here for the
didn't know that
attack
was
from
your favorite
Optic
song,
Texas.
but
They're
I'll
still
add it
way
to
over
the
I didn't
notes.
say it
towards
was
the
my
A
favorite
side.
song.
You can see where the guns are up for the Heretics. If you cross
said you love
over,
that song.
you're in
God, she
trouble, and
doesn't listen to
Lucky,
me, chat.
again,
Oh my
his
god.
third
Tell your
now in a row.
chat to
I mean, he's perfect. Cannot complain. And now, like, they were worried about Shotzi sort of dancing in over towards, like, past A, like, getting into their base, but they've cleared that out, so their attention completely turned this direction. Shotzi gonna get spotted and traded out as well. Lucky, aggressive to make sure he gets the kills.
Kinda want some
2v4
wine.
here from Optic with bomb
Will you
down,
drink
less
wine
than
with me?
30 seconds on the clock. Good luck with
I
this
don't
one.
have wine,
That
but I'll
might just
drink with you.
collapse. Dashi gonna get dropped as well.
give me
He was
one
on a
reason I
3
don't
spree,
need
so no
a pet
opportunity
rat.
to play from the cruise because Optic
Because
cannot
why get
find
a
the
rat
first
when we
blood.
can get a ferret?
Lucky right now,
Ew.
unstoppable in that game.
Those are
Absolutely.
those
Every round
are
so
okay,
far
but
has
look
been
at
his.
this. It's so cute.
No
Heretics
way,
looking
you
solid here in
just
Search
said
and
that.
Destroy. Real winning a couple of big fights.
Look at this.
Everyone trying to keep themselves composed and
A
keep
ferret
this
is
train
much
a-running.
cuter.
You think so? Let me
Yes.
look.
Captain Lucky over there on the top right hand side, just giving the boys some final words.
They're longer, so then you can snuggle with them
It's only a
more.
1 round lead for now, Charles, but you're starting to look at streaks again for Lucky. He's good for his
God dang
third
it.
in a
Why did you
row.
make me search
If he can get
this?
this again.
And now you want a
There's some
ferret or what?
information, 2 players
We can
stacked up on
definitely
defense from
get a
Can I
Optic
make
ferret.
it?
towards A.
Can I make it a?
Shotzi repositioning, he's played propane,
And then we
he's
could
played
take
on
the
A side of
ferret
the
on
map, and now
walks
here
because
he
they
is
make
tucked in the corner,
leashes
waiting
for
someone to
them. Oh
jump
my
up
god.
the
Okay,
ladder.
let's
I used
do
to have
that.
a leash for my hamster.
So Lucky for the moment isn't being
Um,
afforded any sort of action.
Can you
on the
make
first
this a
blood
service
front.
animal?
The propane tank gets cleared.
I don't
Maybe
know.
no B Street.
You should
At
look
least
it
the
up.
mid portion of it's going to be open. Shotzi, well, there's the damage.
Hey Siri.
Real going for the hunt. Strikes him down for the
Alright, at least
first
he's
blood. Dashi
traded.
might get the trade
I'm
though.
gonna look it
Metals
up.
couldn't quite get his boy, but either way, you got a 3v3.
Yeah, lovely work there. Oh, Metals does find Dashi.
Oh, Lucky, how did you not see him on
Somebody
the...
didn't spot out Kenny on top heli, and that's going to allow Metals to fall.
When I start
Okay,
typing in,
2v2,
can you
awkward
make a
spot.
ferret?
The gun's up for Optic
It
now,
says,
just
can you
watching
make
that
a
right-hand
ferret
side
not
lane.
smell?
The B Street
Yeah, I mean,
Not a place
rodents
you want to hit if you are the
smell.
heretics. Pred has got some
Yeah.
awareness,
I mean,
lucky
so does
behind.
everything else on the
Wow,
earth.
kill though. Wow,
Yeah.
a big one again from Lucky puts Kenny down into another 1v2. Another round to the Heretics.
Dude, Lucky is zapping right now too. That was mid drop shot at
Yes,
range.
ferrets
Pred in
can
a
be
decent
trained
spot
as
for it and
service
ready for the gunfight. It just does
I don't
not
know
matter.
how that would work.
Lucky right now, I think 3 for 3 in his gunfights he's having against Pred, and whether it be for the first blood or late in the rounds. And that's just another strong one there for Miami. And again, the identification on Shotzi for that first blood, just to make sure you go out on the attack. But here's a second look. Pred swings away from cover, and Lucky drops down. Only 60 HP, so that was a clear-cut win on that gunfight.
Like I said, if Optic is to lose any match, it's gonna be on search.
His vision is not movement-based though, so if you stand still, he'll just rip you. Like Kenny's trying to rip these boys, super damaged.
Some states
Watch
have
out
their
for
own
any
laws
Semtex is coming your way with that. Guess
for
what,
service
boys and
animals.
girls? Giant explained
Only
in
dogs
propane
and
tank.
and
Thankfully
miniature
does rip.
horses.
Kenny's there with the trophies.
Dogs and miniature horses? What?
It says, under the ADA, only dogs and miniature horses are recognized as service animals. However, some states have their own laws that recognize other animals as service animals.
There were 2 versus 2, invisible arrows. That just means Kenny
I
holding
think
the
of,
bomb
like,
on the map. So a funny
Colorado.
look. But both players right now are really all
Service
for making individual
animal
plays.
law?
Real though, in the perfect spot to catch him. Kenny forced to drop down low, and if you work underground, Vikul, he's waiting for it.
Vikul completely stun.
Ah, shit.
Shotzi gone. All down to Kenny again as the Heretics have found it. And Kenny's on an immediate U-turn. He's going to hit this instant. Vikul reads it. Not enough to get the kill. 1v1 now. Kenny taking on Real. They are poles apart.
I was going to say the problem for Kenny is he has no information. He's going to have to guess which bomb site to plant at, and Real might just have this perfectly under lock to watch the cross. Kenny clearing it out, but as he goes for the plant,
It doesn't watch
Real
the
should be able to
cross?
see him and take him down for a freebie.
And there it is.
In Colorado,
Everything he
your
possibly
animal
could.
must be a
Real,
dog
the
or a
perfect
miniature
positioning,
horse.
stroke of magic to
That's
be that
individually
far out.
trained.
And a
Look up,
4-1 now on
Florida.
high-rise.
Please.
The Vista seems like a thing of the past.
Yeah, how the turntables. And that's a tough round from Optic, too, because the opening break, it was, what, 3 players going down B Street, taking the Chows. They had an absurd amount of damage output, but could not finish any of those kills. And those mid-round adjustments, Vikul
Sweet
on point,
home
massive win.
Alabama.
Shotzi making sure the stun grenade connects before he goes for it. So Vikul big wins.
Oh,
different parts of the
Does
song.
have an answer from Lucky, and
It's okay.
he's gotten first blooded by my count at least 3 times.
At least 3 times. Yeah, it doesn't help the Lucky is beating
I'm
the snot out of
cold.
him.
Might have to put my 100 Thieves hoodie back on,
See if
you
we can
know.
find him again. Oh, Vikul does. Not a teammate though. So Shotzi's gone. Real. What a pick. An opening
I
snipe
mean, Pred 0 and 5, Shotzi 2 and 6, Kenny 3 and 5, Dashi is
Man advantage,
6
Miami
and
Heretics.
4.
Yeah, no, the gun
Real
was
killed
too
himself,
hot.
so
The map didn't want him to survive. That is
3 to
tough.
3
I think
now.
he might have gotten the bunny hop thing. I don't know what to call it exactly, but there's certain places when you jump on the edge of the map, it just force pushes you off. So maybe Kylo Ken digging deep to find that extra kill to even up the odds at 3 to 3.
Lucky holding this lane down. He's not going to account for Pred on the old sneaky ledge. Or will he check it? Oh, he did, sort of.
Also dogs.
Vikul at least gets the kill, makes that a 2v2. Not a huge amount of
That's
movement from Optic. They're
unfortunate.
gonna pick up the
It's
position
probably
that
in
they
like
have.
California.
Pull what they got and let the fire
It's
down.
like, oh yeah, I can have my
25 on the
ferret.
clock as your
Or
boy
it's gonna be
Giant
like
exploding
something
pro
weird and be
paint
like,
goes
yeah, in
boom,
Utah, I can have
Metals
my ferret
though.
as a
Before.
fucking.
It's okay,
The
we can
cross-map
still do it.
exchanges. There's a bit of a
I'm gonna
shuffle
get a ferret.
shot. Dashi might be able to pick up the
I'm
players
gonna
here.
go look at the Humane Society right now.
Jump off the bomb. Oh, he's going to play for the extra kill.
Let's see if
Now
there's
he
any.
just shot the guy after the plant. Vikul, what
I would
does
have
he
to
wanna
look up
do?
how to take care of
He's
him.
going to get caught. Kenny reads it, or maybe Kenny gets back down, but there's the trade rolling through. The AR duo
There are
clutching
quite
up
a bit
once
of
again.
guinea pigs, and there is one
Really, I would
rat,
just
and his
say
name
credit
is
to the
Soda,
map
and he looks so
shenanigans.
cute.
This time, not the giant exploding propane tank, but
$5.
just the, I don't know, giant fans on the edge of the map, or the extra win up
For
top.
the rat?
Just gonna brush Real off and cost him in that
Cheap.
moment. If he jumps,
I'm
it's-
literally
that's what it
tearing
is. You jump around this spot and it bunny hops you off. He doesn't get the extra one. It just
No one likes rats.
don't know why that's a thing.
Well, most people
God.
use rats as food, so.
I would love to have been in a listening.
He didn't do nothing to no one.
Just
Look
to
at his
hear
ears.
I definitely would
Jesus,
have. All
man.
my Spanish is vulgar. Here we go.
You
to
know
another
what?
round
I
so
won't
far.
say it.
unfortunate moment.
Look at him.
To slow things down for them, but their
Look at
pace
him.
so far on high rise absolutely brilliant.
This woman.
I think Optic at this point, what, just desperate for a first blood? Because the graphic showed Real, so I think it might have been lucky for the first three and maybe Real for the next three. Oof, by the way, Heretics on first blood's been on point. Once
Grayson
again,
just came in my room and said, "I'll give you all my dollars if you play Fortnite."
They've been pretty good about clearing out the elevators, but they're getting tagged up.
See how
along
much
the
you
way,
got
so
there.
Metals is looking over this.
See what this deal is.
Overextend, but Metals so
Oh,
much
dang, where'd
pressure
you get
in
all
this
this money from?
Lucky's gonna see one. Get it. Another first blood. His teammates
We already got enough to buy the rack,
clean
so.
up. Dashi and Shotzi find theirs. Real onto the site. Shotzi somehow wins it with a little help from Pred, and now 1v2.
The rat is $5.
Oh my word, you have been spotted. You have been gunned. Optic Texas, what a bounce back on this slow attack.
Yeah, and that is just a massive trade fest. Metals actually does protect Lucky for the moment, but as soon as he dies, that basically becomes Lucky's death sentence inside of the elevator. He did have extra help from in the B site, but for the first time, Pred, instead of being the first to engage, is one of the last. So he's at least alive to be there to cover his teammates. So an adjustment on the pace of Pred. Make sure you get the trades towards the end, and that is a round that collapses in the span of 10 seconds. Every gunfight rolling through.
Yeah, that was.
He's got $35.
Irene.
No, I'm not taking it off. Go put that back.
Real aggression and the further.
Hi there, I'm Soda.
Forward member of the Heretics here
I'm
in
a
this
male.
attacking round.
Ray.
Doesn't see a soul just yet. He might see Kenny.
Oh, jeez.
Now. Good shots. Oh, this is Semtex as well. Run, Kenny. Run! No, Real blows him away with a little bit of help from his friend. And that's going to be another first blood.
Yeah, that is perfect utilization of the mini exploding propane tank. Not the one that kills you often, but if you're tagged up, light work there for Miami. Another first blood collected. In this 4 versus 3, they're still just playing for picks. A little bit of time still to play with before they're forced to make a move, but this is a spot Shotzi has played before. It got red in the past. They're going to have to read it again.
I'm doing that in rank later tonight, no doubt about it. This is something I won't be doing, is popping Daddy and running underneath the spawn. I love it though from Real. Yeah, he's going to get himself a Pred. Stationary Pred on his belly. You'll find him there more often than not, but if you spot him out, that's one thing. Aha! Pred has been spotted and dealt with. No! Wait, Real has missed it! Pred guns him. I don't know how that happened. Either way, Pred's now at a 1v3. Got to get 3 kills and defuse the bomb. Good luck, mate. This is going to be map point.
There's just nowhere you can go. Yeah, everybody able to jump up on something and spot you at every moment you cross.
Yikes.
Vigil just gonna gun him down. I think Real in that moment probably just getting the call outs that there's someone B street, so he's more focused on Dashi than Pred in the mid window, but Pred just not a factor in that play. Just another first blood Miami are able to get. I don't even recall. I think Optic might have one so far on the entire map. Heretics have absolutely been picking apart. Yeah, just in the first blood category.
I think it is one, yeah. Heretics absolutely running the at least opening rounds. But their strong starts, it's not like Optic are bad at, you know, bouncing back. They do get back in there. Was that a Texan mug? Oh my God, we're gonna have to see that one in another round. Josh, I know you can hear me.
That's insane.
4 for Lucky, 4 for Real. Who will find it in this round? And if you get it, will they be able to push the advantage for the Heretics and tie up the series? Dashi and Shotzi. Oh, Lucky, another first blood. Giant exploding propane tank gets the assist. Lucky now, can he get a real first blood? Yeah, he can. Gets away with his life. Oh my good God, nice moves. Gets into the bomb site as well. I don't hate it. Pred's gonna be sent in. There's a big pitch now.
Oh my God.
Nearly gets both. Vic will go before
Fred
they can
is
reach
an
it. This
idiot.
could be
He's a
absolutely
meathead.
tremendous. Can he get anything? Yeah,
An actual meathead.
What a freaky round.
Yeah, and look, I know Lucky technically got the first blood, but those
Oh my
are the
God, I found
nades
this
from
ferret
Optic, I think,
adoption
hitting the
rescue
old
place.
mini exploding propane tank.
And
it is
if
common
they're
that
under a
Lucky
year
standing
old,
right
they're
next to it doesn't die,
$325.
but the teammate that I'm assuming was underneath
The
it
heck?
does.
1 to 3 years old is $250.
By the way, Optic,
4 to 5
finally
is
a first
$200, and
blood,
6
they
years and older is
execute just 2
$125.
more rounds.
That's the cheapest.
Just desperate to get that first kill.
Yep. I mean, look, it counts as a technical.
Like, do you get them a
first blood
litter
from Lucky, I
box?
suppose.
Like,
Another?
I don't know how to take care of them.
Madam, this is no time for dancing.
I don't know.
Optic are trying
This
to
girl I
find
was
a
friends
round.
with in high school. She had like 3 ferrets. And they had,
Real's really good at this. He's
like, they would just
genuinely
run all over the place.
nailing it. Kenny
Like they had a specific room for them. Like they had their own room.
What are we? What the? Just get your gun up, shoot him. Pred.
Behind you, Pred.
Massive advantage now. For Optic, who have managed to put it all down to Lucky. We will see if luck has anything to do with it. Oh, he's running. Here comes Kenny. Beams. Kenny.
Oh.
Ooh, round 11. Optic have figured it out, Chance.
Good lord, that is just a hyperactive round. Optic starting to run it down in spot of the first blood. Pred, nice play as well. I think he's just able to flood through the middle of the map, and then Kenny and Dashy have been on point in the clutch moments. Honestly, kind of baffled. Lucky was able to beam Dashy as well, but Kenny right there for the trade. So the two AR players from Optic getting active. Round 11, here we go.
My eyeballs.
Maybe the first blood battle doesn't even matter for Optic.
What's wrong with them?
Clutch up.
I just got flashbang.
They've been enjoying them some high rise.
Really? First blood goes to Shotzi. Heretics now
Fred
down
needs to be careful.
in the opening duel. Immediately answer back and
Okay,
look
it
at
already
both teams
exploded.
lined up at the respective ends of high rise. Fred's trying to make a play.
B Street is just being dominated by Miami though. Like you just lost it. Yeah, it might be a freebie gunfight. Shots, or excuse me, Kenny laying down as he's being chased, and Pred looking for the trades, goes straight into the iron of Lucky, who still has his number.
Nice,
Kenny though just turned himself a cruise, back down, call it in, get the intel.
Me too.
Yeah,
or maybe just gun him.
Just find him, gun him. Vehicle now having a clutch. He's on the bomb site. Kenny, I may have just seen him. The 1-2 chow. Dashy looking for the kill potentially. Here comes the cruise. Dashy's on the bomb. Watch Kenny's mouth as he immediately calls out Vehicle and finds it. Kenny!
How did that not kill him?
Still in the fight! Gotta get his gun up. Kenny has to check the bomb site. Does Vehicle know where he's gone? Kenny might have gone over towards A. He's trying to bait Vehicle out. We are testing the man's patience. 10 seconds.
Like, they play like idiots.
In round 11.
Oh, I can't say the word, but holy smokes, dude.
They play like actual idiots. Like, why? That's the second time that they didn't check the whole bomb site before trying to plant. Like, you are an idiot.
Exploding propane tank that was a menace on the map in that game.
So dumb.
I can't believe he made that call.
I still think Optic will win,
but I can't believe Kenny survived it.
Yeah, it's like a dumb move that they did that they could have just.
Yeah, like they literally could have 3-0'd them instead of 3-1.
The game would have gone to Miami because they were on defense and the bomb wouldn't have gone down, but I don't know. That is crazy stuff, but without question, the thing to pay attention to, 5 first bloods from Real and 4 from Lucky. They utterly dominated Optic in that category. I mean, Kenny and Shotzi able to get 1 first blood apiece, but even in the final round where Shotzi got the first blood, he killed himself 5 seconds later, running into the
I really want a great Pyrenees and German Shepherd mix.
And playing for the trades.
I don't remember if I sent this to you or not.
Did you see that sweet little angel I just sent you?
On the clutch factor front there from Optic, I know Dashy
no, you didn't send this to me.
On point, maybe up until that final round, but that is certainly an absurd
She's a
high-rise
baby.
S&D. One for the ages. The propane tank and the wind tunnel that's at the top of the map.
I don't think I'm gonna drink anymore. I'm gonna take medicine for my head.
Search and destroy.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll be talking about that one for a while. We get to rewatch that play. Decision making from Kenny, like really good. I think he was a bit concerned about maybe
I would have to
blowing
go
himself
like
up in that
buy
situation, which
some
would have been
anyway.
tough.
So
Time was on his side for a moment. Patience was tested. Magic in the air in this series. We're going to take a break, though, boys and girls. When we come back, we're staying on high rise. Don't put your shoes on yet. We're rocking and rolling this one after the break.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Yummy. What do you mean, Kobe? Boom, boom, boom. I also honestly wouldn't mind a dog like this either.
So cute. So cute, babe.
I know, babe. Bum, 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 bum.
Okay, well, thank you for.
Oh my goodness.
Sending me that because now I'm gonna be looking at dogs.
This dog only has 3 legs.
What?
It's a German Shepherd. It was added to the, like he's new to the all for pause place.
Yeah.
He's living in a foster home right now. Dogs are just so cute.
Yeah, at least you have some.
My head. I think it would be better if you had gotten like a cat.
Yeah.
They don't take as, I mean, obviously still work, but it's like
a little quick look at that final few
it's not as bad as
like with traveling and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to see like on the mini map.
But I mean, if I do, like, if I ever do eventually ever get another dog, which is highly unlikely, just because it's like, you have to think about this like logically, but it's like I would want it to come with me like everywhere.
To the exact same hiding spot he had before, and I mean, as you pointed out, Miles, just the patience. Vehicle gets to the corner, trusts himself, waits the extra 15 seconds, and times it perfectly. As soon as it was 5 seconds, he checks the bomb because Kenny gonna be forced to be there in that moment. So vehicle on point in the calls on that moment. That is just a wild game too. Again, propane tanks out of control.
Oh my god, control high rise? What are we doing?
Or kill
I
himself.
didn't even realize.
There's absurd stuff, but here's the player looking to turn his game around in map 3. He was not enjoying gunfights against Lucky on map 2, but a 1.45 KD in control is absolutely bonkers. And as we know, everything is bigger in Texas.
Look at those mugs. I'm not talking about Dashi. I'm talking about the actual, you know, like liquid receptacles. On towards the B zone we
This
go.
dog is so cute.
Bruce is there to help out. Kenny's holding it down. I still want to keep talking about that 1v1, like the decision process that got us to that point. Kenny did everything right. Do you want to blow Bruce away? Do you want to kill himself? Tough scenes. I'll see you on the flank.
I sent you
Take
another
a second to be on its way out, boys
Oh,
and
yeah.
girls. Say hello to an extra minute of the game clock. Or not.
And no, it's going to say the jump up. Nobody actually watched it. Shotzi just a little bit too late, but only able to get 1 kill. You know where Kenny is, and well, Kenny's going to fall. Shotzi, though, able to pick up a couple extra kills, and there you go. Extra minute out of the clock. B is unsecured, and that is a very strong start. Optic really didn't waste any time.
Real finds himself too in the feed, immediately over towards the A side of the map. Now it's a single. Whoa! Holy! Lucky takes care
How
of
did
Metals.
Real not die to that? But
An absolute
Metals did.
Yeah, didn't even do half his health, by the way.
Yeah,
they're like untouched. That's 2 bullets equivalent. That giant explosion.
He has some sort of familial bond with the giant exploding propane tanks. We're gonna have to do a DNA test because there is definitely something going on there. There's also something going on the A side of the map. There's Shotzi.
Okay. Yeah, no, that'll be round number 1. He's doing smooth moves, maybe taking a little bit too much time. Spawner's a little bit quick, but still. Triple stack on the point, should have a trophy as well. The tank has already exploded. This is as good as it gets from Optic as the second tick already through. Miami trying to force it. They need the gunfight wins, and Lucky on the bench actually times it perfectly.
There's so many birds on here.
And Kenny might be over here making plays. Kenny trying to dance on him. Lucky, though, the saving
There's a bird on
grace.
here that's 29 years old.
Minute and 40 just for 1 tick.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a decent amount of lives as
One
well.
of those like green and
Spend them if
yellow
you've got 'em,
like
Optic.
parrots.
Mid-map, Lucky's going to turn at the right time. Here's the thumps of the boots from Pred. Shotzi on the outside of the map might have gotten lost. We'll see. We'll deal with him in a minute.
My favorite thing is everybody that goes against Optic knows that like Shotzi goes off the map, and they always look there.
Strong attack from Optic.
Yeah, there was nothing offered there from Miami. I mean, they had one good sort of retake on the A site, but there was not a semblance of spawn kills. Optic got the pressure off the opening break, and then they just simply never looked back.
How you like me now?
It was Kenny and Dashy doing the objective work as well, capturing B, while Shotzi and Pred get a play on sort of the outskirts and pick up the kills, but there was never a clean 3 or 4 wipe on the side of Optic Texas, and instead they were just collecting them like they were, I don't know, stamps.
Round 2. Meow. I wonder what those books say as well. That's another one for you guys there. Say bye-bye, propane tank. Red sneaks off the map for a moment. Nice work there from Real and Vehicle to make the A zone a little bit more safe. They're going to get a slow cap on that. Not a massive amount of space gain on the map. That's going to be Vehicle's job. Kenny's got some inkling that he's inside here. Stun check, no good. Can't get away with his life. Pred should be the next man up for it. Gets it. Don't close out the segment on A. There we go. It's a nice advantage here for the Heretics.
Well, just one segment, though. It's a little bit slow on the capture, and Pred, nice win against Metals. Gonna get traded immediately out, but Real doesn't have too much help in this moment. Still gonna be a slow capture. Need the gunfight wins. Able to give you 1. Trades, though, rolling through. Teamwork still important. They're keeping the pressure up. I mean, this is basically the blender. Optic are challenging this 1
I think
by 1,
you like that
and
song a
there
lot,
goes
too.
the A zone.
Huh?
Credit to
I
Vehicle
think you
just
like
for
that
making
song
sure
a lot,
it
too.
blows up first thing. And right now for Heretics, you just want to keep the pressure up, not start the spawn kill process, because it is a delicate moment. AR sort of push back. You gotta find your way out.
Pred managed to find his on Real. Vehicle once again straight back towards the enemy spawn. Spots Shotzi, guns him, takes care of business. And now a bit of a life lead for the Heretics as Vehicle pick a corner, any corner. Let's use the shadows. 1, 2, big work. That's enough to get the boys on B.
Well, how many are going to get on? I mean, right now, number 2, Lucky, he's deciding to run for more spawn kills, getting in position. So just a solo capture for the moment. There's 1, can't get the second. So that's a life. You've only gotten 1 tick, and now Optic have the time to at least attempt to swarm the point. Kenny nearby, but he gets cleaned up. Heretics continuously winning the gunfights, and now Optic desperate to get out of their spawn as the stack is in, and so is that zone captured. But Heretics
that was a lot faster
in that round.
I mean, whether it's Vehicle just instantly leaves his spawn, goes to Optic spawn, causes problems. Every single time he hit it, the timing was magnificent. Vehicle absolutely the man of the moment at 12 and 9. Captures to his name as well. The Heretics are feeling it here on High Rise.
And, you know, the talk of the town
Sing the rest of
has
it.
been that, you know, defense on High Rise has really been sort of making gains. Teams starting to figure it out, locking it down a little bit easier. Not right now. I mean, that is 2 offensive rounds where, again, basically
they just shouldn't play this map. No one should play this map, to be fair.
Making sure the propane tanks are exploded, where you're flooding in off spawn as well. So attacking rounds right now, showing off big moments, and a nice first blood there from Kenny. Optic, slow approach over towards B.
I'm not kidding, man. I think Real knows a thing or two. He knows some secrets about them tanks. Because he gets successful with them, he doesn't blow up often. This is a lovely bit of work defensively from the Heretics. Lucky We're going to stay alive for a moment longer. Uh-oh. Perfect throw from Kenny. Gets an open lane now to work with. Chelsea opens up B. Vehicle slams that door once again. Good work either side.
Yeah, still more pressure on Vehicle. I think Pred might be sliding in for the trade, or maybe Pred playing the power position. Is Shotzi right now just dancing in your spawn? This is not a fun situation. Shotzi is in fact behind you. How many players want to turn to look for him? Well, they're setting him in one at a time. No trades coming through. And Optic only have one player on B, but still Shotzi the thorn in their side, making a guest appearance behind you once again. And this is a long life and a lot of kills and a lot of confusion for Miami.
He's not slowing down. 4. That's it. Hitting the back finally. Able to get onto the walls B for a moment though. A was looking a little decent. Pred is going to push on forward, try to, you know, conceal himself.
I mean, why are we not helping him on site?
Finds a bit of help there on the Dashi. Final 30 seconds. Second segment of B. Soon to be done.
I was going to say, poor Dashi. He's not getting any help on the actual objective. Pred has spent so much time looking for kills. This is his first move nearby. Wins a gunfight against Lucky, though. That's a good start, but easy trades now for Miami. And just allergic to stacking at the point in this round. Multiple players looking for the spawn kills and maybe punished for it. Shotzi trying to bail you out in this moment. Nice moves just to stop the clock. 14 seconds left on it.
Oh, Vehicle finds another.
Brother.
Timing not that great though, Pred. Not
Why are you challenging when you're the only one on point?
Close for the finish. That should be round advantage to the Heretics. Shotzi doesn't opt for the ladder. Point 1.
Oh.
Oh my God.
That's 3 dead.
They've made it in. 1 second to go. The guns are at the ready, and the round's not over yet.
Good stack.
Point going over towards A. How many players on it? They got the trophy.
Stacking.
3 players. Well, make it 2 players running away. So you're looking for the cutoff kills once again. And honestly, why not?
Idiots.
6 lives now remaining for Miami.
1 wave of kills all you need. Can the Heretics get in there? Trophy's eating it. Kenny! He blows up that tank. It was a little one this time, not a big one. You've still got time.
Idiots.
Still got lives.
There was three of you. You guys should have immediately stacked and then dispersed to. Oh, yeah.
Looking for find a couple more. Pred's there to help out. Shotzi's on the flank as well. My goodness, this could work out. Pred finds 2. Last 2 members of the Heretics. Oh my God. 0.1 seconds down to 0.1 player. Metals gun.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's what I just said.
That's a ridiculous round, or maybe I'm a little bit too intense. Didn't realize how many kills Optic was able to actually collect. And that actually, I don't know if that's the strat call necessarily, because they were stacking previously, but it's that slow one-man capture they had towards B just buys you all of the extra time in the round. But there's the moves where, I mean, 2 players in Miami looking at the exact same thing, and I mean, you can understand why. That is as close as it could possibly be to a round win. Instead, Shotzi, well, him and Pred had the timing dialed down to a T, but right now, the MVP of the map, making veteran plays, been doing it since 2009.
He really has. Actually, I don't know if it's a he or a she. It's hard to tell. I haven't looked under the metal. Yeah, metals though on the other side. Capturing A.
I mean, 12 and 19 ain't great.
Heavy push here from Optic defensively. Kenny's going to find another one, but the boys are stacked over towards A. Kenny's still on that pinch. Dashi insta reads. They're onto metals. No real problem there. Optic Texas put themselves in a sweet spot trying to take the lead in the series.
Well, pick a corner, any corner. Pred in a sort of day one spot. And damn, Real reads it and wins the gunfight. Surprised he actually was able to connect on that one. And, well, Miami off the back of it. A little bit of pressure on the B zone. Got the trophy player there as well.
I wonder if they were,
that's a key thing to pay attention to.
And
Lucky's on a 4 spree. Even with the trophy, though, still going to get peppered up and feel the pressure. But right now, Lucky, he just wants to find those 2 kills.
Looking for him, and he's in the right place to get him. The heat's going to come his way.
Are y'all just letting them get B? Like, what is going on?
The spree, and they stop the capture. The second segment goes through on B. Vehicles managed to sneak in. A lot of work done. Great coverage there from Real. Pred now looking to get involved also from the hit into the feed. No more. Vehicles stays alive for a Mo. So close there.
Oh my God, Lucky just shat on you.
B has been drained. B has been made safe, and Dashi has A as well.
And this is interesting too, because Miami's sort of split pushing in this moment. Maybe they thought they were going to be able to secure the B zone.
Why are we running anything else besides
Equal able to get maybe the first kill in this next engagement, but Kenny trigger discipline as well,
or whatever they're fucking called.
Miami though just struggling again to make sort of amends. 22 seconds on the clock. They need a little bit of magic, or Optic are going to take this game.
Oh my, weird. Another annoying place to be in. I love it. Multiple good shots, not enough for the kill. Vehicle lives, trades. Final 10, done. That is a beautiful bit of work. And Dashi, the absolute insurance policy here. You are not leaving your spawn. GG's. We say bye-bye to control, and it was 0.1 seconds that really made the difference.
Jesus Christ.
Man alive,
literally,
what series this
0.1 seconds.
Absolute nail biters.
That was insane.
I mean, that might be one of the most unique finishes to a round as well, or not even like the finish to the round, but effectively calling game, able to get to the zone with that little time on the clock, and that is a very tough.
I feel like that is literally the Optic fashion.
Ways you can get on the zone, and I think they were prepared for nearly every single one, but. Again, Pred and Shotzi timing it together on the jump up is insane stuff to be able to orchestrate. I don't know, though. Solid stuff from Lucky there. 25 kills he was able to get. Pred virtually get a match who apparently is his rival with 24 of his own. And credit to Pred as well. 10 objective kills both on the offense and defensive end. He's making sure those zones were kept nice and safe.
We'll take a cheeky peek at the highlights here. That was a really mad good game of control, and a 3-1 that definitely could have gone to a final round there. Shenanigans either side again. Everyone's favorite at Giant Exploding Probe heading. I've talked to some of the stats team about this. We're completely unable to really effectively track the KD of the tanks, because if they get blown up, aka if they die, it doesn't come up in the feed. So we've got no really accurate way of knowing what the true KD is. So as far as things look like, they just like going 1 for 1 every time. You know what I mean, Chance?
No, it's going to have a negative KD just for the times where it explodes and doesn't do anything. But exactly. You're just tracking its total kills on the year. Honest to God, I mean, I'm not trying to call out any player in the moment, but, you know, maybe a player or two that was in stage 1. There was a roster change coming through. By the end of the year, the propane tank is going to be out slaying some actual pro players in the league.
Oh, my God. That is...
That might, honestly, it's probably already happened. If not, we're certainly on the way.
Low-key... That was a 0.01 round. We'll be talking about that one as well. Plenty to talk about in this series. An absolute blowout, man. Like, both sides, everyone's having their crazy moments. This is an absolute barn burner, whatever the hell that means. Who's burning barns? That's insane. Must be insurance fraud. Over towards our next hard point. We're on our way, though. And Optic looking hot. Heretics looking hot. Anything can happen here. Chance thing on paper. This was definitely a 3-0 for many, but good luck. Have fun. Frustration, though, for the Heretics. And with damn good reason, Chance, they were so close to a big advantage. We'd still be playing them right now.
Absolutely. I mean, I would say from Optic as well, again, they're really wanting to test the map pool and get more repetitions on high rise. And I still think a little bit more to learn. A 3-1 win on the control looks convincing, but it did take a nail biter moment to get it done. And then just the first bloods alone on the high rise, completely absurd. And I know, Miles, you mentioned barn burners. I mean, the Great Chicago Fire got started by a cow kicking over a lamp. So you got to be very careful in barns. Extremely flammable.
Was the cow a member of an organized crime syndicate?
No, it's just a cow.
Awesome. Almost ready to get into Karachi, boys and girls. That's a spicy... you got me thinking right now. All right, let's have a look. Optic got me feeling good about this one. Karachi's been the playground of Anthony Cuevas Castro for the entirety of the MW3 season.
I don't know what's going on with Kenny. Maybe he has a headache too.
He wasn't even alive in 2009. Don't quote me on that, but he was absolutely...
He was.
Maybe.
He was.
Maybe. He's quite young, but he's dangerous here in MW3. This has got to be a very happy place to be for Optic Texas.
I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back, chat.
But the 0.01 round squeaks you through. And now you're looking very happy. Can they keep it going, Chance? What do the Heretics have here on Karachi?
You know, sort of a brand new look. Rial, the new guy on the squad. I know certainly on map 1 he had a bit of a slow start, and that was a big factor into the reason why Optic were able to punish them so much. So not as many repetitions for Miami on Karachi. A 1-2 record overall, but again, a new man on the squad. Maybe the player to pay the most attention to. I don't entirely trust the stats, not that they are incorrect, but first in hold percentage, 12th in break. Again, yeah, Miami, they've only played it 3 times, so it's going to be a bit more extravagant. See on the side, though, from Optic, they're just solid at the hold, more extravagant. See on the side though from Optic, they're just solid at the holds and the breaks. Maybe you don't want them, or maybe they don't rotate as much as the fans might want them to, but as long as they're rotating to the correct hills, this is a team that is going to have a great deal of success. And I know Kenny, that's the terrifying sight, I would say, for Miami. This is a guy that's been on point. I know we might not have won the round 11, but he was still earning cruise missiles and gunning everybody down. So slow Kenny down, have a good bit of success, and off the opening break, Heretics, well, successful at least, keeping things slow.
So on the map, very happy for Optic. Early time from the Heretics though. Dashy's pinned, they know exactly where he is. That's not going to account for a whole lot though. You still have to gun Bruce. In these angles, whether he's watching Coop side or watching P1 side, very good work. Heretics though, fine time. P2 looking good as well. Beagle's going to be the man over there, making sure the due diligence is done for the Heretics. And right now, things are getting done at the hard point. Shotty, schmoving into it. Now, immediate transition over towards New. If that ladder wasn't so slippery, he'd be in a much better spot now. Oh my god, he is parkouring.
Yeah, dude, that movement is insane. Getting the information, baiting out shots, setting up kills for his teammates, making sure he doesn't overcommit, and he wins the gunfight as well. Shotzi, the absolute dream of a teammate to play with, and even sets up Pred potentially for the double kill. Everybody right now on Optic swarming around the time, but Dashi misses the beat down, and Heretics, well, keep the hope alive. They're able to get over the dumpster as well.
He did pop mixy off in the first game? Who are we talking about?
Feed, getting the extra 2, back alley. They should have it secured.
I feel like
Pred
you're just
finds the time
are you
letting that one drop.
Oh, and Pred looking to drop Real now. Slide. Hip fire, clean, 25. Optic should be able to get back into this.
As close to real time, or are you a bit delayed? Because I have no idea what we're talking
Real
about.
versus Pred once more. Look towards the new hard point, though. That's where Optic have gone.
And look what happens when you make a small mistake. Real lets Pred sneak in through the back door, doesn't get the trade, so now Pred's on a 4 spree. Instead of holding the time, you just lost maybe an extra 10 seconds. So that's a nice little swing moment. And Pred playing for the crew, feels
really
the
well.
pressure, does the smart thing, and backs all the way down. He's got Shotzi to work with, but maybe just a little bit too quick. Should have baited a little bit harder in Miami. Wow, the luck. Maybe turning the tides their direction. Trying to put on the pressure and break this B3.
Stop YYing.
Raw pressure. Metals
fucking idiot.
Smack through the front. The
Kenny
back alley
deserves
now
that.
a little more dangerous. Optic starting to swell.
When he was on Thieves, oh my god, the amount of times that man died to YYing.
Is it able to keep him at bay? No, he's one slippery customer. My god, he's so hard to deal with.
Kenny?
Lucky gone. Metal's now trying to pick it up, and Optic have done a really good job trying to keeping the Heretics unbelievably uncomfortable on this hard point.
This is just like a blistering fast game right now that I think both teams are sort of struggling to calibrate and orchestrate. You got Metal snapping on corpses. Those were nice shots even if they didn't connect. So the comms right now for Miami also going to be flowing. An important P3 break for them to keep that lead maintained just a little bit higher as we go to a largely
Kenny, 5 and 6, Shotzi, 6 and 8, Pred, 8 and 5, Dashy, 7 and 6.
3 in the feed, 4 technically. But that's all down. Pred, the last man up here for Optic Texas, anywhere near the hard point. He's going to be able to hop into it, hopefully keep a Heretics player out of the power position.
There's 3 near the hard point. What are you talking
Lovely
about?
suppression. Pred out of the fight for a moment.
Now back into the mix is Dashy. One of the better POVs. The shots is almost never misses, so it takes 2 to take him down. Vehicle, the overseer from top third, able to get it done. Still, though, a difficult hill to collect time on. Miami have been outslaying in this moment. Vehicle's on a 4 spree, and they've just now been able to set foot on it. Still need the trades, though. And by the way, if you look at the minimap, I don't know if it was a route or a spawn, but Pred is behind enemy lines for the rotation. He's got the opportunity to break down. Miami, they want to hunt him down sooner rather than later, but now's the opportunity to move. But by the time Pred makes a noise, his entire team is here. This looks like might be a rotation win from Optic, unless Lucky can break it down, and he can't get it done. Vehicle keeps throwing nades in the middle of gunfights. But I'd rather him use his gun. Good lord, how did Optic not get that?
What is going on? The junk hill is upside down now. Heretics back in it. Optic have not been as concise as they have been.
What do you mean Heretics is back in it? These commentators are honestly so fucking shit. Since I've been watching, Heretics have been kind of slamming Optic. And they've been in the lead this whole time.
Immediate awareness of the spawn seed from Vehicle and the Heretics lads. Nice shots into Shotzi, who also gets
and they had
20 to go.
Like
Gunfight wins. Nice trades as well. Vigo won his one. Real wins at least his first engagement.
Since the last fucking point. So what are you talking about?
You need to get that extra bit of utility.
Oh, he saw his foot.
A few different hills that we have. Right now, Metal's over towards the bridge. Bunch of players trying to root him down. Getting tags on Shotzi as Vehicle getting sent in for the kill. That's the information from the bridge player, but Vehicle choked it. No crews there, and for the moment, no time collected either.
No, oh, that's tough. Real, you're alone. You're in the worst part of town right now to be in. Trophy's going to be working in that hard point for Kenny. Lovely stuff. As Optic have got a nice grip here on P1 in our second set. Heretics very much the front runners. A little bit of time here to make the comeback. And now the counter-attack is on for Miami.
And you got bridge control as well, so Kenny a little bit more comfortable inside the time. Dashi, the overseer, feeding kills to his teammates. Vehicle trying to get back towards P1, but he's had no success on this little zone of the map, so much so that Miami chalking it up and playing for rotation. That is a ton of time being given away on P1. And obviously a lot of time from Optic to work with to hunt down these kills. Pred connects on Lucky every time he gets that kill. Maybe a smile with a brain shot on his face. Right now, Heretics a little bit turtled around this new time.
Lead change only by one. Oh, another time.
It's just been a hard point hold here from Optic. Texas kind of get in.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's hip fire at its finest. A little bit of magic from Shotzi, who has not looked down those iron sights in a minute. Doesn't matter whatsoever. 5 spree.
Yeah, and look at that moment too, right? You turtle just a little bit. Shotzi able to belly crawl in position. It just breaks it down. I mean, P2 is really where Miami Heretics have just sort of blown their opportunities. 2 different P2s where they just get bullied out, and Eagle doesn't connect on the cruise. This is Shotzi's opportunity to get it. Great trigger discipline so he can keep his hiding spot. Waiting for a freebie, and there it is. Cruise collected, but maybe a nice little break. Miami want these final 18 seconds. Dashi versus Metals to make it happen. Optic get the scrap. Rotation, though, maybe a touch more difficult.
But always knew we go. Heretics in full control. Shotzi with the streaks.
They're gonna use the Predator missile on this.
Try to turn the Heretics lineup into rubble. Can he find one?
Yeah, why?
Pushes him inside. That's good enough for now.
Why
3-man hit through
like,
junk. Pinches on from both sides. Shotzi might go big. We'll see who wins the war of the flanks. Optic.
Yeah, no, not even close. That is a moment where Optic simply just bully them out. That was a perfect cruise missile call.
Absolutely perfect stuff. Heretics now on the attack. We'll go for a quick listen in and see how they sound. Trying to get the breaks.
It's always funny when they do a listen in with them because they're all speaking Spanish. So you know no one knows what the fuck they are saying. If they say arriba, then it's like I know that's above. But that's about it. He said muerto, which is dead.
No veo nada por la Vale, vale, dame un segundo. No veo al de Londres,
Queda uno en Envy, no os olvidéis. Arriba Brix son 2.
Lucky has a deeper voice than I thought he would.
Cuidado el siguiente, ¿vale? Vale, era Sandbags, estaba de pique el Sandbags. Y sigue ahí, pego piña, Envy. Me tengo el medio yo, tengo el medio, ¿sabes? Vale, tengo el medio yo entero. Vale, déjame medio medio derecha.
I only know
Sigue esa derecha ya.
some words.
Ahí no, derecha, hat.
Shit on.
Me mata.
Muerto.
Estás bien, tienes un trofeo, no te van a... Si me chiseen Hardwall, me chiseen Hardwall. No, de cara. Tengo un dip, en el punto siguiente das y muerto.
Okay, this is enough. That's enough slices. I'm gonna make some chocolate milk later.
That's good.
See, Shotzi, if he would have had his Predator missile, could have used it for this bitch.
They could be some of the best comms in the game. If someone bilingual could let me know, that would be fantastic. But either way, the energy and consistency is there. Is Optic flooding the pressure, cranking up the heat, forcing Miami to respond, and getting
so
back
why
down
are we
and
not on the point?
Letting you know they are an iron wall so difficult to pierce.
No one getting through that. Reals doesn't get streaks either. Trophies clouded the air around this hard point that Optic are soaking. Lead change once again. Pinch is now on. Vikal punches through the back. Perfect timing from Lucky as well. It's a magnificent
I mean,
look at
one
the break.
nade
But you
and
have
you're
to
dead.
contest. Still with Predator Shotzi. We're alive and kicking. Where is
Someone
Shotzi?
please help
Is he
him.
on top of the? Is he at the ladder?
They were right next to each other. I couldn't quite tell. I think they were on top of each other, but either way, a little moment from Optic to strip away maybe an extra 5 or 6 seconds, but still scrap time for Miami. And a nail biter of the game.
Yikes.
Neither
Can't
team
even
has
let it
really
die.
been able to get top third control, and Optic's still going to struggle. For the first time, a player from Miami gets up there, and Real off the top rope slammed, but it's enough for Heretics to get the trades and attempt to get back.
I want to know who is hosting what and how hosting works.
P1 hill.
Jumps off that top third and breaks his own neck. Vikal now from up high. Can he keep the players of Optic at the hard point? Get him out there, son. You're going to send it and get smoked as well. The anti-aircraft capabilities of Optic Texas absolutely paramount in their defensive P1. It's still a close game. Looking towards a new hard point as well. And luck has nothing to do with it, but Lucky does on the rotation.
I mean, they're just trying so hard to literally fly from the top rope. I mean, they've been struggling.
This man has been one shot for 3 minutes.
They've also been struggling on the P2s, by the way.
He's dead.
They've had the early rotation multiple times where Lucky, again, is setting himself up in position to try to get his team here first, and he even wins the initial engagement.
There's another rocket
Going
launch.
to be pinching from red, but Real reads it. So
Hopefully this
another
time.
opportunity for Heretics on
Falcon
P2.
9.
They have struggled to execute.
Okay.
They need it right here.
Here we go.
Very
doable.
With Starlink
Absolutely
satellites.
melted. Metals with a saving play. Now through the front.
We got 47 minutes.
Metals with the guns at the ready. Real back towards the hard point. Over
I'm
200.
going to be asleep in 47
The line
minutes.
is holding so far. Heretics maintain control.
Gotta say, with that contest, by the way, Optic at least bought the lifeline. Whether or
Oh
not
my
they get the
God.
break, they at least bought
What
themselves
is the
another
point
hill.
of
Break, though,
fucking
a different
buildings, bro?
question, but again, it looks like Optic able to bully their way
Like
through
a
and
goddamn
do it once again.
clay hut. Actually, I feel like clay would stop the
Still
bullet.
Optic picking up a lot of time. This is very, very dangerous.
Jesus.
Grab this late in the game. The pinch is there. Shotzi will not back down and will not die.
These buildings
either.
are made
What
by
a
like
win.
paper mache.
I don't know how he pulled that one off, and that is it.
They can win here.
You needed to get in there
5
at the
seconds.
very least,
3,
and this tick's gonna
2,
go over. The
1.
time is done. The series is complete. Optic Texas 3-1.
And maybe no
I called it,
fire
though.
in the player can't. Okay, all right, we'll add the 1 to the mix. Pred, yeah, not the memory of a goldfish, a player that is not going to forget.
All right, the subliners
That is a tough one
versus.
for Miami too. That is 3
Hey.
different P2s where they have the early rotation. Able to win some of the initial gunfights
I
as
do think
well,
FaZe
but
will
they just
win
get broken
if
down
subliners
time
are
and
playing
time
like how
again.
they
Whether it
were.
be from a sneaky play from Shotzi
It's
where
definitely
he
a
hit fires
3-0.
everybody in sight, or whether they
If
just bully
they
their
are
way through the front
gonna play a little bit
and try
better,
to skill diff it as
3-1.
much as possible. Optic Texas, certainly a series they're going to learn from.
I think
A lot
even
of
if
those
they were to
high
get a
rises,
map,
they're going to go back
it
under
would only be
pay
one map.
attention with a microscope level of attention. And credit to
But-
Metals. I mean, he fried nearly 6k damage, a Titan in that lobby, but ultimately, if you can't hold on to some of the easier hills in the game to do so, you're not going to have a good time, and Optic punish them for their mistakes.
I wish I didn't have a headache because
So a close
I
one there
would
in
have
Karachi.
loved to have
It's not a
drank
bad
a
look whatsoever
little.
from the Heretics, but there's a couple of moments where you just see that clear-cut difference, that little bit of magic that makes Optic Texas such a good team. Well, GG's, folks, as the orange and green tells a very, very spicy story of a back and forth between two teams on an absolute roll. We'll see if the Heretics can keep this going, keep up that pace, and maybe crack on through and find some wins. But Optic still looking so good chance. High-rise control, magic. High-rise search and destroy, magic for the Heretics. What a series.
That honestly might be the biggest takeaway from Optic for this one. Just the, what was it, 10 or 9 out of 11 first bloods? I think that Miami was able to collect. Lucky for 5 and Real for another 4. So certainly Miami have well-orchestrated strats on the first blood front. But again, maybe the drawing boards for a few hills in the response.
Back to the drawing board, and now back to the desk.
Good job, Miles. Thank you, Chance.
Thanks,
and now we got to break down what we just witnessed. It was a little bit longer than expected, but Optic gets the win. I do want to credit Miami, though. Much stronger than a lot of people expected, myself included. And Nameless, while we're watching the highlights, talk to me about some of the tiny things that you think they can fix to potentially break into the top 8? Because currently they're the 11th best team in the league out of 12.
Yeah, sure, Chris. Well, one will be control. Those are going to be some big things in that game mode. So you asked me about the small things, and I would say in the hard point, specifically that game 4, massive opportunity for them. I love what they did on the junk kill, P5. They set in a pinch through Lucky. He finds a kill, and then they just kind of over-challenge down low. Just sit there and contest, right? At the very end, also, you're thinking about that situation. You're like, okay, Optic, they need 24 seconds to win. Let's get in here, play our lives, slow down and contest as long as possible, then think about that next rotation, right? So for Miami Heretics, it was the P2s and some of these small moments where they just over-challenged. It's the growing pains of a new roster. You can't expect to beat Optic Texas off the bat. I do think Miami showed a lot of fight throughout this one.
Allie, we're now in stage 3 of 4. How much time do you have left if you're the Heretics, and what's the future for Optic?
You do not have a lot of time left if you're Miami. Obviously, we're hoping that they stick with this roster. They've been hot potatoing that 4th man, and this is arguably the closest you've gotten to beating a top 4 team. And it wasn't a bad showing, just unfortunately a couple mistakes in that map number 4. You weren't able to close it out. Specifically, the tail end of that first rotation, allowing Optic to chain that P5 to 1 and 2 to give them a heavy lead to take over the lead in the game, not only close it out by the end. On the other side, Optic Texas, they look amazing. They're testing maps. We see that in their map pool. They put Vista as that map 1. We did not even see that in either of their past 2 series. That was an auto veto. They come out, absolutely slam Miami on it. Kenny has a master class, so not only that, now their map pool is expanding.
Optic, the most clutch team in the game if you've been watching the last 2 stages, and we have another clutch moment. It's your Scuff play of the game. Take a look at this one, Nameless.
Yeah, you know, if Miami won this one, it would have for sure been Vickle, but we're going to go back to the search and destroy. Just some crafty plays out of Optic here, getting pushed up close and personal. Shotzi finding a kill, control. Shotzi finding a kill on the point, staying alive, pulling out the AR and just jumping up. Like, you just have so many angles when you're inside this area of the map. You can jump up on the generator, find kills in windows, get on top heli, find more kills. And when you got guys like this who are winning gunfights, you're gonna have a good time.
0.1 second left on the clock, and they jump in
I just
in
think
time.
that when 3 of them were stacking A or B or whatever, then they should have ran and stacked the next one while they were still spawning in.
What is next for Optic?
Just cleaning up their search and destroy. That's literally it. They just got to work on when they're ahead to capitalize on it, and they're still a gross team.
There we go. Well, the real answer is an interview with Pred. Are you ready for this? Here it is. It's your Monster Winner Spotlight, and Pred is joining us live from Texas. Pred, congrats on another victory. What was it like playing Miami today?
Yeah, you know, we played Miami a few times. Had some gruelers against them. Yeah, so yeah, we treat everyone the same. So yeah, just it was a good match.
Definitely, Pred. This is the most
I think he wants to say
I feel
more.
like in the most noise you've made so far in this split during this major 3 qualifiers for this team. What has kind of your individual work been looking like as a player?
My individual work, I mean, I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can bring to the team, what I'm good for. So I've just been sort of like just reviewing, you know, what I've been doing and just trying to make sure that I impact the game the way I can. I just feel like, you know, I wasn't really, you know, after Major 1, I kind of like, you know, wasn't really playing myself. Was kind of, you know, just trying to like focus on too many other things when in reality I just got to, you know, okay, run at people.
Pred, you know, we've seen your guys' record against basically everybody besides Atlanta FaZe. You just dominate. It feels like all these series you guys have been working on your map pool, the entire map pool, right? And is it just all preparation for championship versus Atlanta? Is that what it feels like right now?
I mean, honestly, yeah, that's the best way to put it. You know, obviously these online matches are just like good reps and stuff like that. I think we're already secured for champs and like all that type of stuff. So we're just trying to just, you know, open up our map pool and, you know, just get little things good. So then we get to that, you know, Sunday, we don't, you know, fall short again. What's it
gonna take to take them down? It's been some tough losses online and on land. What do you think you need to do so you can finally beat those guys and get that trophy?
Honestly, you know,
I think it's funny that we're already assuming that FaZe is gonna be at.
We weren't even playing at our best. So
literally, they could just have a bad fucking day,
listen to each other,
and then that's that.
And just do what we practice every day, and just I think that's the main thing. Is just closing out. That's I think the best way to put it. Just need to close out the situations.
Pred, final question for you here in the Monster Winner Spotlight. We have one match to go this week, and it's between Atlanta FaZe and the New York Subliners. Subliners, of course, preparing for this match for over a week now. Who do you have coming out on top?
FaZe?
Man, that's a tough one. You know, both good teams. No ordinance now, so I don't know if like New York's game.
I got
New York
mail.
so it's gonna be interesting to see.
Wow.
But I would have to take FaZe. I think FaZe is just in a really good.
And guess who it's from?
All right, man, we'll let you go celebrate with the team. I like that pick, and that matchup is coming up.
You.
Stay tuned.
Wow.
Awesome stuff there from Pred, and we have your Monster Energy matchup
Let's see
coming
what
up
it
here. It
is.
is the CDL. Let's lock in.
I'm struggling to open.
Intros are in. Intros are in.
I have a plan.
Crazy with the rage, dangerous and rage.
I have a plan.
I ain't wanna take light, look into my eyes.
Oh, thank you.
What is it?
I got the moolah. Tell La Familia I said, gracias.
Okay.
What are the odds of that? I got the exact cat. My work gave me 2 20s and a 10, and I got the exact same.
Josh, are you there?
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Josh is washed.
Are you, working tonight?
No. And this is what I was gonna ask if y'all wanted to do, because I plan to do this. I was gonna stream Valorant, and I'm gonna drink. And if y'all wanna join me, you are free to join me.
You said that you don't work?
I don't work, no.
Oh, okay. I thought you said, yeah, you do. And then that second part that you said confused me, because I was like, you're gonna go to work drunk.
Funny enough, that's a job where someone gave me my first sip of moonshine. In work.
Nice.
41 kills.
Very irresponsible to do that at 18 years old.
Monster face said it's just big me.
Yeah, try blackout drunk at 15. Grow up.
I actually got blackout drunk. Not 16.
I'm not 15 yet. I can beat it.
Oh my god, Cole.
Technically.
Hold on, I gotta record a video. And then it's all going.
It's time for another showdown amongst our big four. Number 1 versus number 4 right now as the Subliners look to upset a red-hot Atlanta FaZe. But Atlanta, they have been dominant, taking our most recent major. They've been thrashing everyone online, including 2 of our top 4.
Puckett, they're number 1 in almost every single category across the board, exactly in Search and Destroy as well. They are looking undefeatable.
Nameless, this is the hardest strength of schedule. I was looking at it. Atlanta FaZe has drawn some tough teams. They've made quick work. Could they have a tougher time today against the Subliners?
Yeah, the Subliners played them close every single time. They played at the last LAN and went all the way to a Game 5. We saw some crazy strategies, but Atlanta FaZe was able to adapt and reign victorious. New York Subliners, though, this is your World Championship squad. Push comes to shove, and they figure it out. They make diamonds, right? Hydra has been not great in Search and Destroy. I believe he can figure it out. We've seen him clutch crazy rounds up against Atlanta FaZe. The Tiny Terrors have had a bad time up against them in the last couple of years. So for New York, this would be everything forgiven if they can come in and get this
test on my FPS in that game.
First bloods, the battle between Abizi and him, I expect.
Now am I gonna do
But
good?
when you're looking at this lineup, who do you think is going to be the X factor to watch?
I believe the X Factor's got to
Don't
be on
worry.
Sib right
You're
now.
probably
Again,
better
this is
than
the
me.
newest player when it comes to this lineup.
Nah.
When we pull up the Monster Energy pre
Yeah, I think that would be fun, the 4 of us play for a little bit, and then we can go to Valorant.
It's just underperforming for
I think I'll just do like walking simulator like Jack
the New York
does.
Subliners.
That'd be fun.
He had a 1.06 KD, so obviously a little bit of a drop off there. And for New York, though, it's not just a drop off of a player;
Hey.
it's a drop off of game modes
you
as
go
well.
to-
Their Search and Destroy,
That's
it's abysmal right now. They're
Dude,
1 in 3
I was
in the
looking
last
at
30
that.
days. Put
Well,
that into
it's
perspective.
so
I was like,
22
wow.
and 10 on the season.
You gotta get the one with the
They
cream
found
on
their
top, the
strengths
cold
in.
foam on top. Oh my
Yeah, you're thinking about
I
this.
just got it.
I agree with you,
Yeah.
Alan, wholeheartedly. Sib is the X factor, right? He's been outspoken on Twitter. He's come into a world championship team, and you know they've gotten worse at search and destroy throughout this split. You know, some people saying ordnance gloves being gone hurts them. Well, they're gonna have to figure it out. I got faith in the Bulldog Kismet, leader of these guys. When
You got a spare one I can borrow?
to get it done. And we're gonna pull up, you know, their overall season Slayer rating. He still is that guy when it comes to killing.
But the GPU's fine. You probably would just have to replace the CPU. But it can run most games just at low graphics.
You
just need a new SSD.
He has the #1 SMG ranks across the board when it comes to those game
You just need
modes.
SSDs.
I hope this goes to a game 5. Do you think we get another extended series?
I wouldn't be shocked,
But
honestly.
You know, my birthday's in 2 days, so I mean, if you just miraculously come over with it in 2 days.
And they brought in
I can give it to you. It's a good starter PC, but you're going to have a lot of complaints.
No one really hangs with this team when it comes to the KD.
I don't know.
Nobody does. And you know, Draza, right, like leading the team in terms of hardpoint
You can
damage
always
throughout
ask
the
him.
split. They got that championship, and they have built off of that Draza energy.
Are your parents
going to
be okay with that,
to get back to be Cold War phase.
Probably not.
Running through teams.
Probably not, but I'll bring it regardless.
Type of squad. Sib has his confidence
Just hide it in.
terms of he is
Sneak it in. Hide it in
everything,
your.
they're dominating
I'll
across
put it. I'll
all
put it in
three
my
game modes.
closet.
#1. And in
How do we
Search and
apply for
Destroy, we saw them go up
guardianship?
against Toronto. It was 6-1. Like they were just running at them. So this is an Atlanta FaZe team that makes nearly no mistakes. You have to
I
be
mean, they're not
absolutely
going to think
on point from
anything
start to
of it
And the
because
Monster Energy pregame,
I'm
the
always
X factor is that
fixing
BZ, #1
PC
search and
shit
destroy
and
right
shit
now.
like that.
Remember,
They
again,
know
earlier
that.
said
So
Atlanta FaZe is
don't
#1 in all
they
search and
question
destroy
it. They're just
categories.
like, okay.
BZ is one of the main reasons for that. Second in opening duel win rate and first in kills per
And that's
round.
the only reason they
Following
don't
that
want
up,
me
You get a streak.
to have a
Everyone gets a streak.
PC.
7 straight series wins.
Because they don't want me to end up like Jack.
Controlling streak. Guys, Atlanta FaZe is 9-1.
Jack seems
Yes,
cool,
please
though.
touch grass and
Jack
God
isn't
knows
bad.
how.
He's not doing that. He's just
goes to school for like 2 hours.
This team recognizes they have the
did you
ability
say
to play
Jack
both
seems
ways.
cool?
It's like, okay, we actually
No, I
can
said
challenge
he's
everything, guys.
he's fine.
We
Like
can just outsmart
he
you.
literally does schoolwork
And
all
when
the
they can
time and
play
reads.
into that fully
Yeah.
throughout a series and change
Like, it's
that
not like
forward
he's-
given the situation
Yeah,
is when the
he
other
doesn't
team
like-
is in legitimately
Yeah,
hell.
I
And we
think
saw that
it's
versus
just
the
the
Toronto Ultra.
difference
And this guy coming off of an MVP.
of
Look at him, man. Overall season.
point of
just
views,
Easy,
and
well
that's
done, graphics. A
we know
1.16 overall.
one
Alley.
side of
Don't shake
Jack,
your
and
head,
obviously
no,
your
it's
parents are gonna have
1.22
another side of him.
search and destroy.
So it's just
Respawn or search? Where's he more dangerous in your eyes?
Sits and plays video
I
games
don't
all
know if
day.
you put one. I'm gonna go with search and
He
destroy just
doesn't even,
because Atlanta FaZe has
like,
always been strong at that game mode, and
play
the fact
games
that
that
Sid
much.
has
Yeah.
become a whole
I
nother
haven't seen him
monster
play
in this
video
split
game
when
again.
we
I don't know.
didn't think that was possible. Just makes him that much
Like the only
scarier.
game he
Nameless,
really
these are
plays right
highlights
now
from
is
the last
Valorant,
time
but
these
like
two
that's like
teams
at
matched
night.
up for
That's
England.
like if we all
This
play.
was arguably Atlanta
Yeah.
FaZe's toughest match of the entire tournament.
Yeah, it
Or
definitely.
Minecraft.
I mean, this is
But that's
teams,
also,
but,
like,
you know, we go
at
all
night,
the way to
like
the
10
distance.
PM.
In New York, we're bringing
Yeah.
out crazy strats. The difference in
Like
this
I
now
said,
is
I think that's
Invasion
just
is
a,
gone for Hardpoint, right? And that's a map New York relied on heavily throughout the last
difference
stage
of
and at
point
that
of views,
major.
because
So we're gonna see if New York can adapt and come strong
Yeah.
on maps like Rio up against Atlanta FaZe, who are unscathed there.
It's time to see the maps and modes for today's best of 5. Who is
No,
gonna
I'm
win
starting
the
to go
latest battle
outside
between
more
these two
often.
juggernauts? Well,
'Cause,
it's all gonna
I'm
start
building like a
with
fort
Hardpoint
in the
on
woods.
Rio. 6-star is coming in
Remember
for
when
search
I
and
did
destroy,
that?
and then we're going to the classic maps.
In
High-rise for
Virginia.
control, Karachi for Hardpoint, and Invasion for search and destroy. Allie, you've been cranking out the numbers. Who's got the edge coming in today?
I think this is both teams just going at each other in full force, to be honest. When I look at this layout, I see that Rio. I'm automatically thinking of Atlanta versus Texas, and that really close W. And then I look on the flip side of things. New York Subliners was happy to play that versus Carolina, and they won it by over almost an 100-point deficit. So
I kind of want some fries. Maybe I'll go to McDonald's or something. Do I go to Cookout or do I go to McDonald's? McDonald's is closer, but Cookout.
New York are gonna take the series. You're going Game 5, they're gonna win it. Yes, I'm going New York.
Cookout's a little
They have
further.
better
Because I
fries?
think that they bounce back, man. They've had 8 days to practice.
They have
you
good
saw
fries,
what
yeah.
Hydra's capable of. The search and
But so
destroy
does
is
McDonald's.
going to be on full force today. They're going to get it done in 5.
Allie, 92.
Then
I'm going to
go
try
to
and catch up
McDonald's.
to them. I'm going to go Atlanta
It's
FaZe.
okay. I sent it in
Going to
lounge. I'm
Atlanta
gonna send it
FaZe.
in the hangout
Originally,
chat.
I was going to pick the Subliners, and you know what? I'm still doing it. I'm from New York. They got the best
Wait,
coaches in the
what?
game. No offense,
They
Atlanta
really
FaZe.
think
I
Subliners
they
are
come
gonna
through.
win?
While the fans are going with FaZe, we got our casters ready. Let's hand it on over with shift and study.
The bias is potent out of you, Puck.
Very strong.
Constantly. constantly. Cut
my
him off.
PC's in the lounge chat.
Jay, Monster Energy matchup, and it's one of those things that we keep getting this at the end of a Sunday, and we keep expecting these to be barn burners, and then they don't end up being that way because Atlanta's pretty damn good at the game.
Yeah,
Well, what should I do? Cookout or McDonald's?
I said McDonald's, but you just ignored me.
Honestly, for
What do you mean
Texas,
cookout?
you take care of them in 4. But with that one, Atlanta PG wasn't feeling his best. Then you wake up the next week
You
and
said,
you go up against Toronto Ultra, and
dude,
you
I'm
make
telling you,
them
this shit is just so. What? You said what about cookout?
Well, what do you? Yeah, what do you mean when you say cookout? Like you're gonna go?
Oh,
cook
okay.
in the
So
backyard?
no. So when you come and visit down here, it's another like fast food place, and yeah, there's a lot of food there. You would like it. Jack likes it.
Absolutely got to have it. 3 of the maps.
Yeah,
Run
that's
from the
why
last
I
time
didn't
they
know
met, but
that
this is your Monster Energy.
Cookout, you get like a lot of food. Like there's this thing called a cookout tray, and you can do like usually what I do is either I'll do the chicken strips and either double up on fries, so I get it, but you basically like order like 3 things in the one tray. So it's like you can either do like right, so chicken strips, you can do fries, and then you can do like a ranch chicken wrap. Or you can do like, there's like the menu, there's a lot of shit.
3-1 start for him.
But I just usually get the same thing over and over again.
Decent opportunity here for New York
because I'm a creature of habit.
Find a way maybe to
I feel like
rotate
you should go to
over
cookout instead of
McDonald's.
because it seems really good.
We got
Better than
celebrating
McDonald's.
bodies for 2 straight weeks against what is supposed to be top 4 opponents.
I think my problem is with either is I don't know if I want
30 seconds off of P1. They were able to flip those spawns as well.
chicken
so now the
strips.
subliners are forced to work their way
Don't
all
really
the way
know if I
across
want
the
a
map,
burger.
potentially flip the spawns or even
It
get
was
close to
my
the hill because
issue
Atlanta
with,
FaZe is playing picture perfect Call of Duty. This is what
figuring
they've
out
been able to
lunch.
hit that next level with. Stage
Oh,
1,
so you don't
Atlanta
want
FaZe relied on a lot
either
of
of the things
breaking
that
into
both
HPs,
places
but ever
have.
since that
I just
phase,
really want
it's all been
fries.
about the fundamentals. We're rotating early.
I'll probably
Okay.
eat it when
They're
I
one of the best
like
whole teams in the game, and
if
now
I
with only 30
do.
seconds left, Subliners
Does
able to
Cookout
flip
have
the spawns,
fries?
but for how
Yeah,
long? You need to
yeah.
get some hill time.
Well, the thing about
They
it is
also
we
have
talked about this when
hush
we watched this
puppies,
team
I think,
play
like
earlier
onion
this week in the
rings.
qualifiers. Atlanta's fine playing this hard point from the
love to
front.
get
Yeah,
hush puppies.
trap you on these little jump ups, this
I
backside.
definitely
is
I definitely get fries over anything else.
And I mean,
But I think you would really like it because like you could get like chili fries. I think I don't know if you even like chili fries, but it's like
Fuck yeah, I love chili fries, chili cheese fries to be exact.
Draws at 11-3, but a easy finds a double off the
yeah,
rotation.
it's a good place. We'll definitely go when you guys come, or if you guys are still coming.
To another money hill
Well,
where
Jack
they're
already
sitting
bought
at
his
9th
thing.
overall in this map. They just haven't found
Oh.
any success. Finally,
guys
they
are
saw some
fine?
presence toward top middle. They have
Yeah,
some
they did.
presence towards boxes, but all the kills in the
They're
feed
going with,
are
Jack's
Atlanta.
parents,
These
right?
guys are just the best.
dude,
No,
sometimes
not that
around
I'm.
150
Oh, are they actually coming?
bro.
Dude.
They're impossible to trade.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Holy
that's why,
cow.
cause Jack, damn, Jack didn't say nothing, huh?
No, because my last thing was you and Jack would come, and because the prices were like 3,000 for all of y'all to come.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, no, literally, they said it was $80.
Yeah,
And look at the
it was
They're not even thinking about the
it
rotation.
lowered
They're trying to
before
push the
they
ult to flip the spawns for
bought
Atlanta
the
to
tickets.
start the spawn out towards the backside of P2.
So, and
What is
then
Atlanta
Jack
FaZe again
asked if
off
I
the
want, if
rotation,
we, like,
properly
if I
set
wanted
up.
to still
These
go,
gunfights are
but
gonna
like,
get
I
a
was
lot
like,
more
which
difficult,
one's
not
cheaper?
easy.
And he
Celium
said
going for
flying
the
is
2-piece,
because,
but shooting
you
his
know,
Yeah,
bodies
so you're
is
not
even
paying for
working even
gas.
better. And now the
yeah,
subliners
so that's
are
yeah,
forced to break into the
damn,
hill.
Jack didn't tell
Finally
you
with that
nothing, man.
2-piece,
Alright, you
they're
gotta,
gonna be able
that's
to
on him.
successfully
Alright,
find
you
the
gotta
break, but
talk
for
to him
how
about
long?
that shit, 'cause
Okay.
I thought you knew, that's why I had to send
Let's
on
get
you.
ourselves back in here.
No, because, and I'm surprised my mom or no one, literally no one fucking told me, because with them not coming, we definitely had pretty much a whole bunch of space.
Wow. What do you say?
Because
I wake up every Sunday, Alan. I see, okay, we
I was
got
like,
Atlanta
okay,
FaZe
then I'm
to
just gonna
cash.
get
We're gonna
like
get a
my
banger.
friends
They're
to
playing in
come.
top 14, but this is what they have been doing.
Well,
Like,
good
if they're
thing
gonna
I'm
play
here,
like
huh?
this all throughout the season,
Like,
going
damn,
into the
you
major,
would have not
there's no
known
one in
until
hell
it
that's
was
gonna be able to
happening.
contest them, because they're the best SME team. They're without question one of the top
fuck?
hardpoint teams and the best control team. You had to figure out a weakness for this roster.
Well,
They
now
simply
you know.
have none.
I don't
It's just
know.
unreal because it's one of those
I
things
just got a
that
message saying I was invited to my
Yeah, I
dad's
got
birthday
that.
party.
I got that too.
weeks ago. where, hey, a lot of Atlanta.
I don't know why
it's
it went to
funny
me.
because, like, I appreciate the invite, but it's like, obviously, like, I'm in South Carolina. There's no way I'm getting up there.
The spawns changed. They just instant vetoed that. And, I mean, now it's really just the sub-base is the only bad map they have in their pool.
Sell him shooting bodies. That's crazy. He just loves shooting bodies.
30. And, I mean, what? Helps to someone. Spawn a 6th person into the map. Maybe that will help.
Subliner need to stop the bleeding somewhere, Alan. They just go one by one. Everyone's trying to make some individual plays happen.
I don't think my mom knew either.
Class by the teamwork of Atlanta FaZe. Every time you get one, it's instantly going to be traded. They're still doing a great job of soaking up a majority of this P5 hill time, and they're already break that 150-point mark.
I'm
with
pretty
the
sure they're
control
coming.
They currently have, they're going to find themselves winning another
Well, I mean, Cole just said,
this
like,
is ridiculous.
Yeah.
said the same thing, so.
I'm not having fun.
I mean, I'm having fun. Don't get me wrong. This is some. I mean, again, it's like the perfect example of how you play lockdown, clean hard.
I mean, there's still gonna be space.
And setting up
There's
holds,
not like there's not gonna be any space, but
setting up for
I don't need that much space.
no, I'm telling you, no, it's really fun, and I love 4th of July because it's like all the kids or like young people all sleep in my mom's room. So it's like we'll have the bed, then a blow-up mattress, and then a cot, and then you can literally put another like blow-up mattress in the closet. So it's like it can host literally 4 beds alone, and then we have this room down here, and another 2 rooms upstairs, and in my room upstairs there's 2 beds. So
let's just hope the same thing's gonna happen like last year. I think it was last year.
well, last year y'all didn't come because your
Oh,
parents
so
had
the
their
year before.
anniversary.
Yeah, so it was the year before. Was it? I don't know. I remember that firework nearly killed us all.
Yeah, well guess what? That happened again last year. They're just idiots.
Oh my.
That shit fell and I was literally like in front of Kay because I was like, remember that Kay?
Yeah.
She was like, step back.
Like you can literally tell the difference when that shit's like about to happen. I mean, subliners are just getting absolutely dick slapped. Holy.
Yeah, the gameplay says enough, but I think the comms also tell us that this is, again, all business right now for Atlanta. And, you know, we were talking for a moment there, Jay, and I think the question is important to kind of throw into the community. I'm sure Zuma and the Flank will talk about it later. You asked the question, is this phase better than Cold War phase?
Yeah, and I agree. I completely, without question, think that this roster is the best Atlanta FaZe roster that's ever been formed. We're talking about every single map, every single mode, they are the top of their game.
I mean, yeah,
And they're going up against top
Draza
teams
is just so
and making them look
fucking
like bottom
good.
teams. It's 220 to 88. Finally, the subliners, even with the back spawns, are trying to fight their way back into this game. But as I say that, even the BZ's jumping in on shooting the bodies. Like, these guys can do no wrong.
It's just 3-for-1s every time. No one can get trades. 3-for-1, 3-for-1. It's just, wow. I'm telling you, friends,
And I'm
there's
hoping
not
that
much you
Kay
can say here. Besides
comes, but that's okay if she doesn't. You guys will meet Kovacs or Jaden is his real name. He used to be my duo in COD.
This might be.
He should still be coming. I don't know if that changed or not.
On the year so far, which is almost surprising to say,
And then
considering
you
how dominant
guys,
they've
and then
been.
usually the day of the 4th, we have like other like family friends come over too. But it's like nice, like having everybody in the house.
Doing a great job so far of at least trying to hold it
I like.
But Atlanta FaZe only need 11 seconds. 1 set of kills, match point is theirs, and that might just be it.
That's fine.
Sure
I mean,
feels
it's
that
not
way.
like
Could be just the last 1v1.
So you can see
we're
when I
just
go over
sacrificing our
Jack's
bodies.
house and like,
250
you
to
know,
105.
fucking,
That is now
and like
their
they have all the
biggest
family
hardpoint
over, I'm
win.
just like
The next
quiet as
closest was
shit, just
last
eating
week,
the food.
251-27 versus Ultra. So
and then
no
the
one's holding
food
the candle
here
to
is
these guys,
really
man.
good.
Unreal.
But yeah, even though there's a lot of people that will be here, because I don't know if Cassie, my sister, I don't know if she's coming or if she's bringing her friends or not.
It's not like the
Usually she does. I think who came last time?
It's just they
I know,
suffered a couple
Lindsay?
losses to Atlanta FaZe, and Atlanta FaZe with
Yeah.
that question.
Was that only
HPT
Lindsay?
we have in the game.
think
That
so.
was utter destruction for them.
Yeah,
from start
usually
to
she
finish.
either will
Subliners
have
could
her
not find
friend
an
like
opening.
Colleen
Every time
or
they try to
Lindsay
hit early
come.
rotation, Atlanta FaZe
So I'd
bombarded them
assume
with the kills, flipped
that
the spawns,
that's
forced
what
the
would
New York
happen.
Subliners to break into hills where it's not on the preferred side. No one
but-
even breaks 4K damage.
Yeah,
no one
even
gets
though
to be
there's a lot of
close,
people
and,
like.
yeah, there's nothing really left else to say. Atlanta FaZe
I feel
is
like
dominating map
everybody's
number
just
one, man.
always doing their
And the
own
thing
thing.
that's, I
Like
think, look, I don't
Jack's
mean to throw
parent,
any
like Jack
sort
and
of,
Cole's
like,
parents,
negative side
like they
into
wake
this,
up
but
early as
the
fuck,
thing
get
about
to the
this Atlanta
beach,
FaZe team is,
set
like, you
everything
may
up at the beach,
sometimes
and then we
expect
already have
teams
like
that are
shit at
just
the beach,
dominating
and
this
they're
much
already
to
at the
kinda
beach.
let off the gas a little bit, maybe
And
get a
then it's
little
like
complacent. That's usually
either
the worry
people
if you were
are
to come and
here
try to criticize
eating
a top
or
team.
in the pool
That hasn't
or
been
on the
evident at all
beach.
in
Like it's
any
just like
stretch of the
everybody's
word
just so spread
since
out.
this qualifier has come through, really since Major 2's qualifier inland came through. These guys are absolutely dominating everybody, and it feels like each week they get better. Like they're just
So, it'll
leveling
be
up
fun.
every single time
I'll make
we
sure
see that.
to
I mean, again, to come up with
lather
250
you
to
up in
127
some
win versus Toronto on 6-star, and now put a 250
sunscreen,
to 105
because I feel like
up
you're
against
gonna
New
burn a
York.
little. By a little, I mean a
I'm lost
lot.
for words. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, there's just no big
Yeah, I
three
don't think
or big
I-
four.
I-
There's
I've
only
never
big
used
B. That's what
sunscreen.
Nameless said on the desk, and Atlanta
Yeah,
FaZe is
well,
showing that.
we're gonna
Because
get you
these
on
guys
some
are simply
sunscreen when you're
untouchable
here.
right now, and
Because
Actually,
have
makes
you
it more
ever
difficult is the map
been
pool
over
change
here?
because it got rid of Skid Row, which was like the FD50 map. It got
Florida?
rid of the invasions, which was a struggle
No,
for
no,
them.
no,
So
South
every
Carolina.
single series, the only thing that they have to get rid of is sub-base HP.
I don't think so.
Because the
Maybe
new
I
maps
have
they've only played a
once
couple
for
times, but
Tommy's brother's
Atlanta FaZe,
wedding.
for some reason, whenever new maps come in, they are
Well,
one of the best teams added off the
the
rip.
sun
But I've
can
been on
be
a
harsh.
Now, with them
I've been
dominating
in
the
a
way they
boat
are
in
at
the middle of
Hardpoint,
the ocean
they're trying
in
to expand their map
summertime,
pool in Search and
and
Destroy, but they
my
are
mate
the number
put
one
my
Search and
neck
Destroy
out
team in the game.
for the
That's why we're going to have
cruise.
6-star in map number 2, where neither squad has played it. Both teams are trying to expand their map pool in Search and Destroy specifically, but just the way that Atlanta FaZe are playing, like, it's just hard as hell to stop them. Look at this game flow, not even close.
You could build a Walmart in between the New York line versus the Atlanta line right there.
Yeah, here.
Oh,
let me
unreal.
see.
This
Go back
is,
on
wow.
our message
Okay.
so I can tell you.
Not that we needed to be impressed anymore, but we keep getting more and more impressed by these guys. And like you already framed up, a perfect frame up, mind you, as well. The 6-star search. Again, have not seen it from either of these two teams.
2nd to
We obviously
9th.
saw that when Rio came into the mix,
Nope.
it was kind of a slow starter to get it into the map
yeah,
pool for Atlanta. But
July 2nd
when
to
they
9th,
did,
I
still
think.
a round 11, round
Wow.
10 win, and then here in Major
That's
3
when he bought the
qualifiers,
ticket.
6-1,
Oh, okay.
6-1.
So
So
we-
now it's time to try 6-star.
Yeah.
You know what you're going to get out of high rise.
Well,
You
are
definitely
you
gonna
gonna
get
do
out
the
of
same thing?
invasion. So this is about trying to, again,
Yeah,
be
'cause I'm gonna be with
indomitable
them.
from every
Oh, okay.
angle. In map
I'm going
vetoes
with
and pools, throw in the 6-star. If they're just as good here as they are in every other search they play, yeah, this team I think maybe walks away as one of the best to ever see the CDL.
And that's the scary thing, is that if they come out on 6-star map, they have yet to spawn in as a unit, and they dominate this map, it's just like, what the hell do we do? All the other
Right,
teams in
yeah,
the CDL, what are we going to do to try to slow these guys down? Because you take a look at the S&D metrics so far in Major 3, 10-2 in attacking rounds, first. Defensive rounds, 8-4, first. They have just been dominating the hell out of everyone that they have played. And in the opposite side for the subliners, obviously in the last 4 Search and Destroys, they've lost
My
3. They used to
Warzone's
be the
at
top S&D
18%.
dog when you had them ordnance gloves in the back pocket. Could no longer hit those long nades, and it's been showing because New York have been struggling.
Yeah, and the interesting thing I think about, you know, these Atlanta numbers is their attacking rounds and their defensive rounds come in maybe unexpected ways. Opening duel percentage is actually really good on the attacking side, but they really struggle at getting the bomb planted. And maybe there's some ability of they don't need to because they're just winning by way of kills. But the opposite is kind of true on the defense, where they haven't necessarily been particularly great in finding opening duel percentages on their defensive side, but their retake is unbelievable. unbelievably good, still ranking third, and a lot of that is happening in 3v4s. So it's one of those things that this Atlanta team, it gets it done in multiple ways, and they find ways to win rounds. Whereas for New York, this qualifier, like you kind of already alluded towards, has not necessarily been as clean. Maybe a bit of a regain when they played against Surge last week, but you know, still a lot to be left to desire here for the New York Subliners across the board.
Yeah, I think the one major thing that the Subliners have to focus on is getting Hydra going and search and destroy. Because if you remember all of last stage, Kismet and Hydra 1 and 2 overall S&D KD in the stage. But right now, Hydra is currently bottom 3 with a 0.6, so he has to try to turn it around.
Yeah. First blood, good for Beezy.
First blood.
Sib will drop in. Kismet with bomb really sees this as a non-option over towards B. Is that seen on the cross? It looked like Abizi took a little peek over towards mid. A quick rotation back for FaZe. They're gonna have to give up the plant. And again, this goes right into that retake percentage we were talking about. Maybe not even needing that, because there's shots that pull Kismet off from the plant. And now New York has to sit and wait to see if Atlanta gets baited in trying to retake the site. And well, Sky's cool angle over towards the bottom side of Skybridge.
Very,
Bolts into a 3v3, draws the slips away to keep it at that way though.
Like, that's why I see some streamers now wearing like earbuds instead of headphones.
Yeah.
Hydra finds one, instantly going to be traded.
I should probably get a pair just to have it, but at the same time, like,
I mean, I get it. You need to force it, try to isolate a 1v1 wherever possible.
It's like
just too much cushion, too much space for draws.
I should probably give my head a break from my fucking headphones, and then have my earphones in, and then when I feel like my ears are fucking bleeding from that, then I switch again.
Yeah, I mean, this one website has a bunch,
continuously go on up, but
like
Atlanta
a bunch
FaZe
of different
showing the
ones
teamwork.
where
Had one player
you would have
roaming
to
over
see
towards
which
A,
one you would
and
want
then
more.
Once you find that one KB, you get the info and you retake together, at least
like
trade
that wired,
efficiently
wireless, all that.
towards the site. So
I think wireless would be better if you were gonna use your PC, and you could get wireless ones too, just for when you're on the go.
Over towards A.
That's
Because
exactly
these
what's
are also
happening.
good for
Challenge, though,
gaming
from Hydra.
and
He's going to make all the way
like
over
music,
towards the bottom
TV
side.
shows,
Being
all that
watched
shit.
sort of by Celium. First blood good for Abizi as he just pushes right through, finds the isolation on the bottom of the bridge, and now tons of information from Cell saying that it's not one but two players over towards the mid bar, and that leads to a very quick plant here for FaZe.
These guys
but I think they're like advertised as like
right
in-ear
the statue,
headphones.
pushes the
Mine
Skybridge,
are
instantly
like
flanks Hydra
earbuds.
through bottom secret, and now they had the entire map cut off. The trade comes in for Skies. It's instantly going to be a 3v2, but 30 seconds left. Both players from the subliners trying to retake from mid.
And there's just so many questions.
The
You can
ones
see
I was
number 4 and
looking
Sib is still
at,
watching
which,
this pinch
if
to
I'm
see if
gonna
anyone
get
from FaZe
these,
has gotten
it'd
aggressive
be
through.
like
And
2
Easy
months
is
like,
not
of
really
saving
tempted
up.
to take that route. First intel from
They are
Draws, turnaround from Cell is good.
not
Easy now
cheap.
ready to follow up, and there's just no way you
Think
break
they're
through
like
that choke
$100 more
point
than
against
how
3
much I had
FaZe
now.
members fully prepared for it. Quick 2-0 up.
That's just like a very delusional round right there of Atlanta. All out pressure towards A.
Yeah,
you
so
know where the pressure's
possibly
gonna come
Lindsay
in, but Abizi doesn't slow down.
will be
Like,
there.
Hydra, I
I
thought he
feel
put
like
himself in a great
if
position towards
anybody's
bottom
gonna
three, could
overwhelm
potentially
you,
play
it will
timing
be
for the jump
Lindsay.
up to catch a kill, but when Abizi pushes through your side of the
I
Skybridge
get
and flanks you through your
overwhelmed
back
easily.
you
Yeah,
already
well,
lose
she'll push
you already
buttons.
lose focus on where your side of the map is. You don't
That's
have any
just,
map control, and then even when you try to commit on
the
the flank,
type of
Atlanta FaZe
person
had
she is.
everything cut off. 2 flawless rounds in this S&D so far.
Well,
And it is puzzling to see
It's
Hydra
okay,
make that
I'll
push
stick
up
up
through
for you.
bottom secret without anyone being behind him. No trophies as well. So as soon as
I
Abizi
think I'll
throws a
be
stun and doesn't hit anybody, he says, "Okay, I'll just keep going then, I guess."
we should do hide and seek in the
Here
haunted
for a while to
mansion.
build a map. Abizi in a little bit of trouble here at the DJ booth, and yeah, will be confirmed. Good follow up from
Eat me.
Kismet with the Semtex.
There's not much
Sib
more
still
meat
over
on me.
towards the mid bar, pushing out, finds the first on
We
the
should
Sib
go
for the
to
trade.
100
Follow
Palace
from
and
Kismet though
play
will keep
hide
the
and
numbers
seek.
in favor of the subliners, and now they're going to get a 3v1 post plant with Cell on the other side of the
I
map.
gotta go to the
Okay,
bathroom.
now sell him in a
The
1v3.
Burger King's already coming
Subliners are
out
fully
of
set up.
I'll be right back.
Watching every single angle, and Kismet's
Hope you
able to
have
find
fun.
that kill. Good job from New York to apply a lot of pressure through mid. You find the first blood onto Abizi, who's their most aggressive player, and then you trade efficiently through the middle of the map while working that objective over towards A. Subliners finally put one on the board.
Yep, about time. Oh, okay, that was
Something on the board, just something on the board. You know what I'm saying now?
Yeah, that was a little aggressive. Apologies, New York fans. But, okay, is that the way into this series? Forget about map 1. Forget about those first 2 rounds. Get yourself set up. Play off your playbook. Don't just allow Atlanta to do whatever the hell they want. Here we go again. Hydra, this time not going to play down low. Just going to hit a little bit of a heading on the statue. Kismet for the first. Hydra follows up on the second once more. Celium able to confirm a trade, but the bomb is now dropped, and it's a 3v2 in favor of the subliners defense.
Now the subliners have the numbers, but do they account for where Simp is taking ground at? Pushing right up to the DJ booth. The bomb is going to be down over towards A. Celium finds his second on the round. Info already gained, so you're trying to isolate this last player here.
Oh, because Bit key 1v1. Cell trying to follow up, able to at least get the quick trade to the 1v1. And Skies, where's the call out? He was down at the stairs the whole time. And Skies is looking, thinking maybe he pushed up into U-Haul, but it's a pistol for Cell that gets the job done with the 1v2. Skies is looking the wrong way.
And that's a 2v4 as well. Pretty sure Celium finds an ace on the round. Like, even when you have the numbers, you're thinking everything's all fine and dandy. Atlanta FaZe somehow, some way, whip it out of the ass. Like, they're just getting it done. Celium just shuts it down through that top window. Even off the back of New York taking a lot of mid-map control, Atlanta FaZe catch up.
I mean, this is a straight rundown. Production telling us that was a 37-second round. I mean, it's legitimately all gas, no brakes. Okay, 4v4. Nothing towards A. Looking at Atlanta, how they want to try to play retake here. That would be a voluntary call of this setup. Knowing they've got full B control, you have to have some sort of a second level to this call saying, this is how we retake A. And it very well may be off the flank. And I don't know if Kismet has even sniffed out how many players are here. Does catch the first. That's a good first blood.
That's a big kill from Kismet. Also taking 5 the second.
I love when they shoot bodies.
A little bit of the body. Hydra finds the third, and now it turns to Simp in a 1v4. No way in hell he's going to even sniff a W in this round.
No chance.
Only 25 seconds left. Yeah, no chance.
I mean, if he pulls this off. There we go. New York.
I just love when they shoot bodies back.
Just as much as they were framing up the Atlanta defense, voluntarily giving away that site, trying to play through the B side of the map. New York, very good awareness on the read. Turn it into a quick plant. Watch your mid. Play the bulletproof doors. Yeah, that makes that retake very difficult on the A side. Well done.
Yeah, that round is just completely different, though, if Atlanta FaZe are able to sniff out the Bulldog and Kismet. The fact that he's able to be the island player and catch 2 on a deep pinch, it basically secures the round for the subliners right off of the rip. That's why you've seen him shoot a little bit of the bodies. He's starting to bark a little bit, trying to give his team some energy to fight back into this search and destroy. But now you have to have an answer for Atlanta on their attacking grounds. Every single time it's been all out aggression over towards A, but this time they're going to slow that one down, spread the map a little bit.
And if there were to be one player you want to start barking up, it is the Bulldog. Kismet 8-3, 3 in a row. Information on that little deep opening play off the defensive push through Palm. Here in the Aqua area, follow up from Hydra. They look like they want to challenge this. Atlanta holding back just a touch, ready to receive if this does end up being an aggressive defensive play, but no reason to move any further forward here if you're New York, and they're very aware of that. Holding their ground nicely, waiting for Atlanta to make the first move.
His clan tag is Child, and his name is Predator.
Even at least find the first blood, find the second as well onto Hydra. Once they gained info that Kismet was pushed up towards the middle of the map, they knew that he had to be somewhat close by. He's not going to just.
I got 13 and 36 more guns to go.
Kill onto Sib. Now it's Skies left in a 1v4.
I mean, Sib's only throwing a shoulder right there to check to see if they're going into A. A couple of the pot shots come through as Simp tries to get the bomb planted, and then the immediate follow-up or clean. I mean, it's just the simple fact that that's a double setup for New York, a little crossfire setup inside of the aquarium, and New York lose both players without a stun or a nade being thrown from Atlanta. They just flat out vanilla push it with just 2 players and find both kills. It's just unreal.
It's perfect from Atlanta because you know exactly who you're playing against. When you spot Kismet already pushes it towards your middle of the map, you know that Hydra and him love to work as a duo. They're always playing for a trade. So you isolate both the SMG players and then you rotate it back towards A. Just catches the subliners off guard. Is now Atlanta FaZe. Back to the defensive side they go. Gonna put a lot of pressure over towards A, and they're already gonna gain the info that the pressure's not gonna be here, while they're gonna push to a rat back.
Well, here's the thing, though. You need to win back this mid-bar position. Kismet and Simp sitting on either sides. Help from Draza starting to come through. An idea that Abizi may try to play for the pinch, but here's the thing, is as long as this is taken for Atlanta to maybe get a full read, the bomb is now just getting picked up for the first time.
And you still don't know if you are coming,
Kismet
maybe?
cannot see Simp through that,
Or
so
you probably
no
don't
pop-up, no push through.
Yeah, I don't know.
And New York gaining a little bit of extra ground here from Hydra getting to the backside of the beach chairs. Will maybe lead to an opportunity for the bomb to move on over to try to get a plant off.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they still think that Abizi's in the back of their spawn.
Because obviously, if I plan on coming the first week of June,
and
then
on that deep pinch, but
have our cruise, so it's like I have to.
Through the middle of the map, and now that bomb is gonna get planted. Kismet strikes.
Also, I hate it because I get like the fear of missing out thing, so I just get annoyed.
Decent opening first blood for New York. Helps establish this setup a little bit deeper.
I got some
Couple of
FOMO
shots towards Hydra,
too.
but Draza does drop. So once again, New York looking good here in this post plant setup. Simp is trying to go through the vent towards
Especially when
Palm
there's,
side,
like,
but this is just going to take too
everyone
long.
else is gonna be
Celium
there
has to
and
go
I'm
at
not,
the
you
exact
know?
same moment.
Yeah.
Did not see Sib on the long cross. The opening shots not clean either. So New York offensively looking really good here in the last handful of their attempts.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
very,
technically,
very
you would
patient, more
only
specifically
miss
out of Kismet. The fact that he's able
one
to
day, and that would
stay
be
trigger
no,
discipline when he
because you
starts to
don't
place through the middle of the
work
map.
Thursdays.
Just allows that
No,
objective
you
to
work
work
Thursdays.
before he pounces.
You work Thursdays.
For that first kill, and then once he finds that kill through middle,
I don't
just very,
know,
very difficult
like,
to
would your
break the
job
setup
even
from
be
the
open
subliners. Hydra was watching you
on
over
July
extensive through
4th?
side alley.
No.
And you had the
Yeah,
player
so
watching
it's like
deep
you
pinch,
would come
focusing on Simp, and then
July
turns to a
3rd
1v3, just a
at
subliner slow and
night
steady wins the race
after
with the attack to
work,
now go down
and
4-3.
then
Yeah, good stuff. Good
leave that
manipulation around the
Sunday.
map. Like I said, in the last couple
So it
of
just
offensive
depends
attempts.
on flights.
So FaZe's defense being tested just a touch, but still holding one round cushion as now their offense looks to kind of get their first look over towards the B site. Once again, Kismet getting deep, but picked up, and Abizi finds the kill plus a little extra. Feels like every kill is that way. Sky's trying to see if he can flush out any players over towards Tiki. Cell's taking a bit of a float. Push up from Draza. Yep, confirms the damage dealt, and that will lead to a 4v2. Atlanta FaZe surely looking to plant.
And usually this is where Atlanta FaZe would think about the plant, but
A
even
propane
one of the
tank
worst
just
plant
killed
teams
me.
that we have in the game, they usually get it done by just simply out-killing
Don't you
the
just
opposing
love when
team.
that
Celia
happens?
finds Hydra. Sib now left in the 1v4. He finds a kill onto
No,
a
I
BZ,
don't.
but now is when you can work that objective.
I'm supposed to be doing this. I have to get 3 kills with 1 magazine. I'm not trying to die right now.
Get any info on the exit? Yeah, clean first one, but Selim comes up just as he starts to look away towards the jump wall.
I'm getting assist
That's
only.
enough for FaZe now. Put themselves on map points. So New York, they've been good on offense. If pending they do that again, I think the big question is how do you slow down this Atlanta attack as well? It's been pretty much all convincing offenses for both sides.
It's just because Atlanta FaZe keep getting a lot of info right off the rip. Like Simp, he was rotating his way back towards poolside, and he was able to spot Kismet going into the vent. Once he gives that comm, you see all the arrows on your minimap turn around and instantly focus on Kiz. You take care of him, and then now you know the subliners have to shift on their defensive setup, knowing where the pressure's coming in. And by the time they're shifting, you're running right into the premiums of Atlanta FaZe, and now puts them at game point.
Nice little
Alright, this is
update
me.
on how the
First
attack has
drink of
looked
the
for the
night.
subliners. As they will once again take their intentions early
I'm gonna
over
do 4
towards
local
B.
last because that'll give
Draza,
me
the trusted
up,
defender of this
if I
site,
can
really
call
cannot
this.
peek over towards that water wall jump as he was late
First
to the
drink
party
of the
here.
night.
So here we go again. The
drink of the
subliners
night.
able to get the bomb planted
I
without
wanna
any
be equal here
contest.
when I start
2-2
playing
split
games.
set up though on this post
Can't
point. They
blame me
have
for
to worry
being
about the
bad.
flank while also making sure that he gets some sort of a read over towards what's on top patio.
You could blame
It's
me
going
for
to be a
drinking.
2-2 split from Atlanta on
That's
the
what you
retake
do.
as well.
Yeah.
You know, Simp and Abizi, deep pinch, working their way all the way on the back end, Celium and Draza.
Em,
Trying to
did
release
you
tech from
hear
their side of
that
the
new
base. Abizi
Jenny
info is
song
going to be
with
game, but
Zeke
there's only
on?
20 seconds left.
Yeah.
They got to move on it.
This has been really good from New York, just showing a little bit of force, keeping Atlanta back.
I know,
The hit from the
most
front
of the new
completely
songs
stopped
have
them.
been
Over
good.
towards
How
the
about
ventilation
Yuki
shack, able to
Freak?
find kill number 3, help from Kismet to finish things off. And yeah, this New York offense, believe me,
Yeah, there's a
friends,
lot
this
of
has
new
been
songs.
clean, honestly. I mean, granted, there's been a lot of this kind of gamble stuff
New
for
Jeans
Atlanta where they're trying to
Bubblegum.
blind counter with these opening setups, and then they're late to the other site.
No,
but
I haven't
retake-wise,
heard that
the
one
stats
too.
that we were talking about at the beginning of
Or
this
either.
map have
Artemis
not
Candy
really come
Crush.
through yet for FaZe.
Yeah, it's a new map. You know, it's the first time we get to see him play. So
Like all of it's
you get it versus one of the top S&D teams that we have in the league. Obviously, you got to work on some of the adjustments, and you definitely would go back after this series is over to figure that out in the VOD sessions. But subliners have been able to dominate that B site, and Atlanta FaZe, the complete opposite, have been able to dominate on A. 5-0 on the attacks, trying to make it 6-0 to close this one out.
Yeah, there's going to be a trophy system here to deny most of this opening New York
I want
utility.
to change this
It can
to
be said, though, on the other
Charlotte.
side here, the New York trophy also denying a lot in terms of
Because
stuns and
even though
nades.
it's a
Cell gets a
3-hour
really solid read of the
drive,
timing here on the push through from New York.
depending.
I don't think that New York actually saw Cell watching through those bulletproof doors. So first blood tallied, and New York will actually get rid of any defensive pressure on A in order to play the middle of the map. So once
Hopefully
again,
this is good,
FaZe
'cause
will
I
get a
don't know
post-plant
why.
setup. And Kismet would
You know,
have to
y'all-
win this 1v1, which he does.
y'all
Okay,
are right.
this
I
could
do
put a
mix
little
my
bit of
drinks
pressure
a
on the
lot.
Atlanta post-plant. 2 for
I
1
just
goes the
mixed the
exchange. 2v2
strawberry
situation
daiquiri
to
with the
finish.
cotton
Skies
candy
and Kismet
freeze.
trying to clutch up and at least force a round 11.
I'm
At
hoping
that
it's
time, it's
good.
starting to
Nasty.
dwindle down. A BZ trying to re-wrap his way through the middle of the map, and he might walk right into the premium of Skies. Now it's Simp left
It
to
seems too sweet.
As the first one top statue, Kismet, good opening
It's okay.
shot.
Oh my
God. Will drop. Now the finesse back away. Pistol out with the regen. No, not gonna happen. Kismet jumps right off the top ropes, finds the kill. The retake.
I'm seeing
good,
a lot
and
of
we're going around
200s.
And that all
But at the
comes
same
down to
time,
Kismet winning
they're
that one-on-one versus Celium, because
Absolutely.
that applied a different angle of attack for the subliners. If he falls, then you spot both the players from mid-U, and that's basically gonna call the round. But Kismet, the Bulldog, has been the shining light for the subliners roster. Always
And
in
it's
search
annoying
and
because,
destroy. And
like,
he's
if I
going
go on
to be able to
Frontier
get
to
them
try to use
to
my
around 11.
miles,
Which team is on attack, Al?
I can't.
That's what it really comes
The
down to.
third isn't
New
even an
York's hoping
available
it's
day
them.
to fly.
Yeah, I
for
didn't show
Frontier.
up.
We'll see.
But it's
The
a
other side of this
departure.
is,
Like,
if
I could
Atlanta
come
do
back
spawn
on
defense,
Frontier.
do they play something a little bit more orthodoxical? Doesn't matter. They're on offense first, and they are leaving the bomb behind. They're looking for full nade pressure here at A. First stuns deleted by the trophy system. Same can be said, though, as Atlanta has a deep trophy, making sure they stay safe from incoming utility as well. Simp, delayed play up towards Aqua. They know that Kismet likes to play this position, and it's a 1-for-1 opening trade, but still, New York get a little bit of further map progression than I'm sure Atlanta would prefer.
And now they're forced to change their defensive setup, and they're going to commit two players going on the deep flank. Hydra is trying to hold down the middle of the map, so if you are Atlanta, let's try to get this objective down. It's going to fall into the hands of Selim
and
again.
it doesn't
What
have
kind
to
of info can
be
you get
like
on the
here.
deep
Like
flank?
I wouldn't mind picking you up
Until he
somewhere
goes
else
right
and
back
then
into
just
the bottom
driving
side of
back.
security.
Yeah,
Hydra,
I know
can he
you.
find
I
time
know
to- Ooh,
when
look
I
at
had
this
said
from
that
this from New York.
before,
They
you didn't
double back
really
to mid.
want to do that.
In Atlanta,
So
It just depends on how much of a
quick push
yeah,
right
it
back
is, I
last
guess.
time. Could get caught off guard here, but the opening battle not won, and then beams out of the SMG from Abizi. They also get the read towards Skies, who still turns it into 2. 1v1 situation. A 1v3. 4-map win for Skies.
All right, bro. You
Time
got
becoming a
20
bit of an
seconds.
issue. Selling back towards security, trusting the pistol. Bold call. Just playing a bit of a heady. There's Skies on the
You're using
rotation
sound
over.
EQ,
Has
you
to play for the
fucker.
kill though. Cell, does he check? Does he get punished? Does it make a difference? There's not enough time for the defuse, and the clock will win the match. Doesn't make a difference. There's not enough time for the defuse, and the clock will win the map for Atlanta. Hell of an effort from Skies, but Cell plays it
Damn.
just a touch better, and FaZe go up 2-0.
Oh man, Celium icy in the one-on-one. I knew for Skies once they found that double and did not have dead silence in his back pocket. He wasn't rocking those covert sneakers. Celium was in the advantage in that one-on-one. It was basically all-out attacks, a couple clutch up defense from both of the teams, but a new map for both of the teams. I wouldn't have wanted to end it any better. Round 11 down to the
Round
wire.
11.
Atlanta FaZe just
Are
started
we
off way too
surprised?
strong on this map. They were gaining confidence every single time on their attacking rounds, and simply subliners could not have an answer to shut down that A pressure, because Atlanta FaZe every single time opened up with the first blood, were able to gain info to eventually work that objective, and then their post plans were basically perfect. You just gotta go back to that 4v2 round that the subliners let Celium get an ace, because that was the difference maker in this game too.
1,000,000%. Offense successful on both sides. Lots of positives to take away. And of course, with that, a lot of constructive criticism towards modifying the defensive setups as we go forward. But here's the issue. For New York, you're down 0-2. And the news doesn't get much better as you move deeper into this
Yeah,
series.
I feel like if
High-rise
New York was
it's
gonna
been one of
win the
those
map,
things that
it would
for
have
New York,
been.
okay, here and there. So-and-so. I mean, they've had a couple of great showings, but a lot of it does go to round 5. Atlanta, again, like you mentioned, one of the best control teams that we have at the game. So it doesn't feel all that positive. And, again, get familiar with this graphic at the bottom of the screen, because this is a really cool look to see how the first bloods went and how the rounds went. And most of it, again, favoring the offense throughout the entirety of that map too, Jay.
And now Atlanta FaZe are feeling great. Up 2-0 in the series. You're going to a high-rise control where you're the #1 control team in the game. It's just the last time that they matched up, New York walked away with the round 5. So that's what you got to think in your back of your mind. We got to beat the hell out of them to close it out in 3.
Lots to ask, but it is the control coming up on the backside of the break. Get up, take a stretch, get a touch of breath, especially if you're a New York fan. Have to find a way to regain. So far, it's all smiles on the FaZe side. We'll head away for a quick 5-minute break and be back with a high-rise control right after this.
All right. Well, Charleston is not gonna work because that's $400. I think Charlotte might be the
Upgrade your
best
game with
bet.
the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
But what sucks is don't want you to miss that day. And the cheapest I'm seeing is $229. But it's like you leave at 1:04 p.m. and that's just not gonna work. The only other ones I'm seeing is there's a 4 p.m.
From Denver?
Yeah. Non-stop. American Airlines. It's at 286. But the returns aren't great. AM, 1:30 p.m. There's a return flight at 8:59 p.m. and then you'd get back home at 10:32 p.m. But why can't, like, I'm on kayak and so like the 402 and then you would get here at 9:27, or I mean technically this is at Charlotte, so again this is 3 hours away. Yeah, so it'll be a 3-hour drive to Charlotte Airport. Maybe this is a little closer. No, not Charleston.
Death, taxes, and Atlanta FaZe beating the poop out of everybody. The things that certainly have been proven so far through Major 3. So far, Atlanta all over it. But hey, here's the other side of the coin. New York put up a fight in the search and destroy. It just comes with a little bit of disgust in the 0-2 current scoreboard and the need to take down Atlanta FaZe on a high-rise control, Jay. That's what we have in front of us.
Yeah, this is going to be a banger because we have the best defensive team going up against the best attacking team. 6-1 record for Atlanta FaZe, 7-2 record for the Subliners. So this one should go all the way down to the wire. Last time they matched up, it went all the way to around 5, and the Subliners are able to clutch on up. But for them, they have to get back to their dominance in slaying. You can tell in control, at least for Hydra,
why is this
he's
match
sitting at a
still going? It feels like it's been forever.
Side, one of his main ARs, and Sib is bottom 5 in overall KD in control, sitting at a .81. So on a map like High Rise, you have to make sure that AR is working.
100% the case. Again, this is not a bad map by any stretch of the imagination for New York, and our observers have some kind of kitty craze going on right now.
Yeah, they love cats.
Well, it will be offense first for Atlanta, and intentions will once again kind of be through bottom blue over towards the B site, and I hope Hydra caught a nade or something, because that was a little bit too quick of a kill to really justify. Good follow-up though from New York on the high ground, and it is the ARs that set themselves up a little bit of opening defensive success.
Now Atlanta FaZe still have a lot of map control, so they have another opportunity to work their way up through the B point, but at least if you're all the subliners, you're stabilizing with the kills through the middle of the map. Now you just got to realize where the nuisance players for Atlanta are. Is anyone to be rotating over through low pit, or is anyone trying to get aggressive up through our base? But they are continuously holding down the mid-map control, not allowing Atlanta FaZe to get out of their spawn.
Really good stuff. A couple of kills for Atlanta do get them over towards the A zone. Just a touch. Cell on the hunt. Couple of opening shots. How does he predict skies right there? Oh my goodness. That is a absolute masterclass in micro decision making. But again, there's a lot to survive through in this opening round as High Rise continues to provide us random explosive moments. So really good from New York. I mean, perfect from New York so far. Hasn't even required too many clean kill feeds. Atlanta just has not found a way to get onto either zone with any much success.
With only 15 seconds left, you at least have to get some kind of objective work done, but they find 3 in the feed, so the game clock is going to be paused at A. Propane is already going to be blown on up, so you just have to clutch up in a bunch of these gunfights. And we'll be able to potentially close out this A segment. Second tick is about to be worked on, but Subliners using attacks to reinforce their way back in.
Oh, and they get in right before that second tick gets locked. So more importantly, this could be huge towards tick progression as we move further down this map. Spawn pressure now starting to get established. Kismet with a 7-1 opening defensive round all over it. And this
the thing
is
that, like,
exactly what the doctor
again,
ordered for
I
New York.
really don't
Okay,
mind
follow it up with
making
your
that
clean
drive,
offense, and we got
okay?
ourselves a series.
If that
Yeah,
is like it's like, oh, well, I mean, it's 3 hours away, you know, I really don't care. Because I know, like,
it's not like they're a pushover on defense.
I know that
like 4th overall on
probably
this map.
all of the boys would come with me anyways.
Don't give them any breath
So it's
to
like
work their way out of the spawn and even think about that objective. And now if you are
Be a
Atlanta FaZe
full
on defense,
car.
you need to be able to dominate because
I
you
wouldn't
cannot allow the
mind.
subliners to at least get 2 segments, and that's going to be tough.
Well, I will say again, looking at how New York have played this high rise, they have been the most successful team on the attacking front.
Yeah.
So can they continue to have that be one of their causes for success? Trophy system down early. Kismet up top, trying to support this play towards A. Hydra looking to get a little bit deeper in towards this spawn, but he's the only one to survive. Beams though coming out. Again, flexing that huge KD that we were talking about earlier, but not able to do much in terms of stopping the clock down to a minute on the clock already, with New York still trying to find a way into one of these 2 zones.
And right now, Atlanta FaZe have a lot
I
of
was
B Street
taking a little
control.
nap
So if
with
you're
you,
on the
huh?
sublines, you can potentially work your way up through
We
A
snuggled
or
on the
through bottom
couch
pit.
together on the balcony.
But it's going to fall into the hands of the Bees to at least contest over towards his B point. He's only
My
able to take
boy,
down 1.
Range.
The reinforcements are going to be able to assist
I'm
him.
still gonna
And by
be,
reinforcements, I mean a stun and sit.
like, I
That's
wonder
all
how,
for down the B. Subliners with only 45 seconds left have to get
Ranger
something done on
will
the
react
objective
to
side.
Jaw.
Shots though from Hydra after the stick comes through. Sid pushed off the angle.
Huh?
And eventually
I said I'm
by
still
Sid, so that shows
wondering
the force to get
how
over towards
Ranger
this B
will
zone.
react to you.
Hoping, praying for some shots through the targets, not
bet
going to
you
fully
are.
land. Teammate though does come through, so New York can still stay down this zone with relative comfort.
Because I just know that you're gonna
Need
be
to go over towards the
like
Atlanta
a
spawn, but
little
not enough success
nervous
to
around
zone
him,
off the
and
middle
he's
of the map play.
definitely
So
gonna
again,
capitalize
the clock
on
keeps
that.
ticking. Sid right back over the ladder.
But
He
you're
gets
gonna
a little
come
bit of assistance
in,
from the propane
like,
tank
if you
thanks to
are
Drazza,
flying with
and
the
then maybe
Webbers,
the
then
spot
it
they
will
call
be
here
fine
on this
because
defensive round. New York
Ranger
looking
will
for
already have
one
his guard
last
down
hit towards either of these 2 zones.
because
And that
he
was a situation
obviously
where
doesn't have an
a couple
issue with
kills around
anyone.
the
He
map,
just
Hydra was
knows
a little bit too aggressive
if somebody
in that
is scared,
scenario.
he likes to scare
When his
people.
teammates
So
were not able to stack that B point, but
But I
finally
think
they
it'll be
find 3 in the
fine.
feed. First segment already going to be complete.
Polar
Great shots
again
from
might
Celtics to at
yell
least
in your
eliminate
face.
1 player on that point. Are any nades or
Yeah,
any
I'm
attacks going to be
today,
useful to try
I see.
to at least shut down that second segment? No, Subliners get the second one.
Colors in
And
opposition.
Hydra stays alive over towards A. This is
What?
happening at the same time here, study. So, Busy falls
Can I
off
say
map.
the word
Oh,
P?
this could be the offensive round coming through.
with
Extra
the
60
N?
seconds have been added. 4 life advantage towards New
Penis?
York, but they may not even need it.
Yeah,
There's still
that's
2
it.
players on the
Yeah.
A zone.
Oh,
Drazza
Cinnamon
delayed
bit
by
my-
a gunfight
bit my
at mid-map.
penis.
Trophy system keeps it staying
3
at
days
bay.
ago,
Has
bro.
to slide into
She was
contest.
because you
Works
know
in progress,
whenever
about
you come in,
halfway
she
completed,
barks
and
and
the
jumps
second
on you.
wave
She
will
was
be
barking
good.
in the
New
middle of
York
jumping, and when she went to
shifts on their
close her
first
mouth after
offensive round.
barking,
Yeah, I thought it was a bad play by
fucking
Hydra pushing up
grabbed
to his
onto
face,
my-
but that's what you got. World champion teammates on
They
your
hurt.
side. Able to find all the kills, stack that B point, and at the same time work the progression up at A.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Atlanta FaZe will come to spawn like, we got to stop one of these points, but unfortunately the decision was already going to be made for them because the Subliners able to close out B, hit the
That's
rotation over
kinda
towards
crazy.
A, stack that point,
That's
and
crazy,
now we're up
huh,
2-0 on the
Rangy?
map. This is looking like, without question, the Subliners should walk away with this control.
Huge regain for them in this series. Again,
Warzone
fighting
is
tooth and
at
nail for the search and destroy.
56%.
But here, it has been all New York throughout. Hydra now 13-9 in these first 2 rounds that have gone by in the blink of an eye. First blood also goes his way. Sim falls off. Tiny tears. Need to grow some bigger feet or something. Falling off left, right, and center. More kills come through for New York as they start to push the envelope over towards the Atlanta spawn. Kismet in place. Sky's watching over his corner. Here's the follow-up.
Oh, it doesn't look like he had any aim assist.
Will allow Atlanta to at least get out of spawn for now.
Yeah, those size 4 shoes for the Tiny Terrors is not playing a big part walking across ledges. And now you're allowing the Subliners to put you into the trap. You also have a cruise missile to work with in the back pocket for Skies, just in case it gets a little bit freaky, but Atlanta FaZe have not had any breathing room. Subliners are dominating so far on this map.
Clean. 4 life advantage. Skies top heli. Able to find one. Gets a read that there's more nearby, but not 100% sure on where exactly the intention direction is for this Atlanta approach. It will be a clock stopped over towards B. Draws are the ones staying on for now. Sib looking to hit a bit
Like,
of a route.
Sib, how do you
Maybe to
not
find success
see
with it, 'cause
him?
There's 4 now in the feed. Now it's both zones at the same time for Atlanta. 2 on for B. First tick lock. Second surely will be given as well. Trophy system looks like it's fully healthy.
Guys with
and you've got
this.
Celium and Beezy working on getting forward through A. Not just on it, but through it. They called the cruise missile. Second tick has been locked. Draws is still working though on the third, and he will be traded out. New York will regain control. Now 20 seconds left.
And it's their last push. Atlanta fans have to make this one count, or they will be 3-0 in control. Celium finds the first simp with the trade through the middle of the map, able to put the game clock again at a pause with 14 seconds left. But it's still a bunch of players from the subliners contesting over towards B Street. Just one more set of kills. This map's theirs.
Dang.
10 seconds left. Atlanta, not an option.
Why did the BZ not try and
get
go
the extra
A?
60 towards B? But there's really not much of a route to hit. It's just this one from a BZ. Gets the first. Reads that Skies is in the elevator, but Sib is right there to support. Sib, the last one left, needs to slide in. Not going to get there in time.
Damn.
And wow, was that the fastest high-rise control we've had all year? Because it sure felt like it. We were in it, and then we were out of it that quick. And I will say that is massive for New York to say, okay, we are in it. And production's telling us that was 7 minutes and 22 seconds. Map number 3.
Hey, the handle Atlanta FaZe were the best control team, like the way you just did. That's a lot of confidence for the subliners in this series. They just went to a round 11 to search and destroy. If that one went the opposite way, then the subliners would have been able to be up 2-1 in this series. But now you got some life. You're able to fight back with a dominant performance in that control. It's just Atlanta FaZe couldn't get anything going. On their first attacking round, you find a couple opening kills, but it was always New York coming out on top in those trade fights. And then you get to the defensive side, and with the subliners just able to reinforce with their numbers, dominating over towards B Street, they just shut it down. Like, Kismet barely had to do anything. 1,700 damage. He was cooling it, 12 and 12, but the AR is putting down damage. Hydra setting the tone with the pacing, hitting routes off the hot bombs, pushing into their base. 17 non-traded kills, 3,500 damage. No one had to go above and beyond. That was just a very, very clean map from the subliners.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, we may have ourselves a series now all of a sudden, because New York, after the slow map number 1, a stiff fight in the second map, and then here, all New York all the time. And the bigger thing about it is, like we talked about, New York has been statistically one of the best offensive teams on this map. But boy, I'll tell you, this defense has come a long way. I mean, they were up and early in the kill feed, and that turned into immediate map pressure. They just weren't giving Atlanta any breathing room, it felt like, throughout the majority of this map.
Yeah, to do that versus a team like Atlanta as well, because they're third on attacks. Like, it's not like they're any slouches on their attacking rounds. They usually find a lot of success where you talk about just gaining segments. But the good thing for the subliners is that they were always keeping the kill stagnant. No one was going 2 to 3 dead. And then every time they were going 2 to 3 dead, it was instantly responded by a player from Atlanta FaZe jumping off the map or losing a couple clutch gunfights. So New York subliners gained a little bit of momentum at the end of this control, but it's not going to get any easier, because now you're going into a Karachi HP, which is Atlanta FaZe one of their strong suits. And for the subliners, they're sitting at an overall 500 on this map. It hasn't really treated them well on Karachi.
Yeah, it's been kind of one of those things that had early on really favored the subliners play style, like in Major 1.
Yeah.
But then as it kind of got through the second major and now into this Major 3 qualifiers, it's been kind of a mixed bag. I think in most recent memory, you look at that Seattle Surge matchup and you say, what the heck happened there? And that was one of those series that I think you overall look at and say, that didn't feel like our normal New York team based on the kind of general consensus we've been able to build for the entirety of the season. But like you said, Karachi Hardpoint has been a staple of what FaZe has brought to a map pool. They're really, really strong on it. Their average point differential is outrageous.
Chicken
and
salad,
you just don't
croissant
love the idea
sandwich.
of New York having to see that as part of a mandatory reverse sweep in this particular series.
And it's just tough because you guarantee have to see that, because Atlanta FaZe really don't have any bad maps. The only one that they have bad is going to be that sub base, but every single series they're going to get rid of it. And as you take a look at our stats for the map 1 of this series, Drazen is telling him we're doing whatever the hell they want.
I really want to know what
2.2
Celium's
for
like
Drazen, 1.62 for
ethnicity
Celium. Those
is
guys are just ahead of
for
the
him
game
to
when we
have
talk about
a
rotations, and that's what the subliners need to
voluptuous
focus
bro
on
like
this next
that.
map is you got to learn how to cut your losses and put yourself in the best possible setup off the rotation, because that's
That's
what got them
what I
off the back
wanna
foot and
know.
continuously falling down. And map number 1 is that they wouldn't cut their losses. They were challenging a lot of the dunk time, and then when you're challenging a lot of the dunk time, Atlanta FaZe are doing a great job in the fundamental aspect of just rotating early, setting up on some of these insane head glitches, and then making it difficult for you to even find success at either one of these hills. So if you are the New York subliners, usually find yourself off the rotation. That's their bread and butter. But the hold percentage and the break percentage needs to be a lot better, just in case you're not there first.
Well, here's an overarching look at how the hardpoint has gone. FaZe have not played Karachi hardpoint so far in this qualification stage, but you know, that's one of those things that they haven't needed to, if you even want to call it that.
You would test map pool in this one. You know, you get 6 stars and you get the business in, you know?
Yeah. And the thing is, rotationally, hold-wise, this Atlanta team is difficult to deal with. So lots of questions here in terms of how New York will try to combat that. Opening hard point, though, over towards P1. Lots of high ground focus for New York. We know that Atlanta kind of likes to take their time on their approach here. Try to see if they can flush out this high ground first and then approach the hill. And so far, New York, really good setup around the hard point. They've got every answer already put together for them.
Yeah, they take full advantage of Atlanta FaZe playing super slow off the beginning of the game. Usually when you're on Atlanta FaZe's side to start off, you're instantly going to be the team into the point. They didn't want to go 2 to 3 dead and then give up all map control to the subliners, but that decision has been made for them. Only 20 seconds remaining on P1. You have to start hitting this rotation if you are Atlanta FaZe. They find 3 in the feed, so they're going to be able to get the break, and that's even better shots out of Sim. You see the jaw drop to the ground. Cannot believe he just won that gunfight, and now off the rotation, subliners are forced to jump over this dumpster.
Yeah, and you're going to get a little bit of a refocus through the middle of the map just to avoid that. And this will be largely read by FaZe, but not dealt with. That's the thing about it. So now Simp kind of has to hit the deck here. Draws a nearby. First shot's good from Simp. Still streaking it together. 5-in-1 start. And now it's just about the finesse game. And there may not be many better, if any better, than Simp at pulling stuff like this. Simp's got to be thinking, where the hell did he go? Kismet finally able to get the shutdown, but it comes 1 kill too late. Cruise missile earned, and FaZe trying to reinforce from the front. Still have a chance to challenge the hard point, which with that elimination from Abizi, they will own the numbers, at least for a time, to allow Draza to get a little bit more score built up.
Yeah, it's going to turn into a 1-on-1, and Hydra's able to get the better of Draza in that gunfight. So the final 25 is going to go in favor of the subliners, but off the rotation, this is where Atlanta FaZe need to be able to stop the bleeding, and with them dying off the rotation, this is where Subliners can start to get aggressive. You still see at least a couple spawns for Atlanta FaZe, still going to be over towards the P3 side.
We must be on New York,
so the rest of the players have to clutch up in these fights to not lose spawns.
The thing about it is hardpoint's going to open here, and Atlanta is still trying to get someone back to get into the hardpoint. What does this do with spawns for New York? Ooh, bridge side spawn for Sib. He's going to catch Abizi off guard.
Yeah, Robert will be here too.
Okay, it's going to be Draza spawning in the exact same position to essentially guarantee his own trade. Sib is
I
not
don't know if
like
I said that out loud or not.
Pistol out. Now back to the MCW. Shots are
I told him that Jaden's coming, or Kovacs.
But still a really scrappy battle to confirm control over what happens at the third hardpoint. Every kill on massive one, and
that's my dog.
Atlanta come on top of the kill feed to get themselves set up with 30 seconds till the fight for it.
Yeah, they're able to reinforce their numbers in towards the point, and now with only 25 seconds remaining on this P3, subliners have to be playing the exit kills. Try to trap them in as long as you can, but we know going over towards the P4, it's all about the positioning, not really about soaking up a majority of that hill time. So with Draza sitting on 4 in a row, make it 5. He's 1 off earning himself a cruise missile, and keep in mind, Sip already has one in the back pocket.
A second one would be really deadly towards New York's efforts. So a shutdown, won't say feels mandatory, but it would be nice. Sib playing deep, caught by Selling. I was about to say, if he can get to a sneaky spot topside market, he would be a good insurance policy to this initial setup outside the store, finding a lot of value. But there's kill number 6 for Draza. So now 2 cruise missiles have been earned. Trophy system down for Atlanta, trying to find their way back in. Sky's topside castle does well to at least confirm the first kill. Hard for Atlanta to find an entryway in with New York guns absolutely ready for every single fight. Simp trying to force something along the backside. Can he get more than just the first, though? Sees the dead body, and that alerts him towards Kiz's position, but the trades go out in favor of New York. Still 20 seconds to fight.
You know, I should have made this comment earlier because even though New York just lost 2 times to terrible fucking teams, anytime they go against FaZe, they always have a better matchup.
Hit the rotation over towards New, but
they
this
played
is where the
better.
subliners have to find some success.
So it doesn't surprise me that I feel like the majority of these maps have been somewhat close.
First setup looking decent here for FaZe. Cell tested over towards the middle of the map, but dealing with the pressure that is starting to be amassed here by New York. Hydra over towards the barrels. Looked at by Sib. The stun lands, but just a little bit too late to center up on the shot. Sib, knowing he's got low health pools, hoping he can find the connection onto Sib. Topside barrel, such a tricky position to pull from, and eventually the third subliner will deal with it. So now New York really starting to build a bit of a lead. Cruise missile number 1 gets called in. That will take care of Kismet, but the spawns for Atlanta are still pretty far out here. So New York has a chance to establish a rebreak.
Yeah, they definitely do, because Selim still has not yet earned himself that trophy system to at least keep him alive on that point. So with the subliners have all in the numbers towards the backside of the junkyard area, they're just going to be able to funnel their way through. At least if you are Atlanta, you're keeping them off for this time. You can take the final 9, but this is where you have to make up for it. Atlanta didn't get any time off the P1 last go around, but they're going to be fully set up this time.
Big first rotation of hills, though, for New York. Simp, good gunfight down low at Rubble. Turns and finds Kismet on the high ground as well. And Skies will back away and wait for a little bit more assistance here. Atlanta trying to find their way to get this thing back to a tie game. Good support over the top. Draza also going to get over towards topside castle. Sib trying to wait and predict this gunfight. And now New York have numbers, but Abizi just kind of sneaks behind. Not enough to grab 2, and New York still hold control of the hard point, right back in the lead.
And they have AC control as well, so this is going to be very difficult for Atlanta. They try to break through red or try to push up through soda. Draza does find 1, but Hydra doing a great job of at least staying alive in towards the point. Simp, the pimp, almost finds 3 with the pistol. Unfortunately does fall, but there's only 20 seconds left. If you are Atlanta, try to keep them off of this P1, but you need to make this count at Cafe.
Yeah, that's absolutely the case, and that they're setting up to really establish a very far forward line of scrimmage here. Simp playing over towards, I'm pretty selling him towards Junkyard. Simp the one playing into the hard point, and the only route available right now is the one that Hydra is hitting, and he gets shut down. So the zone of control is immense right now for FaZe. Split spawn situation for the subliners, seeing if they can find a way to make the most of it, see if they can catch this Atlanta defense a bit off guard.
And I love the way that Atlanta are playing this. They're persistently pushing out towards Junk. They want to spawn New York over towards the backside, so they're forced to either hit Soda Alley or to jump over to try to break in towards Cafe. And that makes Atlanta FaZe a lot easier off the rotation towards next. Just got to clutch up on these fights. They are trading effectively. Abizi finds a dumple. And now, Simp, it's your turn to just finesse into the Cafe like you did the last go around.
And he's doing it perfectly. That double from Abizi is everything to one-dimensionalize this next New York hit, but the rebreak is still looking pretty positive. Now it's just down to Sal, who was able to turn up and take care of a low HP Hydra. So a moment of contest for the subliners, but largely speaking, that is about as close to a full 60 as Atlanta's seen so far.
And now Atlanta FaZe forced to break in towards P3, which tends to be a money hill on a map like Karachi. And this might be where Simp could play the timing to at least snip to the back. He doesn't even have to invest the cruise missile. He's going to get right past the setup of the subliners. Should be able to find a freebie to find these to start off these straight fights.
Oh, and that's not going to be something that Skies is going to be happy to come over to his squad mates doing, like, whoa, Simp got behind us. Trophy system has been seen by Simp. I think he knows that Simp's playing over towards Junkyard side. And we're just happy to keep this hardpoint neutral for now. Sib back, though, over through the backside at Garage, does well to help out Skies find maybe an entryway back in. Simp, though, prepared for it. Trades from Kismet, good. Once again, 50-50 battles over the top of P3. Hydra last one standing. Can he find more than one? No. And it's a 3-for-1 exchange as Atlanta will start earning some time here on the third.
And that all comes down to Simp just finding an opening, man. Didn't even have to invest a cruise missile. He's able to sneak his way on Pie right through bottom coops. And he finds a double right off the respawn onto Hydra. So the final 20 is going to go in favor of Atlanta. They're going to put themselves up by almost 50 points. But now the subliners forced to do double trouble. You have to soak up as much time as you possibly can off the P4, but just in case it gets a little bit scary, Simp has that cruise.
Crucial moment in this map. New York trying to get a reverse sweep and a map 5 on the cards. Perfect time to see how the subliners are feeling. The New York subliners, listen it.
Yo, I spawn front diner. Back market on me. Top market, empty. Chasing him. Top market, yep. MC top market, one top third. I'm laying down. One should be one. Last guy you won. I'll get time. One shot. Last time. Last guy you won. Yeah. Yo, back white truck, draws. I'm going top 3. Back white truck, dead. I'm getting off time, guys. I still going down here. I need help. I got naded from you. I don't see him on time. Nice. More. I spawned 2v1 on the left. I spawned 2. Last three here. Maybe focus on new. Money. Pretty sure one spawn new. Alright, 3 unknowns. No one knew. 100%. I spawned A2 though. Okay, maybe there's one. Yo, one's gonna be pitching you fire. I'm watching top fire. Yeah, care. Watch top fire from 10. I'm gonna repitch it. Let me drip. That's all I have. Nice. It was a BZ. Looking for draws and a BZ. Yo, let's go to the back. Retreat, both of them. Yo, low market right now. He with the tools. Helping you. I have your back. They're gonna be diner behind us too, guys. Peach, I'm getting it dark. P3, inside. P5. Get 3 dead. No, one shot. Back up. One shot. My dirt. Josh is dead. In the back. In the back. Dead. One more. Same spot. I got them both. I'm missing one in front. That was 4 dead? Yes. I'm on P3. Yo, top head. He's on the belt, on the stairs, laying down. On top of the stairs, on top head. What the fuck? On time. Time, and he pitched it back. Nice. Down left. I'm going dark. Give me a sec. I'm going dark. I'm gonna go right here. I'm top with you. Top out. I sometimes empty. Yep, dark time. And B street sim. Going scaff. Go right. B street went scaff. You follow me then? I'm gonna go green. Twin ult. B street went scaff. They're going top it. Yo, top green, cutting. He's going to you. Top gen's dead. Nice shit. They're gonna go right. They're gonna wrap green. They're gonna wrap 3, top 3. One's gonna be fine.
Moment of maybe the air letting loose from the lungs here of New York. Felt like they had a really good survival moment through the cruise missile, but it's just Celium stays alive, blows up the play, and now Atlanta will in rotation back over to P1 with kills to boot here, Jay.
Yeah, they're finding all the kills in the feed, man. Subliners, they have to get a move on it, try to get it towards the P1 because Atlanta FaZe are only 10 seconds away from securing this series.
And Abeezy's watching one side of the play. He may be enough. No, Hydra does confirm the trade. Now the dash right back in. Low health pulls for FaZe, but they're still winning gunfight. Skies, last one left, denied. And Atlanta FaZe in a map that felt super tight.
I mean, we already
Sip sneaking through P3, and then Celium there at P5. That felt like, you know, the big moments of the map.
That was
really was back and forth affair, except for those 2 little rogue plays.
Yeah, because if the subliners are able to not allow Sip to sneak on by, then they would have had to invest that cruise missile to try to find a break on P3. And that's very difficult to even find a kill with at certain situations because we got players put side storage junk. The guy in the hill, we know he's not going to fall. But once you allow Sip to sneak on by, then you're forced to re-break back into it. And then now this Atlanta FaZe still have that cruise missile to break into P5. I thought the subliners, as soon as we jumped into a listening, they were accounting for everyone. You even heard Sip, no one in towards the back. He was able to go on a little bit of a spree there to at least put the spawns in favor of New York and shut down that first pressure, even with the cruise missile coming in. It's just like you said, Celium staying alive, giving his team another opportunity to find the break. And when they found that break, they did not look back at it, as they are going to be able to close out this hard point, close out the series 3-1. But Atlanta FaZe is just continue to do Atlanta FaZe things, man. They are just dominating in these respawns. They clutch up in a new search and destroy method they have yet to play. Obviously, you fall short in the high-res control, but you're still, without question, the top dog going into Major 3.
And this game flow also just reiterates that point because it was from P2 to P3. That's snuck through. And then again, P4 to P5. Celium stays alive, and that's some of the biggest growing moments in that game flow chart in favor of Atlanta FaZe. Decent start, though, for New York. Signs of life, I mean, let's just reflect a little bit, like, compared to what the general consensus was about New York, like, people started to say they're a bit fraudulent. Obviously, a couple of individuals maybe not living up to the standards that they had set in previous majors. Does this series give you more hope, though, that New York is still top 4 squad overall with how close they did play map 2, the domination of map 3, and then moments there in the Karachi? Like, do you feel better about New York here?
Yeah, I think New York, without question, is still a top 4 team. It's just so far in this stage, they're sitting at 0-3. Potentially going into the major, they're going to start and lose.
I just don't think Sib is playing to his potential, and he hasn't been.
Tough scenes, but it is the Monster Energy matchup going the way of Atlanta FaZe once again. We head back to the dash to give us our final thoughts on the weekend.
Excellent stuff here as Atlanta FaZe lives up to the hype. They dispatch of New York 3-1. Let's revisit what decided this series, as we had some strong performances, especially in hardpoint from all of the Slayers. Draza, most importantly, 31 and 19, adds another 5k damage to lead the lobby in Game 4 out.
And just to rewind, he went 32 and 14 in the opening Rio hardpoint.
Oh, so 63? That's pretty good.
He is now moving towards making their hardpoint just basically untouchable. I mean, it was a very close game, that map number 4, but once we got to that second half of the rotations, it was all over. Atlanta FaZe in that second P2, they had the early setup, they had the streak to work with, and Simp was winning some like unkillables, situations he should never be able to get that one in, and he stayed alive much longer than he ever should in that situation.
Tree.
Yeah, I thought Atlanta FaZe did a great
I
job in the
wanted
hard
to
points. Clearly the
know
best
who
hard
they're
point
gonna
team in the game that we
interview.
have right now. The Rio was just utter domination in the beginning. They
Are
go
we
about
not
60,
getting
70
one?
points, and New York were trying to restabilize. Well, guess what? Draza drops a streak on them. Same thing in this one.
Right.
Draza drops another streak on them on the P5 junk. Later in this game, like New York had an opportunity, but they had two people double stacked in junk on P3. So Simp was able to get all the way through Coop into the back
Well, why
of
are
P3.
you only looking
and
at
break
Southwest?
For free. So New York
I
clearly
am not.
getting frantic. They saw Beezy and
I
got
was looking on Google first, and then I'm on
What do you got for me?
specific ones for more time
Because if
options.
you're New York, like you're kind of feeling good after that high rise, and you almost feel bad because you could have pushed this to a game number 5, right? We go to round 11 and 6-star. Their attacks were looking very strong from the side of New York subliners. They just kind of figured it out a second too late, and they allowed Atlanta FaZe a defensive round very, very early on, which hurt them in the end for that round 11.
Nameless, if it does go to the subliners in game 2, we see a second search and destroy. Does Atlanta still come out on top?
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta's 9-3 on Invasion, right? We saw them play against New York as well at the last tournament. They're able to win that map. Some great, adjustments in the middle of it. So I think Atlanta wins it regardless. But you never know.
Fantastic matchup. I love any of our top 4 battles when they face each other. And tonight, we have our play of the game. This one belongs to the one and only. Well, honestly, it's all 4 players, right? Let's just give it to Atlanta FaZe. You shouldn't do this to people on Rio the way they did.
It's just Atlanta FaZe doing Atlanta FaZe things. This opening map one was
give
a
us
tough
the
one, for
interview.
sure.
What is taking so long with this interview?
And joined one of the series we saw last week where Vegas
Are you just
Legion
not
got held
getting
to
one?
50 points. But for New York subliners, they were just behind the entirety of this hard point. They were behind in the slang, they were behind on the rotation, and even when they did get it, they allowed players like Abe to pop a 2, pop a 3, shoot some bodies, and still get the time.
Yeah, I mean, just masterful. You saw it right there as well. The streak that comes in that gets 2 people. That was New York's opportunity. They were down like 60 points at that point. They had a good setup, had fought off the initial wave, and then from then you're down to 100. Atlanta FaZe has options. We can rotate setup. We can hit scrap simultaneously. They steamroll them, man. That's how good this team is.
Turning bodies into Swiss cheese is the young man who joins us now in our
Finally.
Monster Winner Spotlight. Celium, a.k.a. MacArthur. Welcome to the show. How we feeling?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm feeling good, man. Obviously, after that dub, feeling good.
Okay, talk to me a little bit about this squad because you're clearly on top of the leaderboard. You seem to have the matchup edge over everyone else in the top 4. Do you guys try extra hard against the top squads?
No.
Nah, I wouldn't say so. I think our preparation for every team is the same. So I mean, it's just a good matchup every time versus the top 4.
Touching on preparation, do you yourself or Atlanta FaZe have any pre-match rituals that you do every single day? Because you guys are looking unreal.
Yeah, how many bots are you shooting?
Nah. I mean, I'm shooting like 300 bots before the matches. So I mean, I'm feeling good. Obviously, our warm-up scrim, we go with that. But I mean, other than that, I warm up and then I play.
Celium, how has Draza affected your gameplay so far this year? It seems like you're having like way less interactions than you had at least the previous 2 years, and you guys are finding so much more success. So, personal level, how's it affecting you?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, it's been amazing. All my job this year for me is just get in the hill and just don't die in it, pretty much. So it's been really easy for me, and Zach's been a beast. Like his pace has been insane this year. So
yeah,
he's just the beast, man.
Guys are
going to FaZe. This is the best thing that
see what you've
they could have
accomplished
done.
since coming into the pro scene. What are your personal goals for this year and I guess the rest of your Call of Duty career?
Just win champs. That's my goal every year. So I'm gonna try to do that.
Stay locked, my guy. Thank you for joining us. That is Celium.
Alrighty.
That's your Monster Winner Spotlight.
Goodbye, stream.
Peace out, guys.
Love to see that guy. Love to see Atlanta FaZe getting the job done.